Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on YouTube, join our cult. Hello and welcome to a throbbing, sunny edition of the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
Dripping with sweat.
Not yet, but you will be in 5 minutes' time because you listen to the dulcet tones of Jack,
5 minutes?
and Matthew.
Yeah, we're not going to do
optimistic,
we're not
like
doing
it is.
anything racy until 5 minutes in.
Just with the excitement coming out of this podcast.
How
I'm great. Thank you for asking, Jack.
it's like we've never met. What's going on? How are you, Matthew? Yeah?
I'm doing great again. Thank you for asking me a second time. That's magnificent.
Matthew.
Ask us again.
How you doing, pal?
I'm in.
Bloody hell.
I'm Caddy Min.
bloody good to
I'm
hear.
Peppermint.
Are you throbbing? Are you girthy?
Yes.
I will once again. Do you know how we always joke about
fun,
doing
this.
one of these like outside or in a beer garden? I'd love that right now.
Oh, yeah.
Doing the podcast in a beer garden.
The sun has got his hat on this afternoon as well.
Pip, pip, pip,
Aye. Lovely.
But like the world of wrestling and the world in general, as soon as you go outside now, last few weeks, lovely shorts weather, fantastic. I'm not even going to bring a coat. Take that, God. And it just rains very dramatically.
That
about
is
an
like
hour's
wrestling,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what London did. I was promised wall-to-wall sunshine this weekend or last weekend.
Tell
and
us-
I didn't get that.
Did you get your money back?
No. But
Tell
it's
us
in the
about
bank.
Money in the Bank.
It was a fantastic trip, exhausting as always. The hotel was an experience. We saw a mouse running through the restaurant. It was lovely.
Oh.
The beds were hard as hell.
Wait, which
Can't
restaurant was it?
complain too much. It was called the International, I think, in Canary Wharf. So if
when
you,
I think Canary Wharf, I think gleaming capitalism,
Oh,
lovely
my God.
quality everything.
I wish I
The
could live
mouse
there.
is working there. That's why.
Every single building looked and felt brand new, apart from our hotel, which is typical for Cultaholic. But yeah, apart from that, it was wonderful. It was a wonderful weekend. Just busy stuff, good stuff with the press junket. LA Knight and Pretty Deadly were fantastic.
Yeah.
Value for money in the short space of time that we had. If I speak about the press conference, I will get in trouble, I think the phrase is. So we'll not talk about that.
All right, cool.
Obviously, got to thank everyone who approached us and coddled us and bought pints. We got pints bought inside the O2 for
By Gallus.
£8.50 a pint.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the people that forked out for them and elsewhere around London as well. So it was just they're always stressful but fantastic trips, these wrestling trips. So yeah, this was no different. The wrestling.
I'm expecting the very same treatment when I go down later on. No, it sounds like it looked like it was good. Sorry, it looked like one of those raucous Triple H B show pay-per-views that have improved so much since he's taken the reins.
My appreciation for a wrestling promo in an arena of that size, especially from Grayson Waller at Money in the Bank, or how he could even hear himself talk, is beyond my comprehension. It was incredible, the noise, and he was just going for it, wasn't he? As they allowed him to be a heel for the first time, kind of proper.
My
Yep.
experience of watching that promo was I was watching it alongside a few of us watching it on the screen in there. One of them was Sam and one of them was Aiden. Now, they're two quite critical men when they're watching the wrestling. Sam, for some reason, just has a burning teenage hatred of John Cena that he hates John Cena.
Well, he's the enemy, isn't he?
Well, yeah,
He's the reason wrestling is like it is today.
So I'm trying
He's the
to,
reason he has a job.
But obviously I'm doing what happened at, so I'm trying to listen to what Cena's actually saying because I'm like, he's probably out here for a reason. It's probably quite big news. And then just the rest of the room is just crapping on him, going, "Hurry up, John, get to the point." And I went and stood like right next to the screen, and I was like, "Guys, please, like honestly." And then they're like, he's not saying anything. He's taking ages, and he goes, "WrestleMania London." I was like, "What?" And it turns out it wasn't that it was announced for London, but he's teased it.
Yes, he's
What
going to
he
try
did-
his best.
Then when Grayson's music hit, I was the only one in the room who popped. I was like, "Oh, it's Grayson Waller." Did you?
Big time.
Yeah,
I
he was.
got me NXT questions into Pretty Deadly and LA Knight, which they both appreciated. I think nobody else was asking NXT stuff, which is it was just shocking news to me, obviously, being the biggest fan and whatnot. But yeah, Grayson Waller in that arena. I think that's why we're called Wash now as Cultaholic.
We're
'Cause
not washed.
Everyone in the arena was
No.
going radio rental for John Cena. Yeah? We've got the curmudgeons out there going, "Oh, it's 2008 and I don't like you."
No, to be fair, I think I don't think we're washed at all. I think we're on the cutting edge. We knew Grayson Waller from way back in NXT.
Oh, yeah.
We saw that potential.
we're not watched, we're with it. Sam dislikes him ironically.
That's right.
So the International, was it weird getting food served to you by two chefs where they go headlock, off the ropes, down, push, jump over?
It's a minor complaint,
sorry.
but when you see a mouse in a restaurant, you think, ooh.
How British are we? I mean, I don't like the complaint, but there were rodents in the place where I'm eating and paying good money. Or
mice-
bad money, as it looks like.
Are mice cute.
Oh, they're lovely. You just don't want to see them.
Just on your
food,
sandwich.
do you?
It's not like a rat, is it? They're big and scary. Although some people, they've become like pets now, haven't they? Some people have rats as pets.
Yeah,
Alex did in Home Alone 3.
that's right.
Oh, Doris.
Doris
Or was
the
Doris
rat.
the bird?
Everyone's favourite reference to
Doris the
Keegan
rat,
Rats.
yeah.
Was Doris the rat?
Doris the white
Who was
rat,
the
wasn't
parrot?
he? Oh,
The parrot sings Bad Bad Leroy Brown in the shower. It's a
right,
really
yeah.
good scene.
good film.
Really good
Leroy,
film.
bro.
Yeah.
Owen's a good film, isn't it, Owen?
Home Alone 3. Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
No, you've never seen it.
Oh, what a weirdo.
It. It's the best one. So.
By the way, for people who listen to this podcast, hi, how you doing? On a regular basis, we have Owen
Owen's
doing the
behind the
producing
camera
this
now.
week.
Do you want to come and show everyone what you're wearing? Come on.
A smile, of
Oh,
course.
Owen, get your thigh out or something, body lad. Bit of tease for the camera.
All the people listening to the audio version go, damn it, I wish I was at home watching this on video.
I mean, you know that dodgy old segment on Soccer AM when they get the soccer AM?
Yes.
Owen, do a little strut, will you?
How long have you been
Oh, my
Reds?
God.
Come on.
Owen, how long have you been with your partner now?
Just gone 6 years.
I've never last.
She's
Oh,
not
just me? Oh, okay.
Do a thing where Lovejoy would ask how old they were, and if they said a younger age, they go, "Way!"
Great age, they'd say, wouldn't they? Like,
All right, well, hang on.
35-year-old
I'll
Lovejoy
I'll
was
say
like,
my age and then react.
how old are you?
26.
Too old. That's what Lovejoy would do. That's not my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Owen, can you go?
Okay.
You're great. Where,
Okay.
you know.
I
Thank you.
should
That
say-
was Owen.
It's a pleasure to be
Yay.
here, lad.
Photo with Joel at this testing time. He came
Yeah.
back with COVID from
Testing.
London. Yeah, literally.
You know, you brought back some lovely shirts and stuff, and he brought COVID. I don't know why they
some
did that.
shirts.
I'm just saying. Like,
All
it's a
right.
gift. I couldn't think of a gift. I get one of those the old phone
Blackpool
boxes.
Rock from London.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those big woolly hats that the guardsmen use.
I'm
I have no idea what you bring from London. I have no idea.
Magnets.
I'm always struck because I was recently in London, obviously for the baseball the other week, and I was when it was so hot, I just kept thinking to myself, we are nearly in France. It's so close to France. Do you feel that?
Not that weekend, no.
Well,
It was,
then, fair enough.
it was like the weather is up here. Like I went down, it was meant to be 22 to 23, like all weekend, wall-to-wall sunshine, but humid, like London always is.
Do you think Northerners are Scottish and Southerners are French, really, when you think about it?
Sacre bleu.
No. You all right?
No.
But I'm glad you had a nice time. It's always interesting seeing you go down, basically because you're very nice and honest about how you feel about these things. You're not like, oh, that's right, party time for Ross to get on the sauce, or anything else like
That's
that.
just
You're
my own
like,
issues with my own being, Maffew. That's a very introverted guy who's got, what's that thing called? Imposter syndrome. I suffer with that bad when people go,
Oh, bless
I
you.
watch your videos all the time and I think you're great. I struggle with that deeply, as we all probably do, I
Oh,
think.
God.
It's refreshing though to hear you be just like, yeah. So it's like, you know, half the time it's like, oh, Ross would have gone down there, must be mint. But I mean, like, you're like, yeah, some of it. It's a
Oh,
nice,
well,
it's a nice day. You'd be honest like that.
If I lie about one thing, what does it say about the rest of what we talk about here? We're all about honesty here at Cultaholic. Integrity, intelligence, all the eyes. Up the eyes.
That's it.
That's
eye,
our wrestling
honesty.
analysis there, by the way. Just it's always full of integrity.
That's analysis. Here's the news. Money in the Bank becomes WWE's highest grossing arena event ever, and no wonder, $8.50 a bloody pint.
Well, that's because we're mugs, isn't it? They inflated the prices for everybody and we bloody paid them. You kind of take a good time away from us no matter the cost.
Apparently so. Apparently the rule of thumb is if it's people are still buying, it's not too expensive. WWE revealed during the Money in the Bank press conference that you were at.
Uh-huh.
And
If
do
I
you see any
speak,
other
I
famous
should get
people?
in trouble.
Yeah, there we go.
I saw
Move on.
plenty of famous people, aye. It was just frustrating not to get a question in. That's why if I speak, I get into trouble.
What would you have asked?
I was waiting for Triple H to come out, and I was like, that in front of the guy, he wouldn't look at me. But I was going to ask him, like, how can you? Is it difficult to ignore the crowds when they're that loud for someone like LA Knight? Then they go in a different direction. I was going to ask an actual question rather than, you like waste time, don't you?
Oh,
What
well,
do you-
shots have been
What do you
fired
think of
there.
Dick? What a waste of time, though.
However, I've got to say that since AEW and WWE started making these post pay-per-view press conferences a regular thing, there's been a lot on Twitter of like, this is crap. No one's asking the real questions and stuff. Whereas what I've heard from Ross and from Tom and people who've gone to this one and the one at Clash at the Castle, sounds like it is understood that you will not rock the boat.
It
in
is
these
very much
places.
Apart from one person, Triple H, the female fan, what have you got to say? What's on with NXT Europe?
Yeah.
We said 2K23. There's still 6 months left.
Yeah, and he gave this like non-committal, nothing answers. It's like master politician Triple H
Well, it
is
since
like,
came out that the merger with the UFC slowed that down.
Yeah, that must have been it.
Yeah. Well, NXT UK is only on hiatus, isn't
Hey,
it? It's not
That's
gone.
right. Come back any day now.
It lives on in the spirit of the Heritage Cup.
Do you think they're going to have a show on an all-in day?
He was having meetings apparently with all the UK superstars who might have been the security guards for the
That's right,
whatever
yeah.
segment it was on SmackDown, the Bloodline at the
It
end
was
there.
bloody Norths. It was boisterous behaviour in them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They were the
Rio?
security guards, I mean. Yeah.
Rio as well. I saw her drinking the Las Iguanas as well, as
Yeah.
we were. Oh, what a place.
Oh, was that nice?
I
2 cocktails for the price of one. My goodness me.
So have I told you about...
That's a risky business.
Have I
that,
told you the story about Rio? Not Rio the AEW. Rio the English wrestler. So I went to that show with you in digital, and you're quite nasty to the heels, which is part
I
of the show.
love championing this off the 19th time.
Oh,
Yes,
I
I am.
won't tell it.
that's
I think
right.
I've told it on the podcast before. That won't bother. I
No,
suppose.
but there was a real story?
So you were heckling, and I tried to show off to impress you. And she was wearing purple and gold attire, and I went, "You look like an eclair."
Yeah, I remember
like
that.
the Cadbury's eclairs and the purple
Yeah.
shiny wrappers. And she just death stared me, and I was really scared because the room was quite quiet when I said it. I was like, "Oh, she's definitely heard that." Then met her for the first time. Met her, shook her hand at North recently, and either she's being polite and didn't remember, or didn't care. I think I've overanalyzed the situation. I thought she was gonna punch me.
You're so great, Jack.
Thank you, mate.
I love you so much.
Oh, thanks, man.
Jade Cargill claims she isn't returning to AEW anytime soon, which is interesting. She has been off TV since losing the title. When Cargill was asked if she had plans to return on Twitter, she just said no. And that was the reply.
I thought she was just taking a break.
Jade followed up with several posts tweeting pictures of herself on the red carpet at the Hollywood Unlocked Impact Awards with the caption, "Outside the wrestling bubble is nice, I might stay."
Oh. Fair play. I wish I could get out.
All the pretty girls will like them. I think
Yeah, Mike's in your future.
she seems to be one of those people who like can do all the things and just sort of excels at whatever she does. So maybe she isn't satisfied by being a wrestler. Maybe she wants to do other things as well. And fair play, because she's
Fair play, aye.
very talented.
Get in, get your stuff, get out like a bank job. For some, Trench departs to AEW.
No.
Following his move from the AEW roster page, PW Insiders report that Trench has exited AEW after his deal expired. Trench made his AEW debut back in December 2002.
02?
I know I said that, didn't I? That sounded a bit bad. Wow, he's been there for bloody ages. 2022, following Mogul affiliates with Swerve Strickland and Parker Boudreaux.
Yeah.
The faction were not featured performers on TV, though with Strickland pickup wins over AR Fox and Brian Pillman Jr. And other stuff like that. It emerged shortly afterwards that Trench and Parker Boudreaux were out of action due to injury. Trench never appeared again on AEW TV before his departure. He never had an AEW match.
Well, Keith Lee took him out.
That's right.
What sort of a deal is that to sign if it's your debut in December and you're gone by July?
Yeah, prior to his AEW career, he was a minor league baseball player. He was drafted in the second round by the Tampa Bay Rays in 2011.
What?
I don't know what was up with that.
I think it's a shocker because he had obviously a very unique look with all the tattoos all over his head and whatnot. He looked imposing. Don't know if he could wrestle or not. I don't think we actually saw him have a proper match.
I'm assuming no. If he didn't.
I remember him and Parker getting taken out by Dustin in a barn or a warehouse, whatever
That's
you want
right.
to call it.
It was bales of hay were being thrown.
Yeah. I think that's all we saw, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
We hardly got to know him. What a shame.
Oh, well. But I think it's like him for the 1 week we went, seems French, isn't it?
That was my
I
fault.
heard
That,
Trench.
yeah. That was my
That was the
fault.
most interesting thing he did. The French trenches, like,
Must be from
like
London.
WWE1. And finally, Seth Rollins discovers Bovril. It's the
This
headline
isn't
here.
news.
As part of the promotion for Money in the Bank, Rollins is the latest guest on Lad Bible's Snack Wars. And he said first up with Rollins with the USA's Starbucks coffee versus the UK's Bovril. Rollins quickly found the coffee distasteful, mentioning that he's a coffee snob who owns his own coffee shop. Of course he is. This brought the World Heavyweight Champion to Bovril, and after initially questioning why high-protein beef paste was alongside coffee, he took a big gulp of the beefy drink and probably admitted he found it nutritious and delicious, like a nice bone broth.
This is the most Tom Campbell-ass news I've ever heard in my life.
Here it is. There wasn't a lot that we're not going to talk about later on, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was
so
all-
that's why I thought I'd put this in. And I thought you guys would be like, yay, Bovril.
I've never had a Bovril.
I've never had a Bovril either. When I go to football, it's strictly lager.
Fair enough.
Never had a Bovril.
Oh, wow. First thing I had, one of the things I was looking forward to doing the first match I went was having Bovril.
Have you been to the football?
Yeah.
I don't know, what, Newcastle?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. I can just imagine you at like Bishop Auckland FC or something, just
Oh, I'm always busy when they're
with a
playing.
raincoat and a dog, just watching the lads kicking the ball and a cup of soup.
He's a very
You
good
look like
player.
an eclair. Everyone stops what they're doing.
He's not actually on the scouting mission.
yeah.
He's a
Well,
very
that lad's got a big coat on. He must know somebody. So yeah, that was the news, but that's obviously the
Was
biggest
it really?
news.
There must be something else.
Everything else I'm looking like going, before we talk about this,
we're not going to
before we
talk
talk about this,
England becoming the new battleground, the new NXT battleground for wrestling. All the promotions are rushing to England. AEW, WrestleMania is getting in England.
this is
We'll
the
talk about it
tease.
when
Right
Cena-
now,
yeah.
we have John Cena teasing and saying he's going to try his best. So that's not 100%. We know politics speak, because obviously you got to listen to Triple H talk for an hour and a half. Politics speak, it's not confirmed yet, but they are doing their best. Now, why would they be doing this? Is it because this side of the world bloody loves wrestling? Yeah. It's because they made a load of money doing Money in the Bank, which they could have done at a much bigger arena
They
than
could
just.
have done.
I don't know why. People ask me, why don't you go down? Says, well, it's sold out. And I didn't fancy paying the Ticketmaster prices or second-hand Ticketmaster prices for what they had. Because it was like an hour and 2 hours it sold out.
Yeah.
Something ridiculous
London,
like that.
baby. That's the draw, isn't it?
Yeah, innit? So they're going,
Yeah.
we'll come back for this for a much bigger event. And it's also because AEW is doing bloody Wembley. And it's so far, was it up to 70,000?
74, I think, yesterday. yeah.
74,000.
Whoever, I don't always think Tony Khan makes. I don't agree with all of his decisions, but I have to say, like, whoever convinced him, you can go for Wembley Stadium, has had a blinder there, because
Yeah, if you
People-
told
people
someone,
are going, yeah.
right, if you told someone a year ago or so, like, all right, two of these companies will be running England next
Right.
year. One of them's doing the O2, one of them's doing Wembley. You wouldn't have got
And
the
whoever
right way
told
around.
them to do the ticket prices like they are as well, because I'm going down as a fan, mate. I'm not working. I just wanted to be there, to be in Wembley watching the wrestling show. The ticket prices compared to Clash at the Castle, which is my only barometer for like a recent WWE show in a big arena like that, and then an AEW one, it's night and day. They've done really well to price the tickets as they are.
Yeah.
Because obviously when you get down the front, it's getting a bit silly. But when you get like maybe the bottom of the tier where I am, up the side of the pitch, it's really reasonably priced compared to what it was. Yeah.
Have you been? I've not been in the new Wembley.
Oh, I've been loads of times, yeah.
Oh,
What takes the breath away? I used to
really?
follow England, didn't I?
Oh, yeah. of
And I watched
course,
Morpeth Town lift the FA Vars in 2016. Up the Morpeth.
Up the Morpeth.
4-1 against Hereford. What a day it was. But it's interesting because what I took away from the John Cena promo was, please, will someone come and buy the rights to host WrestleMania in London? Not, we're bringing WrestleMania to London. This is the first little step. Because they never put a year on it, did they? So this could be
Yeah, because next year is
5 years in the
confirmed,
making,
it's-
yeah.
Well, Fraser Porter gave
Where?
me the chatter from. He was talking to someone, I can't remember who, maybe another media person. So this may have been off the record, but I think the rumours were.
Just send a podcast down, that'd be great. We'll get sued.
But well, I'm not going to say, I can't even remember who it was who told him, but apparently
good.
the chatter was, the rumours were that it's going to be, where's the next one? Is the next one
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, then Minneapolis or Minnesota, and then England.
Crap, we'll all be dead by then.
What?
Yeah.
It's only 2.5 years.
John Cena in 3 years' time. Told you. Like,
That's not very far in the grand scheme of things.
yeah, you're right.
That's if someone pays for it, though. Because again, it's a knock-on effect from AEW just running it off their own backs and selling out. Who would then want to pay for it if it's going to sell out anyway?
That is a good thing. Why? What is the benefit for the MPs and whatever to get the hat out and pass it around to pay for somebody to come over here and make all the money and whatever? If AEW is going to do it and outdraw them,
Yeah, off their own back. Yeah, with no input from the government whatsoever. It's an interesting one.
But it's the biggest spectacle. It's the grandest stage of them all. Do they not understand?
A company that puts the smiles on people's faces, they would never tease something like that, then not deliver it, would they?
Yeah, you can't. There's got to. They can't have let Cena go out there and say that if it wasn't at least feasible. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see.
I know it smells a bit fishy to me, but it might just be the press conference. That was the news. Dublin, Japan. Let's have a look and gander at the machine. Where Owen is going to press the button.
One
Wait,
of the last ever.
This
Not that
bloody table.
There we go. Well done, Owen. Good job. Now, if you can go over to the other screen.
Well done, Owen. Good boy.
There we go.
I've worked a computer before.
He's worked a computer before.
He used
Yeah,
to work
Mega
at-
Drive.
He used to work at Curry's PC World.
Oh, well. Here we go. Dick Tubbs. Pictures of Japan. Yeah, there's that
The
big red
Eiffel
tower.
Tower.
Yes,
He's
he
in
is.
France.
That's the one that Godzilla's always shown taking a bite out of.
He stood on the Champs-Elysees.
Let's have a look at some of the comments.
There's the Champs-Elysees. Is he in France? Is he actually in France?
That might be Central Park in New York City.
No, that's London, silly. Dick says, being Charlton Sapporo.
Scroll up a bit on.
Please cope. Mount
that's
Fuji,
it.
says Adam Leach. Sad there's no tent photo, but the bear makes up for it. Oh, wait, what bear?
The
Go on.
bear.
Oh, my God!
Cocaine Bear.
PS for Jack. Do you like Haikyuu?
Yeah.
That's not accurate, right?
Yeah.
I thought I'd recommend a couple of football anime you
Oh,
might enjoy.
no. Okay.
Either you can watch these either at home or in an Italian restaurant.
Okay.
Smileball says, I've loved seeing your trip across Japan. It's a country I've never thought of traveling to. I will say this post is lacking one thing. Where's the tent photo?
Where is the tent photo, Richard?
Well, would you put a tent next to a bear like that?
Yeah, 'cause it's stuffed. There's no issue there.
I still wouldn't. No. Few, says Paddy, I thought Tubman had left Japan OML. Oh, had left Japan, right, I see. I don't know if it would have been awful. Up the electricity.
What? Scroll through a couple more pictures on. Let's see if there's
I won't read
any
all of these
electricity. No, there's no electricity in that picture. Maybe that bowl's just electric food.
He's on whatever the bear's on.
Richard Tubman's hit tough times. There's not one. There's 4 pints there, all for him. You would assume.
Maybe
Why is he taking pictures of beggars?
Maybe he
It's a
means
bit rude.
electricity as in like the rock being electric. Maybe he means the sheer electricity of his trip around Japan.
No, he's Amish. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Olive Sapporo Tower did a puzzle of the view when I was slightly drunk with a friend after we visited. Stay safe. That's good advice.
Oh, God.
people are just really into it now. People are liking the idea of
People have
Tubman.
always been into it. Where the
Up the
ones...
spring onions.
Oh, no.
And now Richard's going to break all their hearts by coming back here.
Yeah, Nerdy Hipster says, can't wait for the shoot fight between you and Maffew. Cheers.
He would batter you.
He's an MMA
Oh,
boy.
there's no hope in hell.
Those legs he's got now.
I was going to say I can outrun him. No, I can't. It's got his bike. Bloody hell.
Well, that looks like human flesh,
Yeah,
doesn't
where's
it?
the rest of it?
Oh.
Oh, okay.
We need to go to the next picture and hit
And
that
the
big
next-
left. That's the one. Left, no, further left.
The big left.
Go on,
That's a
hard
little
left.
left. There you-
Massive left.
There you-
There we
hard
are.
left.
There we
Yeah.
go.
He went to the wrestling.
Oh my God,
Of
John
course he did.
Moxley. Was he in the tent with him?
Aye.
Dick Tubb says, seeing a Moxie death match at Karukan Hall was good fun. Paddy says, Max versus Tubman gives me Rock versus Hogan vibes. Show 10 to boo, says Jingo. Looks like he stood in an Italian restaurant, says Backflip. Maybe Jack should visit one.
Okay.
Oh, God,
my
says, listen
God.
here, buddy. You don't get to tell my friend Jack what to do. I'm tired of all this talk
Who's
about
that?
restaurant this
Who's
weekend.
this?
How about you go to Italian restaurant Buckaroo?
What a promo that is.
Backflip says, bold to assume I didn't comment this to Italian restaurant whilst on my laptop.
Owned.
What's
Hands
going
down.
Up the
Well,
tent.
thank you got the win for trying to defend me there. Cheers.
Moxley vs
God.
Tubman. Mox versus Cum Dragon versus Dick Tubbs. That's a match I'll put it in.
Up the...
Z-Lister Lukey says...
That's Luke.
Oh,
That's Luke.
that's him
That's
out
Luke.
there, is
Yeah,
it? Saw the guy in a while, OK TV. Sadly didn't
So
see...
the guy in white, he's pointing at the guy with the white shirt.
Oh, right.
Charge him to a Tokyo Dome bicycle death match, says Nav. Can we see what other photos are in this little category?
That's it. There's
Oh,
no,
just one, I see.
there's no soft left. All right.
Right then.
Should give Moxie a tent pole to put up some full... Up the tent, up the Mox.
Up the tent, indeed. I don't know if we'll get any more tent pictures now that Richard's sort of starting his return to England, isn't he now?
Yeah, he can't put up a tent
Well, I
in
believe
the,
that he's
the
made.
airport. They frown upon them.
He's made Sapporo his like base now until he comes back. So I don't think you need the 10.
Rest in peace to the tent.
Yeah.
We should maybe hold a moment's silence now for the tent. I didn't think we'd actually do that, but we did. That's the segment.
Don't talk during the silence.
Sorry, it's disrespectful to the tent.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
The Hall of Fame. In condescending order from last week, the cultural differences between Brits and Americans, in brackets, who I love, 18%. Never mind, Jack, they don't
That's
love you.
all right.
All-day English breakfasts, 25%. Ugh. But Ben Potter, religious man from the Church of Osprey and Omega or something, 57% whole.
I've got
Bloody hell,
context.
Ross.
He messaged me because he must have listened to the podcast. Also, let him know.
Oh, she goes up those mountains, doesn't he?
He does go up the mountains all the time. Let me try and find this little thing from Ben. There he is. Ben Pooter. Up the Pooter. Hello, Ross. Thank you for your Hall of Fame nomination. To give you some context, I visited Hexham Abbey and they had a dressed up section. Couldn't pass up the opportunity to cosplay as a monster. So he was dressed up as a monster last week.
As a
Was he? I
monster.
thought it was a...
Unless he's just...
Because that auto-corrected from
Because
Monk.
to be fair, to give you cum context, I guess there is auto corrections in there.
Oh, that's some horrible-
It might be a monk from a monk.
He's doing a political statement.
But to be fair, we're sent on 11:10 in the morning, so I doubt Ben would have been razzle-razzled then.
I'd be up halfway up a bloody big hill, wouldn't he?
It would have been. I'm trying to think. Yeah, it makes him a 2-time Hall of Famer, Ben, because the first time he got in was Ben Potter, King of Mountain.
That was me.
That's right. So Ben Potter, 2-timer.
I'm on a real bad dry spell of Hall of Fame picks at the minute, and I need to get back in soon.
Oh, well, you have to wait your turn because as the winner of the thing, Ross goes first.
Well, travelling back up north on Sunday, sat in King's Cross, the big board where all the train times are.
Yeah.
They've got like a LED board right next to that. It's got like a rotating Sky News thing.
Oh, yeah.
And Joel, and you know what Joel sounds like, I guess. Well, some people do. It's like, oh, hello, I'm Joel.
I love Liverpool.
I love Liverpool.
Even though he's not from... Anyway, sorry.
I've got COVID again.
Just out of nowhere, we all eating our cheese toasties at the Giraffe restaurant in there.
Yeah.
Oh, what a great toasty it is. Yeah. And all of a sudden, Joel's like, no, that can't be true. And he gets on his phone. He's like, hang on there, let me Google it. And he's like, get it up, please, Owen. This is what you found. And this is what he said when he said it. Mexico. Mayor marries alligator-like reptile who he calls Princess Girl. To which I then responded, did the alligator wear a wedding dress? And he scrolled down a bit and he's like, yeah, it does.
Oh, my God.
And the raptures of laughter that happened around that table could have been heard for several yards in the King's Cross.
This is one of those things, isn't it? This is one of those things where you're all tired.
Yeah.
And you're a bit delirious and something just sends you over the edge.
We drank too much, we slept too little. This is the result of it. I find this thing
And so did
hilarious.
he, right.
So if you scroll down a little bit more, please, Owen. A mayor in Mexico has married a female alligator-like animal, which is like a Michael Cole structure. It's an alligator, isn't it? In a traditional ceremony, which is believed to be good fortune for his people, Victor Hugo Sosa wed the Cayman reptile called Alicia Adriana.
Oh, look at her name.
As they reenacted an ancestral ritual.
Wait, wait. Alicia Crocs. There we go.
Alicia Cross.
There's a bit of bloody news you missed this week. She was shooting at everybody, wasn't she?
She was. She was. It
Up
sounded,
the fox.
I was glad she managed to vent and get the issues out with the company. Sounds like she was left out to dry in some aspects and things. She wasn't allowed to respond to the claims made against her for so long, but she went on Twitch and blasted everybody.
Get her in the casino battle royal.
Yeah.
Who was it who got dragged by, as the kids like to say? She dragged them. No,
It was Rollins and somebody who...
Strowman.
With
the hotel room thing.
Yeah.
Bursting through the door when she was having a bit of a tough time with it. And, Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if we can say it in full, can we? Well,
no, this is things that she claims. Let's go back to the C
I need
segment.
to catch up on this. But yeah.
It was all her saying it, but anyway. So
back
on
to the
this.
funny man marrying the animal.
Back to so I know why Ross is doing this because obviously the bits we talk about furries have been such a hit. Now we're moving on to scalies.
Sorry.
Well,
I got
furries
it,
are people who like furry animals or personas.
Yeah,
Scalies are people like
There's a reptile
lizards.
one, yeah.
So what if you
Reptiles, snakes.
what are you classified as if you're an angel? Is the wings the furry part?
Then you're a feathery.
I don't get that,
feathery.
Angel.
That's
That
what I
was a
made
new
that
one
up.
to me. I think it was a bit
'Cause
bollocks, to be
that
honest
was
with
in
you.
the furry quiz. That was
bollocks, that quiz.
We're all
An
wolves.
angel.
Owen, do the persona quiz at some
No,
point.
I'll do
in
it
this
different. We'll
podcast.
get a better one.
No,
than just
no,
he's
we
going to
need
be a
to find
wolf.
out.
I'll spoil it now. It's a bloody crap
He
quiz.
might not be a wolf. Spoilers.
What's your
we're
favourite
all
animal,
wolves.
Owen?
The quiz, yeah. It's a quiz that finds out what your fursona is, which is a furry persona. We're all wolves, apart from Ross's girlfriend who got angel.
Angel, yeah.
No, we'll do it a different way. What was the first Disney film you watched that made you feel a bit weird? And
We
why was it
can't-
Disney's Robin Hood?
We can't make him. Marion was such a babe, but we can't make him. He's got to do the quiz.
Yeah, right.
No, hang on. When I said that I fancied the spider from James and the Giant Peach, people mocked me for that.
No, it just came out of nowhere. It's like, what's Jack going to do for Hall of Fame this week? Maybe the
Looking back-
concept of the sun. And
Looking
it's just like, oh no, I was horny for the Spider Girl. There was no warning or setup for that, pal.
Looking back, she was quite like a sultry French lady.
Right,
like
right.
it was meant to seduce children.
She worked for the BBC.
I was a child at the time. Anyway. right.
Anyway, Mr. Souza said about his alligator. Oh, sorry,
Just like alligator-like creature.
alligator-like structure. Yeah.
Thank you, Cole.
I accept responsibility because we love each other. That is what is important.
Oh.
Can you imagine right, being hungover and sleep deprived and reading this article? It was fantastic in the station. There he is.
Oh my god.
Poor alligator.
Yeah, that poor alligator.
Of course, we need to know if they did indeed consummate the marriage.
God.
What machine things happening?
I don't know. She's had her snout trap shut with some rope.
Yeah, it's not very nice.
Oh, you know what she's like after a few drinks. That's lovely.
I feel quite bad.
I feel bad
alligator
for the
now.
animal now. I'm sober and fine. It's quite sad, really. Isn't it?
No, that's fine.
The animal should be in a lake somewhere, just
Animals been
having a good
forced into a
time.
dress. Which
I
is,
hope they let it when they after this thing's back, they let it back in, but they get to keep the dress.
How's this been allowed?
It's Mexico. Anything can happen.
Okay. I remember Carl Pilkington's episode of when he went to Mexico.
yeah,
and
the
he
Lucha
was,
Libre, right?
He was like, I quite like it here. You can just do what you want.
Jesus. Well, yeah, and he was right.
yeah.
Carl Pilkington did nothing wrong.
There's a bit where there's like a festival in the street and there's people just setting off fireworks. No health and safety. It's just going mad. I don't know whether it's just certain parts of Mexico, though.
You can do that in Bish.
Is that
Anyway, yeah, that's
But,
a lovely pick.
Hope they have a lovely life together.
For as long as it lasts. How are we going to word that?
I don't know. I'll work it out when we get there.
Wow. It's me next. I have had a look online and there's a wrestler who's doing his thing in England right now. I'm like, okay, this is looking a bit silly, but now it's actually gaining momentum and he's booked for your favorite promotion, Jack, Solve Pro. Is of course the uprising new star.
Wait a minute.
I thought you were doing a thing with him.
It was literally on my 30th birthday and I couldn't go because it was on my 30th.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, yeah, I like Soft Pro, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Shotty Horror's the bloke behind it.
There we go.
yeah. Anyway,
So
he was,
Shotty Horror has
he was on
booked-
Desert Island Graph.
That's right. So it's booked the coldest star, I should say, of the English wrestling scene right now, who is of course Blue Kane.
Now I know. Yeah.
So if we go over to the thing, we'll click the one. Here's Blue Kane with the blue side of the ring, video trailer and stuff like that. But if we scroll on down, he's in a lovely video this week. It's even better than that. I'm ready to put on a thing. Yeah, there we go. If you click that one there with the guy with the mask, his full entrance, Blue Kane full entrance, 4K, Ultra HD, beautiful 60 frames per second. That is a guy I can't remember the name of, but he's looking all right. So we'll just leave it
Phone
with...
jacker, innit?
Yeah, there's Phone Jagger. So leave the music off so don't get sued. So
What's he
he's
coming
gone,
out to? Is it Kane's theme?
Can we sing it up now? That's taking forever, isn't he? Ruined that moment. Bloody hell, sorry. No.
This guy
Blue
rings out a
Kane.
little
Sorry, this
dance, isn't
is killing me now. I thought it was going to be a lot
Well, he's
quicker than this.
thawing, isn't he?
Here's Blue Kane. Unlike the other Kane you may or may not have heard about, and may or may not be trademarked, this Kane does not have the powers of fire and sometimes being responsible for his parents' death and sometimes not be. But instead, this Blue Kane has the power of ice and snow.
Oh!
Wow.
Bloody
That's
hell.
right. Blue Kane has the power of snow
It's lovely, that.
and not being bad on Twitter. So
Oh,
obviously
wait.
the
It's in
proper
his
version of
hair.
Kane.
That really came down. I thought this was like After Effects.
No, that's real
Oh
snow.
my God.
You thought the blue Kane would not have the...
Don't laugh at me.
I don't think they have the budget for fake stuff.
Oh, right.
over the top rope like the proper unofficial
Hang
Red
on.
Kane, who's
You
not
don't think got the
affiliated.
budget for fake snow? That's not real snow, then.
Yeah, the budget for snow.
Get out in that street.
So
Start
right
gathering.
In July.
You have to Amazon Prime some snow. So yeah, that is Blue Kane.
I might as well get him before you get the pantsuit off and buy
Yes.
the WWE.
I'm sure I put Blue Kane in about 3 years ago. But now it's good to see him doing his thing.
Oh no.
Yeah. Because I remember it because I put him in. I nominated him for the Hall of Fame. And then he was like, thanks, Maffew. I was fuming with Blue Kane.
Damn it.
Do you know who's under the mask?
Yeah, do you know who
Yeah,
it is?
Kane.
You don't have to say his name
I think
on the
I do,
podcast.
but
Oh.
then they said, "Can you not tell anybody?"
Oh.
But I did the thing with Tom before this, and I did say it. So.
Okay.
Oh, well, if you said it there, you might as well say it here. Who is it?
Glenn Jacobs. Yes.
I see.
I don't know, but it's a funny wrestling meme, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is my pick, Blue Kane.
Blue
I
Kane.
apologize for people who listen to the podcast. I'm sure you'll tell me on Twitch when I see you that I've actually done this before.
No,
Bollocks.
I did it before.
Oh, someone's already done it before, but did it go in?
Someone's.
If it didn't get nominated, it's okay.
I
Nominate a
can't
second
remember.
Time, right?
I don't know.
2-time award-winning.
Maybe.
Blue
Like
Kane.
Ric Flair in the Hall of Fame.
And Ben Potter.
I'm Ben Potter.
That's right.
And Ross's
Ben
jeans.
Potter and Ric
Although I
Flair
think only
always
one
spoke
of
about
your
the same
jeans might
sentence.
have gone in.
I can't remember that far back. One definitely did.
They were different pairs of jeans though.
Yeah.
Jack, you can save me from this bit. What have you got for the Hall
Mine's
of Fame?
not exciting or anything. It's just I'm obviously behind the times on the films because I spent about 10 years not watching any. Recently been catching up on films and that. And since I started rewatching films, I think I've maybe seen my favorite film that I've seen since I started rewatching.
Oh, like ever?
So it's not
Ooh,
my
okay.
favorite film ever, but it's up there. It could be one of my favorite films ever because I watched it. I just thought absolutely unreal.
Go on.
It's Grand Budapest Hotel. It was phenomenal. I've been watching them because I've been watching a few Wes Anderson films because obviously Asteroid City's coming out. Owen went to see it the other day. Said it was his first Wes Anderson film, which is like being thrown in the deep end. I think quite weird.
It's good though.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, the Grand Budapest Hotel was excellent. It's you bloke Voldemort. Have you seen it?
You broke Voldemort.
He plays Voldemort.
Reginald.
Fines.
Yeah.
You know him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just funny. It's when people say like, "Oh, you know that guy." It's the name of the character they played. It's like,
Have you seen Grand Budapest Hotel?
I have it like ages ago.
I thought it was-
Loads of people are in it, aren't there? It's like an all-star cast.
It was a proper there was loads of people in it. Saoirse Ronan as well. William Dafoe, Jude Law, and many more as
Yes.
well. Anyway, it was
Blue Kane.
you know when you just feel like you really get it. You're like, I get what they're doing here, and I'm finding all the bits funny that are going to be funny, and I'm finding all the bits sad that are going to be sad. And I was like, it's just really good. So I've got no funny kind of anecdote to go along with it. I just thought it was brilliant. There you go.
That's nice. I'm glad that you're getting into Wes Anderson film.
Just in time.
It often feels like I'm in one when I'm talking with you. I mean, have you seen The Life Aquatic?
Even I know that's a bar.
The characters are so awkward in the Wes Anderson film. He said a really nasty thing there.
It was a good joke.
No, I've never seen The Life
I thought
Aquatic.
you appreciated it. And he gave me a frowny face.
No, I've never seen The Life Aquatic. No.
Oh, it's good.
I've seen Darjeeling Limited and
yeah.
Moonrise Kingdom.
Yes.
Yes.
No, they were great.
They are. I've watched his best ones apparently.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan. Fantastic Mr. Fox, he directed
Not
that.
seen that.
Oh.
I've not
Oh,
seen.
is that the one with George Clooney in?
I think he might play the fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that
He also did Isle of Dogs, which I've not seen.
I didn't see.
Rushmore,
that's a good
Raw
one.
Tenenbaums, and what's it called?
Naming all the films he's
bollocks.
done.
Yeah, there was the other one, the French Dispatch as well.
Yes.
But I've not seen any. I've only seen the three that I mentioned, and,
Yeah.
and this was by far my favorite one so far. Though it was peak Wes Anderson, and now that I watch films, I can say things like that.
I used to be, I think I'd say to people, goes, hello, you might know me. I look like one of those guys that has one line of dialogue in a Wes Anderson film.
It's
Yeah, you get it, yeah. It's like, there you go, Wes gets it. You're cool.
I wish. We went for a curry in the Isle of Dogs last weekend. It was lovely.
Where Millwall is.
I don't know, but it was lovely.
We
around
are
there.
Millwall, super
And then
Millwall.
I went to the Amazon shop for the first time.
Oh, they've got one there, have they?
You know what I'm
What's it
talking
like?
about? What you do is you scan a QR code on the window, walk in the door, scan the little gate thing as you walk in,
yeah.
and then pick up what you want and then just walk out.
That feels wrong.
It times you. You get your receipt maybe half
Timed?
an hour. You get timed about half an hour later. You get your receipt through. You purchased. I just got a bottle of water just to be safe in case I got charged 75 quid because I don't trust that technology. How does it work? And it's like you've bought one bottle of Evian water, £1 and 10 pence, whatever it was, and you were in there for 1 minute and 9 seconds. I could not believe my eyes.
So like the employees, you're getting timed on what you're doing.
Basically, yeah. But there's only one
Jesus.
employee in there. Well, to be fair, there were shelf stackers, and then there's some lass at the front just making sure nobody actually just hops over the barricade, circumvents the stuff.
We are heading
Wow.
for like a robot apocalypse.
Yeah.
With all this trust we're putting in technology.
That's what I mean, like, Cena, don't wait till 2026 to come up with it. Come over here now.
When I went, when I was doing one of my warm up walks for then my big walk that I did, one of the days of my warm up was like Sunderland to Newcastle, and on the way I took like a weird route like through kind of like towards Gateshead, and I walked past the big Amazon store, which is out like Gateshead Way on the outskirts of Gateshead, and it was like the size of a town, like the Amazon warehouse. I was walking past it for ages, and I kept looking and being like, I'm still halfway down the Amazon store.
It's Gateshead's Mount Fuji.
It was honestly, it felt evil. Like it felt like a corporation. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. On those happy notes, that's your pick for Hall of Fame. It's a nice one. I can see you doing more film. Are you going to be doing the double header of Oppenheimer and Barbie?
Probably not. No.
Oh,
I know everyone is. People have been saying that those two films are the best things that have happened to each other in terms of marketing.
Yeah.
Because they're opposites.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I don't trust that Barbie film. Something's going to go dark in it, isn't it? Something's going to go wrong.
Yeah, Oppenheimer's going to make a cameo at the end. I'm putting a team together, Barbie.
I like Ken putting the misconception about his job to rights. I've seen the trailer
What
for
does
that.
he say?
Some people think I'm a lifeguard, but I'm not. My job is beach. What a liner.
Yeah. Nice.
Great.
Yeah. I tell I'm forward because people are saying, like, I'm sick of all these films that are coming out where the directors, for some reason, like, no, I want the film to look like Candlelight. So it's really hard to see what's going on unless you've blacked out all the light sources in your room or in the cinema. And his Barbie's colourful as hell going, nah,
There was a shortage of pink paint, wasn't there, in the world? Because whoever the director was wanted physical sets.
Yeah.
Painted pink.
It's mad, the effort they've gone to.
They're saving the pink paint industry.
The other film that's been tipped to do well this year, but it's not out over here yet, is Past Lives. It's just like a American romance film about two Korean, or like a woman who's a Korean immigrant, and then an ex-boyfriend comes over from Korea, but she's married now, and it's like, what's going to happen? That's another one that's meant to be good.
Sounds like an Avril Lavigne song.
It does. Yeah. It does.
Is she still with a new boyfriend? Avril Lavigne.
Who's
I haven't seen the film
A
yet.
rapping man.
Oh, yeah.
I've forgotten his name as we sat here now. I just remember seeing it on Twitter a little while ago. Oh, by the way, up the threads. Are you on threads yet?
As of today, when Fraser said, "Oh, Maffew."
Fraser.
I said it. I've actually been rewatching Frasier, the TV series.
TYGA.
Rack City,
Rack City, bitch. 10, 10, 10, 20s on those.
Yeah.
We're watching Frasier, the TV series.
Look at the paint on the car. Yeah, what about Fraser? Sorry, Threads.
Yeah, Threads. So I came in and he says, you need to get on quick. And I went, all right, cool. So I've signed in. Because I had one sleep and then suddenly there was a new social media thing that's kicking Twitter's ass. Because Twitter it's already been, on fire. But now it's properly on fire.
I was loose just before Money in the Bank with me cocktails and Las Iguanas. And then it came on. Twitter has restricted access if you're not verified to 600 tweets a day or whatever it was. 6,000. I forget what it was. 600. Is it 600? It's scandalous.
Have people stopped licking his ass now? Or do people still do it?
There are still people
really defending
No, these people will always exist.
Right.
And you're like, wait, all the evidence points to this being he's lost more money than any other human being in history. That's his record now.
Right.
And now he's using the Threads to set up that hot cage match that's going on. Or not, because his mum said he doesn't want it. Whatever, I don't want to care about these bums. Hall of Fame. What do we have? We have Ross's pick of
Mexican mayor marries alligator-like structure.
It's going to win. It's going to win the Hall of Fame. It's going in.
Top that. Blue Kane. Blue Kane.
Grand Budapest Hotel.
The Grand Budapest Hotel. Those are your picks for Hall of Fame this week. You can vote for them by going to patreon.com/Cultaholic.
And you can follow Cultaholic Wrestling on the Threads.
Oh,
we're on there. Fraser got it sorted last night. Oh. Good for him.
Are we Cultaholic Wrestling?
I think so, yeah. They'll be on there, though.
Yeah.
This is This Week in the Wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
This week in wrestling. Smackdown, the EST incarnate. That's good.
She battered everyone. Like Brock Lesnar.
Shibata. No,
Shibata
it's on
everyone.
AEW. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn retained the tag titles against Pretty Deadly.
Oh.
Their bralettes were fantastic this week.
I saw your interview with them because you said which one of you comes up with all the schemes, and they got really offended almost because they were like, "Are you saying someone else comes up with our?" And he was like, "No, which one of you two?" And they were like, "Oh." Yeah, they seem to be in quite a good mood considering they just lost the chance to become tag team.
Well, we're happy to see a fellow Northerner.
That took place on Friday morning.
Oh no! Oh damn!
Which is a thing we all overlooked who were there. Shayna Baszler didn't have a title belt on Friday morning.
Oh.
We were just going, she's forgotten that belt. Not thinking, maybe it's a bit of a little foreshadow.
But maybe she should have had the belt with
Chekhov's belt, yeah.
Oh.
I appreciated Michael Cole, that is, emphasizing Pretty Deadly, they're pretty game. See that? They made the entrance. I'm like, hey, that's true, but I love the back existed code breaker called by Wade Barrett the Dry Martini. I guess because we were shaken and not stirred. Love them cheating on using the ring canvas thing to hide underneath, then sneak behind for a cheeky roll-up.
They're already repeating their ingenious things. That was my main worry in that question, saying like, how many have you got left? And it turns out not many. Because I've already done that one, the old twin magic with the ring skirt.
Yeah.
I like Kevin Owens' his Strowman Express on the floor for a hot tag was fantastic. The thing we all picked up on in the arena was like his injury angle is just an angle because there was no trainers around him at any point. Like even when he was like off camera, you'd expect like a trainer to be there if it was real. So it was just a storyline thing. So calm down, everybody. It's fine. And the spilt milk wasn't going to be kicked out of a game with Sami saving it there, the most protected finisher outside of the end of days in wrestling, you would probably say.
I would say so. End of gaze, as Michael Cole might say.
My God.
I can say it. All right.
Goodness me. And I thought the finish came around quick and it was a little bit formulaic. But it just felt like a bit of a house show match in the end for like what it maybe could have been. But I guess Pretty Deadly haven't really been built up that much yet.
What was the
I agree.
response like for them live?
Pretty loud.
Okay.
Pretty loud. But I don't think everyone knows they're from England, which is a weird thing to say. But they've barely cut a promo on SmackDown, have they?
Yeah.
And not a lot of people watch NXT. But I found out this week that over 200, when they do the, I know they mean little these days, but when they do the TV viewership figures in America, there's like a 200,000 difference between Collision and Rampage at 400 odd and NXT at 600 odd.
Whoa, the war is back on.
I know. I was just thinking, like, when everyone has a go at us, going like, oh, no one watches NXT. Well, it turns out, if we're going as that as the
Do
barometer.
people have a go at us?
Yeah, they do in the comments, yeah.
Oh, I
So
thought
that
people- I
we're
thought-
watching it, so you don't have to.
I thought people
And then
enjoyed
when
coverage
something
of
like this
NXT.
happens, when a Waller or Deadly comes up, you go, oh, I know all about them, thanks to
Exactly.
Ross and Jack's analysis.
Yeah, I
And
do
yours.
feel proud
Nah, I
of
don't
all
have
of the
anything good to say.
NXT lot when they make it to the main roster.
Like our children.
Yeah, they
They do
are.
that thing where they're talking, the guy talking to the hot lass at the sports went, oh, I see, they're pretty deadly. See, they're pretty and they're deadly.
I tell you can go back in any comment section of any recent podcast, and there'll always be one or two that like, well, the podcast wouldn't be 5 hours long if you didn't spend half an hour doing NXT. What am I going to do? More people watch it. Apparently, if that's the only barometer to go off, though, isn't it?
NXT is the most,
Yeah.
like, it's the bit of the podcast now that I look forward to the most.
It needs it. If you go straight from SmackDown to Dynamite, it's like, oh.
Oh, such a
Not-
radical
Raw
shift in
even,
tone.
sorry.
We need
Yeah.
NXT as a playful little break.
It's a good buffer. What were you saying there? You said the Storm Express at ringside there? Well, were people shocked to see a train arrive? Ridge Holland is annoyed that he isn't getting his match against Solo. But Adam Pearce, he got to say all his English things, didn't he? Ooh. But Adam Pearce gives him a match against Austin Theory instead. If he wins, he gets a US title shot. Theory instead wins and beats Ridge down afterwards, but Sheamus makes a save and chases him off 0-2 for the English.
This was like when Undertaker lost his streak to Lesnar. The fact that Ridge Holland lost a match to a drop kick, everyone was just stunned silence.
Ah,
But then-
no, you're on it.
He did a roll before the dropkick.
But then you look back at the replays and it's the attack from Solo last week
Exactly.
that weakened his Adam's apple so much that a drop kick could take him down.
That's right.
And Theory did bounce his neck off the ropes and did something else to his neck just before the rolly through droppy kicky thing.
That's right.
Okay.
But it's still a drop kick though. I
I
can't
think
get away
if
from
you
that.
didn't have commentary and replays and you're just watching it live, you're like,
That was the
he just
thing.
pinned him with a drop kick.
It was stunned silence in the arena.
It did
Stunned
sound amazing, yeah.
The Yorkshire merry-go-round is a move now. I don't know why, but he just spins him around, then puts him down as like a butterfly suplex thing. Rich did a few nice suplexes, to be fair to him, but then again he lost to a drop kick, which is a shame. Tough night at the office. Even if he did have a weakened Adam's apple.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, UK crowds are not on board with Theory. That's a thing.
He's lost so much steam.
You know when
He's just in this. Is that little old train in the station that the Fat Controller doesn't have the hard to get rid of, but you have no idea what he's going to do.
you know when a footballer starts to kick off because the team has signed someone in their position.
Yes.
Grayson Waller's come up now. If I was Theory, I'd be like,
Oh, what was that lad who was supposed to be? He was doing well in Newcastle United until they brought in Shearer and everybody
Les
else.
Ferdinand.
No, before. No, there was another guy before him, and it was just like, oh, who's our new signing? And then as soon as they got like Sir Les, and then Shearer's like, who cares about that guy?
Paul Kitson.
I think it's actually, yes.
Oh. Up the 90s football.
I remember the concept of him, but not his name.
But interestingly, after the show, there was a dark match. We got to see Theory twice on Friday night.
Oh, you poor bastard.
So it was him versus Rey Mysterio in a singles match. And Theory cuts this promo. It's like, look at this, basically, like fat slob in the front row. He must work at Walmart.
He said Walmart
It's like,
in
do a
England.
little bit of research before you go out and eat.
Morrison's.
Jolly old England,
Yeah.
Pound stretcher. And then Rey Mysterio comes out saying, Austin Theory is a wankor. Everyone call him a wankor.
He's in the
Theory
Sarlacc
is
pit.
a
Stop.
wankor.
Oh.
Theory is a wankor.
They think that we love that word
I know.
so much.
Just be a Rey Mysterio's little mask going like, wankor, wankor.
Theory works at Wendy's, right? English people.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Well, they tried. At least they didn't come out and go, yeah, well, you must all... Yeah, unlike you guys, I don't suck. Unlike Chelsea. Oh, well.
I know you. You're Jose Mourinho from the Chelsea Football Club.
We're going to carry Cross and Scarlet video package. Cross says he's going to checkmate AJ Styles next week.
Yeah, he's not just a tarot card man. He's also a board game man.
Yes.
He's one step away from poker face.
I'm gonna defeat you at the hungry hippos of life, and then you'll see.
Imagine that Towers of Power, but like cards of him and Donald Hudson as a tag team. Just the Towers of Cards, Power, Poker. I don't know.
Bring Duke into this. He's the MVP.
But interestingly, there was a second dark match after SmackDown, and it was this one. It was Karrion Kross versus AJ Styles, which AJ Styles won very quickly.
Yeah.
Good.
Because they're trying to keep us in suspense for next week when he beats him.
Yeah. But I should say as well, for that Rey Mysterio versus Theory match, it was supposed to be Theory versus Sheamus. And then all of a sudden, Rey Mysterio was coming out. So I don't know what's happened to Sheamus.
AJ later accepts the challenge because he has Mia Yim in his corner to counter Scarlett. There is sadly no pop on the SmackDown watch when Mia Yim showed up, which is sad. It's also sad that Karrion Kross is trying to challenge AJ Styles to games. AJ Styles is a massive gamer.
He's got a big room, hasn't he?
He's also a sore loser. If you saw when Rollins beat him in the final of the Up Down tournament that time, and he was genuinely angry.
Yeah. So Kross may beat him at chess, but AJ Styles is going to whoop his ass at Mario Golf.
Well, I hope Scarlett bites him after he called her a poodle on a leash. That's for sure. That's disgusting conduct from a baby face.
Tusk.
Disgraceful.
Tusk.
I'm married.
Bitch.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
He said.
He took off his little kid glove. Actually, I like his gloves. They're unique, aren't they? I suppose.
Yeah.
Ooh, blisters. Ooh.
I don't like them. Bailey puts her Money in the Bank spot on the line against Shotzi. Bailey wins with help from Io Sky. Shotzi confronts him backstage. They beat her up, and Bailey cuts off some of her hair. Not all of it, just a bit of it.
You can't do that, though.
That was a large chunk she got away
That's
with.
not on.
Yeah.
Shocking.
I suppose that's meant to be the desired response.
Yes. Cole said Shotzi's tank couldn't get past customs. That's fun.
The match was basically all about the Hey Bailey chants because they just went on pretty much throughout the entire match. Shotzi got in a few bits, but it was hard to hear a person that cared about in the arena. Shotzi reversed a belly into like a nice backslide, which was one of the highlights of the match for me. There was a nice sliced bread from Shotzi, but then obviously a nice rake to the eye for a rose plant for the finish. We were saying last week, there's not enough rakes to the eyes, and now we're getting them all the time. It's good stuff.
Hulk Hogan used to do them quite a lot.
He did when he was a proud baby face as well.
A lot of back rakes as well.
What a dick.
Yeah.
Logan Paul is Grayson Waller's guest on the Grayson Waller Effect, but he's interrupted by a very popular LA Night. So people need to know, what was the audio like during this?
It was the biggest reaction of even including Roman on the SmackDown tape. And obviously, Cena was by far and away the biggest at Money in the Bank, but for SmackDown, it was the loudest cheer by some distance for LA Night.
Good.
But they don't listen to the fans, do they? They don't listen.
What was the crowd like for Logan Paul?
It was large boos because he's an arse.
Yeah.
I think they do listen to the fans, but they just don't bend to our desires.
Don't you take that Triple H be patient line and believe it. I'm losing faith with this man.
He's practicing for Wembley.
Cody was there and the planets aligned and we didn't do it. LA Knight was there.
Don't compare
the
LA Knight push to the Cody push.
All these planets aligning like Disney's Hercules.
This wasn't LA Knight finishing the story. There's more chapters in the LA Knight tale.
Well, it was the first chapter, apparently.
A Knight's Tale.
A Knight's Tale. Yes.
Santos Escobar and Booch also arrive, and Booch starts a brawl with Logan. This leads to a triple threat match between Santos, Booch, and Knight. Booch wins and retrieves the briefcase afterwards. You silly boy.
Don't touch the briefcase, Peter.
It's like crossing a black cat, isn't it? Just he cursed himself completely. I like that. Everyone came out and was like, hey, I'm not going to win Money in the Bank. I am, blah, blah, blah. And then Booch just ran out and looked, was like, who's this guy? And just blatted him before he could even do anything. That was nice.
It felt like at this point they were building to maybe Logan Paul versus LA Knight to be like a SummerSlam match, because it was just weird how LA Knight was just like, yeah, but I'll do this to him, this then. Oh, LA Knight as well. I'll hit him with a briefcase when I win it as well. Just felt like there was a little bit in there for him as well. Mm-hmm. Logan Paul with a nice line when he's like, you're lucky I'm addressing you, Mr. Mega Manager, MMM.
Oh, yes.
I think that was just a coincidence.
No way. No
You
way.
think MMM are going to be Logan Paul?
Well, no,
No,
he
just
said
like-
to him, you were a manager first. You got called up as a manager.
You're lucky I'm talking to you, Mr.
Yeah.
Mega Manager, MMM.
His point
I
was...
misunderstood. Oh, that was rather silly
That's a
of
good
me.
line,
Yeah,
aye.
I'm going to just be quiet now.
So we know that LA Knight is a student of both the main roster and NXT.
And then a Cole calling Booch manging and Rabbit again, which he's brought back recently.
Just let him be done. It's been too long.
Yeah,
now.
never mind Scarlett being a poodle. Butch is just an actual dog now. Asuka defends her title against Charlotte Flair. Bianca Belair's in the front row and gets a hit with an accidental big boot from Charlotte. Yeah, right, accidental. Belair jumps a barricade and attacks Asuka for the DQ, so an angry Charlotte confronts Belair. Bianca hits the KOD on both women on the announce table, which is very girthy, and stands tall afterwards going, ha ha ha.
I made that sound like she did it simultaneously. It was one after
That
the
would be
other.
amazing,
but
though,
it was
yeah,
still, she still looked they made it look very strong.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Michael Cole calling Charlotte a megastar mere seconds after LA Knight was out there.
Ah.
Wade put him right. Good on Wade.
Yep.
Bianca was barred from ringside, but the buying ticket stuff I thought was good. Like, she is the modern day 97 Bret Hart. This is bull poo and stuff like that. I thought the match was a bit like ropey early on, like moves not getting nailed flush like they normally do.
Yeah,
those
it did
two.
that running knee thing. It was kind of like, oh,
Yeah,
right. And
but I guess jet lag and that sort of stuff's going to play a part in it. It felt like they must have been cut for time as well, because it just felt like they were going 100 miles an hour from the start. And I thought it was a bit brave to do, like, have Bianca do what she did. But after a little few boos to start with her, like getting the DQ brought in, she was getting cheers by the end because she looked like a badass.
Yep.
How
And
was
she's right.
how was the reaction to Charlotte?
I don't know, because it was like 3/4 of the way through the show, so it was just a bit like there was noise, but I don't know if it was like defined one way or the other.
Okay, fair enough.
And to be honest with you, we bought a bottle of wine right in the O2.
What?
38 quid.
Were you doing by a bottle
Yeah,
of
why
wine?
did you do that?
We looked at Iceland's website for the same bottle of wine. £6. Because it's fun though, because they put the bottle of wine in two like Coke
Oh, yeah, they
cups.
couldn't give you a bottle.
So you sit there with two like Coke cups.
Like
and
Sam
people think,
Allardyce.
yeah, basically,
Paying
yeah.
away.
You basically just sat there looking like a kid with two cups going hee hee hee, but it's a bottle of wine in there just for the novelty of it.
Oh.
40 quid. That's why I can't tell you what the
Was it
reaction
white
was
wine
for
or red
Sean.
wine?
We had rosé. Nice
Bloody
rosé.
hell.
Oh, no way, rosé.
I know,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
But there was noise for Charlotte. I can't remember which way it was. But I thought it was a good segment, me.
I don't know if I was in the bar. It's good.
No, I was.
I'm being playful.
I went
I'm
in the
sorry.
breaks,
I'm
Maffew.
sorry.
Strategic I am at these shows.
Did the show get better and better mysteriously as it went on? We had a great time by the
When
end.
Rey Mysterio was shouting Wancor, I was on the floor.
Look at Ross. He's wankored. Roman Reigns says he wants to forgive the Usos, but they need to come out and apologize to him. The Usos arrive and insinuate that Solo might be the real tribal chief. They all have a big brawl before the pay-per-view.
Oh.
They're playing a
City.
game, aren't they, these Usos,
I
Jimmy and James.
I was very thankful that they didn't have one team dominate the other one to give a clue as to who was going to win. They just kept it even. I thought that was the best thing.
When they're not really set out to do much in a segment like this before such like a big marquee match.
Just getting us over the line.
Just the fact that they had Roman come out saying, "No, you need to say sorry to me because I'm the only guy in the world who thinks that way," and then having the Usos just say, "But yeah, we think Solo is the tribal chief who looks like he's threatening to leave Roman anyway," I thought was, under the circumstances, a decent segment.
Yeah.
I agree.
Aye.
I agree completely. Very nicely said. It's just a means to an end, which is right next. Money in the Bank. Biggest loss for Romans since this year's Europa League final. Oh.
Yeah, because Roman, yeah. I've done it.
Well done.
Thank you.
You heard it here first. And the first match, Damian Priest wins the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, pipping LA Knight to the post.
Yeah,
One
the
way of putting
camera
it.
work, though, was really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if that came across live.
Well, it was just the fact that LA Knight was getting rid of all, like, it was Nakamura got thrown out
Yeah.
and someone else got the I think they call it the BFG there. The blunt force trauma.
Yeah,
Blunt force trauma. I'm thinking of trawlers now.
Trauma.
Yeah,
When
trauma.
they follow the... Yeah.
And they followed the seagulls.
I did. So it built nicely to him going up the ladder because it felt like, yep, they're actually doing it. Then all of a sudden, Priest was there. And, yeah.
I felt like
Priest.
this match was wrestled very consciously of how wrestling fans perceive these matches, because there was a lot of like, where's so and so, where's thingy, like where's, and it built the tension very nicely. I know that LA Knight should have won, but I didn't particularly mind that Priest won.
Yeah.
But I don't know what you think of that, because
Logan Paul. I was all right with that.
I guess so. Kevin Nash wanted it to be Logan Paul.
Oh, well, he
Kevin
should
Nash,
know.
that's a weird take from him this week in the news, saying that, LA Knight's a copy of The Rock and Stone Cold. I would say, yeah, he is, but who else is doing that to that level and doing it so well?
I thought his whole thing was like wrestling characters, the characters, not the obviously people behind it, but the wrestling characters on the screen were sucking nowadays because they're all like written, scripted by people who hadn't been in the fight and got with a hot girl. And here's LA Knight, the modern day Johnny Bravo IRL, and he's like, he sucks. He's like,
Yeah.
nah, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I've just realised there that if Logan Paul was born 20 years earlier, he would have 100% been in the NWO.
Oh, yeah, he'd have been the 6
Yeah.
in the 6 role.
No,
it
he'd have
would-
been in
and
the
we would
Dennis,
have been sick
he'd
of
have been in
him.
the Dennis Rodman role. Logan Paul.
Logan Paul would have missed practice for
I was going to say, what would Logan have been famous for? Because YouTube wasn't around the 90s.
Oh God,
getting kicked to death behind a McDonald's.
He'd have been a wrestler,
Like on CKY or something.
Yes, that is absolutely what
he would have been in Jackass. Yeah, he would.
The YouTube equivalent of the 90s, what was that? There must have been like reality shows.
Just
on
tape
MTV,
trading.
yeah.
Or like Tarrant on TV or something. God.
Tiz was. There was lots of big moments in the match as well.
Yes.
Like Logan's frog splash on the ladder was really impressive to watch live because the height he got was incredible. Ricochet doing his stuff, the 450 onto another ladder bridge, it killed him.
KSI threw Logan a bottle of Prime to recover, apparently. I didn't notice that at all until...
I saw that and I just thought it was somebody off thing, but it was okay.
There was no KSI chance in the arena, which was a shock when we learned that happened.
He got I think it was a reference to him last time or whatever, like some of our KSI, and he didn't get any pop.
There was loads of
I'm like, oh, okay.
Loads of West Ham fans because they were doing the Pacatar chant for Santos Escobar.
All right.
Just sold my car for Santos Escobar. Santos Escobar.
Two.
Yeah, crabby chants from West Ham fans.
Whoa.
Then we had the Spanish die, I've christened it.
That's good.
Logan and Ricochet. They did incredibly well to even get off the ropes, considering where they both were at the time, and then to walk away having not broken both their necks because they literally did go head first, didn't they?
Yeah.
That was...
Couldn't have it done nice and good.
Apparently the plan was for them to do that and for it to go viral. Yeah. But the degree of difficulty was insane. Like, how were they meant to nail that?
Yeah.
I thought that they did well enough, but like... I
think they saved it really well. People are like, oh my God, they really messed up. And you watch it going, no, all things considered, mate. That was like, well done.
Yeah. I thought that. I did with the fact it wasn't just a perfect, and now dismount off the ladder onto the top rope and off we go.
If they'd hit it perfectly, it wouldn't have got as viral as, look, Logan Paul gets hit by a lovely move. It's nowhere near as nice as Logan Paul nearly dies.
Like Ricochet, you could physically see him dragging him through the spot, and Logan was just off the bottom rope and up you go.
Ricochet was the MVP in this here. Yeah. Bloody hell. He's got that Shelton Benjamin presence now where it's like, okay, you may just be down here the rest of the year, but as soon as a ladder or something to flip around, and you're king. You're all the way up here, pal.
King Ricochet.
King Ricochet, that's right. All the 450s and stuff. It's smoother than peanut butter. I also like Logan Paul trying to start a partnership with Damian Priest at the start. Yeah. If Coffeezilla's anything to go by, I hope he was paid up front. Ricky diving through a setup ladder to the outside.
I tried to watch Coffeezilla's expose on Logan Paul, but I need to really...
There's a new one, isn't there?
I need to block out a good full day to watch it because there's a lot.
Because there was lots of speedrun things come on.
There was the one that came out was it months or weeks? I don't know. Yeah. Time's a weird thing at the minute. But then there was a recent one while we were down in London, I think.
I haven't seen that. I think there's another one.
I think there's a brand new one from Coffeezilla.
Because the Coffeezilla says because look, he shared the thing on Twitter, Logan Paul saying, you got me, kid. Did the Charlotte Flair thing, and then Coffeezilla just replied, wait, when you say well done in your videos, but you blocked me on Twitter.
I'm just having a look now. There you go. Logan Paul scam isn't over was published 5 days ago when we were sat here.
Yeah. So it's so annoying because I know, God, is there any more business where you have to separate the art from the artist more than bloody wrestling? Don't like him. He's a scam artist. He's all those horrible things in his career. Damn it, he's very good at the wrestling.
Damn it. It's a good job that all the other wrestlers sound lads.
Exactly. All the other people are just out there having a good time.
Now it's it's going to be Ricochet versus Logan in a singles match at SummerSlam's, apparently the scuttlebutt.
That'll be good, I reckon.
I think
it'll be like Logan's match with Rollins, was it?
Last year, wasn't it?
Yeah. I am.
Yeah.
I think he'll win though, won't he?
Sometimes.
Logan will win,
Yeah.
Yeah, he will.
Shut up.
No, he will.
Yeah, so that was nice. Shayna Baszler betrays Ronda Rousey mid-match.
We should have seen it coming in her Warhammer 40k gear.
Allowing Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to win the women's tag team belt.
The Horus Heresy, of course.
Of course, the Horus Heresy. The most famous incident in all of Warhammer. That creates so many
Damn
different
it,
things.
Ross, how didn't you see that coming?
Yeah, you
Have you never heard of the Chaos Space Marines?
Bollocks, no.
Don't you feel foolish at how obvious it was now?
I even thought that Ronda's little M on her head was a Midian tribute. But then you go back and look at Midian, and he had the Undertaker signal there.
I thought it was Jimmy Snooker who had an M on his head.
Was it?
Murder charge. Anyway, allegedly. Allegedly? Is it? Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah, he was alleged, but you can't prove it legally.
Okay,
But he's dead, so he can't sue.
We said OJ did it last week. It's fine.
Allegedly.
Again, the shock and horror, not the shock and horror, but the shock of the moment was fantastic because nobody saw it coming. But then you sit back and I'm thinking to myself, the women's tag team titles have been buried again. They're back to where they were when Ronda and Shayna started their reign to try and make something of them.
Yeah.
They've been put second fiddle to a storyline, which I don't.
Do you think they'll become exclusive to NXT?
I
No,
don't-
because the
No,
Cowboy
they've
Girls have
unified
moved
them.
up.
They made a thing of saying it on Raw.
Yeah, but do you think they'll just... Yeah, I guess not officially.
Oh, but you know what?
exclusive to
They're
NXT.
always going down there in NXT now. So I think they're just like, hey, hi, guys. We're going to have a match. All right, cool. Yeah,
I was trying to think, are there more women's tag teams in NXT or on the main roster? And I
proper
don't
ones.
know.
NXT, probably.
What are you on
Cowboy
about?
Girls have come up, though.
Nikki Cross and Tegan Knox is a team to be reckoned
They've
with.
been friends
yeah.
forever. The Cowboy Girls and the Celtic Girls. And
Yeah.
But I tell you what, as well, watching when Ronda does the arm drags and she just rolls them through, like rolls them through over her shoulder. Watching them live is incredible. They look real as real it can be.
I'm concerned that they're going to try and... Because afterwards, Ronda was doing like the Hogan WrestleMania 6 thing down the side of the apron going like, oh, I was so heartbroken. But if this feud happens, surely people are going to cheer Shayna.
They did on Raw.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but you're all right.
But are they going to try and
wording
make
it, if you just showed it for the first time, you're going, I can't believe she's done it to her own partner. But then, yeah, you're right. Ronda's just a bitch.
You didn't set up the ring. She's right. She didn't
It's
set
always
up the
been
ring.
turned as long as the world's been burned. So he did it mid-match, which, as people point out, well, why have you done that? That's outside. I see that fly as well. But the women's tag team titles aren't looked at that well. It's really just been whatever Shayna and Ronda have been doing. So I wasn't that concerned over it because I want to see Shayna versus Ronda. That's what we've been building up to for bloody ages.
When this happened, I looked to my right and Luke was on his feet going, yeah, people really want this feud.
Yeah.
If Luke's the barometer of good taste, which he is.
Of course, he likes us.
Yes.
So he must have something.
But apparently this is because it's been brought forward because Ronda's away. She's leaving.
Oh.
Again.
The other scuttlebutt.
Do you think she'll put her over because she's a pal?
She should do.
Yeah.
The traditions of the business.
Yeah.
She was openly complaining again. We love to see it about when it was something like
Her time was cut
when
short.
when you get your time of the match cut short by 3 times and you still
She doesn't have
have
to.
a great match.
Does she realise that she's Ronda Rousey? She doesn't have to be a wrestler if she doesn't want it. She can just stop.
But when she
But,
does
yeah.
go, I guess that's one thing that'll go missing because she is the one that's not scared to go on Instagram and go, this
That
is
true.
bollocks.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't be slagging her off for being.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
regardless of whatever she likes a person, it's like, yeah, I'm glad that they're going, yeah, I don't care. I'm going to leave.
Yeah, that's true.
She's the modern day AJ Lee.
Yeah. Yeah.
She goes on
Yeah, the
social
noise that
media.
Jack just made, I want to make it as well.
And fella, Travis Brown, is it? He's CM Punk. That's how it works.
Gunther beats Matt Riddle via submission, but is confronted by returning Drew McIntyre. What are you doing here? Who hits him with the Claymore.
3. It's the only time he's actually hit the one that he. Oh, no, it's not. It's not the only time.
On Gunther, it might be. You're right. But yeah, this was a nice. Go on, about you.
Well,
yourself.
I think I should admit that I was very wrong last week because I went, oh, this will be the best match. But it was actually a much more restrained match than I thought it was. It wasn't the same type of match as Gunther Sheamus or the best match ever, which we saw at the Triple Threat at WrestleMania. It was more, it felt almost like a TV match.
It was worked smarter, not harder.
Because of Drew coming back and everyone
to keep it-
forgot about what
Right.
was
Yeah,
happening bell to
exactly,
bell.
yeah.
But I will say, though, even though it wasn't a banger and it wasn't designed to be, it did at least make sense with Riddle's injury to his foot.
I fully agree. Yeah, it
But I
like-
was just a bit disappointed.
Yeah, it was like half what they're capable of doing, but it was like, well, there's no big major feud, and it was worked very sensibly. He goes,
Yeah.
all right, I'm going to go work over your ankle, chops to the ankle.
Oh, yeah, he was
It's
chopping
like,
his
yeah.
foot.
It's like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was basically the story was like Riddle tried stuff, but then Gunther went, just slapped him. That was the story of it throughout.
Those are my favourite Gunter matches when people keep trying stuff and he goes, but then on Raw we had Gunter trying stuff and Kevin Owens going, no, I'm doing it back to him. It was clever.
There was a couple of nice moments, like when Gunther went for a splash, but is caught by the triangle by Riddle. Then Gunther deadlifts him to a power bomb, and then there's the Boston Crab straight away. That was a nice moment, and I did like the fact that the ankle angle wasn't forgotten throughout the match because it often is these modern day kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, sad but true.
Was it like this in my day, watching Seth Rollins hurt his knee and then try and go up for a frog splash? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I hate myself.
Grab a hold now.
I don't.
Slow it down.
Yeah,
They did. Oh, damn it. No, it's gone. Sorry.
big
That's
pop
fine.
for Drew as well.
Lovely pop as people going, he must be going, and Triple H kind of just went, yeah, why do people think he was going? He was under contract for like another year.
Don't know if I
It just
believe that
it
either,
still
yeah.
hasn't been renewed, but he can't go anywhere until
He
then.
just went to get things fixed. This is what Triple H said. because all the dirt sheets are wrong 75% of the time.
Yeah, I love the so passive aggressive. It's like, oh, they're so silly speculating. What's happening with it? We're not going to tell you.
Yeah,
Big Ross Sapp was sat there in the front row.
I think that
Did he tease him? Did Triple H go, a question from that guy there?
No, Ross Sapp didn't get a question either. Which,
well, we didn't have a chance then.
well,
if
that's
he
what I
did.
mean.
Yeah.
It's, maybe they were
What's
picked
going on?
before we walked in.
What do I want to do?
Picking up his keys there.
Where are you going?
They're not yours.
Oh,
Just
keep
carry
going.
on. All right, okay.
I was doing the
flying
thing
with
of-
a pilot.
Oh no! Which persona did you get, by the way?
I've not done it.
You've not done it.
Owen is that embarrassed by his result. He's getting the car keys and starting off mid-podcast.
He's gonna do a Jungle Boy. Just dive in. Sorry, you're Jack Perry.
Thank you.
He's gone out with the hottest bitch in this place.
And the doors slowly open. Oh, it's back. Okay.
Owen's got a fat ass and a
Yeah.
bad attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Drew's back, and that's nice. And so is Green T-shirt guy, who really is at every single bloody event.
He's got a family. His
England.
wife had a green T-shirt. Their kid, I assume there was a kid had a green T-shirt.
Right.
Did you try and take a photo of him?
No, we
would.
were like next to the hard cam where our tickets were.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
that's a
nice.
good,
really
fine
good
position.
view. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's as if they were all performing to you.
Exactly. I was sat there with me 2 pints of wine. What was I going to say? I guess that Drew McIntyre was the mystery man in the photo on the plane that came out just
The airbrushed
when
man.
they blurred them
One of
out.
Stalin's generals, yes.
Where Imperium and Riddle were having a nice time before they beat each other up in London.
Kayfabe's dead.
God,
I
that
wish
was the final
They should
nail.
have separate
Aye.
coaches again.
Despite an appearance for Rhea Ripley, Cody Rhodes beats Dominic Mysterio.
Whoa.
Yeah.
They sang it. They
did.
sang the whole. You
I was there.
sang the whole song.
Wah! Oh,
Oh my god!
battered the TV.
Not the ludicrously expensive Cultatron.
Pints of wine going everywhere.
No, he was up there with the loudest reactions of the night. Maybe it was up there with LA Knight, to be fair.
Whoa.
Maybe. But I enjoyed the match because it reminded me of David Hay versus Nikolai Valuev from back in the day.
wow.
Cody Rhodes being your Valuev, Dom being your David Hay.
Was Valio the one who was an actual giant?
Yeah.
And David had to punch him like.
David Hay was just
Yeah.
like running around and punching him. But again, it felt like a Raw match apart from Rhea just asking Cody to fight him again. But I guess when it's Cody versus Dirty Dom, as they're trying to get over now, I guess that's fine because he's not very, in kayfabe, not very good, is he?
Of
Yeah.
course, yes. Yeah, this was just a nice little TV match, and I liked it. I liked it even better with the commentary. Cole saying, Dom got arrested for jaywalking last night, and he spent the night in the Tower of London.
First of all, jaywalking's not a thing over here. What's that about in America? That you can't cross the road.
Who are you to doubt Dom?
Yeah, that's true. He can. Yeah, he can get
Jam
done.
up guy.
I was so on the edge of my seat waiting for Lesnar to jump Cody after this, but he didn't.
One of these dirty sheets had a right nightmare over the weekend getting everything wrong because we were off the back
Not
of
us,
them.
though.
Yeah, I don't know who it was, but off the back of the reports saying that Lesnar had been flown in on the morning of Money in the Bank to make a shock appearance, which obviously happened on Raw the next night.
Well, there was that one at the Rumble that
concerned by this noise. Is it the electricity making a little?
I've not heard anything.
Oh, is it me with my shoes? I'm very sorry. I'm so excited to be with you. I'm just, my feet are going like that underneath. I'm resting. Wait, here's the noise.
That is the noise. Yeah.
Sorry, lads.
I remember that dirt sheet that got everything. Was it maybe Zero? Or something?
Oh, yeah, I
the
blocked
one who.
them.
Well, Fraser
Rubbish.
scuppered all my predictions for the Royal Rumble because he was like, "Oh, Zero Wrestling News, they're pretty reliable. They said Great Muda's going to be in there." And I should have known. I should have known that Great Muda wasn't going to be in the Royal Rumble.
That's it. As soon as somebody decide to say something like that, as big as that, you're like, okay, if it's not happening, I'm just blocking you and getting on with your life.
Yeah. Sounds
Because
like
then you have other people running up to you and goes, have you heard this? He goes, who said it? I don't know. It's some guy.
Yeah.
Sounds like
I like
Fraser
down the
was
pub.
in London was having a right old time trying to get the press passes sorted or something, but eventually he managed to get through.
Yeah, it was a touch and go situation because our
bloody
tickets were comp.
Oh.
And then there were comp again for Money in the Bank, and then we were like, "How do we get to the press conference if we're just in with the punters?"
Yeah.
I don't know if I should be saying this on camera.
Oh,
No,
sorry,
it's funny. It's
yeah.
interesting.
But thank you to the company for it. But we had to call people and they sorted us out, and then we just got we sat down in our seats, and the lady came out was like, "Are you guys from Cultaholic?" I don't know why I did that accent. She was from London. Are you guys I know. Like,
Howdy now.
It's a foreign country for us up north.
it's almost
so.
France. Are you guys Cultaholic? And we're like, yeah. And then she gave us little wristbands. Then we got ushered away at the end.
I thought you were saying you're a little sweetie lollipop. I would have been the doctor when you were a kid.
That's basically
I'm
what
sorry
Wale,
that you're
that's basically what
Cultaholic.
Wale did to us.
Sorry to hear about that.
The first time I met Wale, that's essentially what he did. He was like, "Oh, you guys," I think he went to Ross like, "What's up, King?" and like shook his hand.
I had no idea who it was.
We know now. Wale. What's he
just
got?
as we
A
go
wolf.
there.
You need to do see if you've got nothing else better to do. Can you see if there's any other better furry quizzes?
Bloody hell. He's producing this podcast.
He's getting angry at the First Soda podcast.
I don't know.
Podcast.
Matthew's
I'm
really,
always doing this.
Matthew's really turned on this quiz this week.
Don't use that expression for this.
Huh?
Matthew turns on the furry quiz.
Oh, come on now.
it's,
Get your mind out the gutter.
It's I'm always like this. Someone starts off as a joke, everyone does it. And I'm like, no, guys, let's take this seriously. Like, Matthew, no one cares.
It would be interesting, though, if you wouldn't mind just doing a different quiz in the background to see if you get a wolf on that as well.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought
Do you
I'd
recommend any?
No, funnily enough, no.
Oh, Ross has it. The following here.
I thought I'd just put over Fraser there because I'm always mean about him. So I thought I'd go like, "Oh, thanks for getting the press passes."
Yeah, he was on. He was on the
He
phone.
gave him a compliment. He did it really bad.
Oh well, you know.
I fair play to Fraser as well for getting the majority of the shorts content done. Like, thank you if you got involved.
yeah.
Like,
Oh.
just in the O2 itself, just Fraser walking around with his little phone, going like, "What's your most unpopular wrestling opinion?"
A lot of fans.
I did like half an hour's worth. That's all I could do. Just let Fraser cry. Fraser loves it though. Fraser's a big fan of doing the old vox pops.
He's
Oh,
so
yeah.
great.
He is good. He's very good.
He's above average.
He's a good boy.
He's a tall man.
I saw the
we found
picture.
out when we saw
The picture of you two with Zelina Vega. My God,
Oh
you look
man.
like the AOP, and she's Ellery.
It reminded me of the first podcast picture. Do you remember?
But Matthew
Matthew being
was sat
silly.
down in the picture.
No, he wasn't.
He was, wasn't he?
I'm not stood in the box. There's also the one was it like it's me.
You, Hornswoggle, and Bryce. You were so tall, man. I couldn't believe it when I
Are
saw
you
you.
taller than Bryce?
Oh, he towers over Bryce.
I didn't have a Hornswoggle around me all the time.
No, you don't. He was mean. He was a mean man.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Very
He's great. I
biting
love him.
sense of humor.
John Cena makes a surprise appearance and says he wants to bring WrestleMania to London. He's trying to do it. Any of the people who, some of these dirt cheats, I think Triple H had a point with some of these. John Cena, WrestleMania London, confirmed. It's confirmed. He's trying to get it sorted out.
Would
right?
they tease it if it wasn't going to happen?
Well, they teased LA Knight winning the bank. So,
That's
yeah.
very good.
I think they're confident someone's just going to come in and buy the rights or whatever you do to host it in your city.
What's happened?
Owen's question
Can't see.
here. You want to eat, but you don't have a fork. I will eat with a popsicle sticks like chopsticks. I will just swallow the food whole. That's what teeth are for. I guess I'll starve to death. I'll just suck it up with my mouth.
Ooh.
What are you doing, Owen?
Yum, yeah.
That's what teeth are for.
That's what teeth are for.
This one is more in depth, by the way. 17 questions.
Oh, good.
Anyway, John Cena has indeed teased WrestleMania coming to London. Grayson Waller was fantastic from start to finish. I can't get over how loud it was in there for him, just getting booed when he mentioned Australia. Obviously, the cricket's going on and stuff like that. And
I
just
didn't even thought about
the
that.
natural rivalry
We
between.
haven't even talked about Johnny
I know, I
Bairstow's
wonder
match.
when the best one we're going to bring that up. But yeah, bloody hell, Jack. What do you think about this?
I think we've been a bunch of crybabies, to be honest with you. And I hate the Australian cricket team. And even I was like, he shouldn't have walked out the end of his crease at the end of the overs.
It's the rules of the game, innit?
If someone had done that
Just
at
not cricket.
junior level, surely the coach would be like, don't walk out your crease until the ball's dead. I compared it to Owen, who doesn't understand cricket, to a quickly taken corner. But then he loves quickly taking corners because of Trent and the whole Liverpool. It's now baked into Liverpool's history.
What did you think of Grayson Waller's promo on the wrestling podcast?
I thought he did about as well as he could have done. But obviously, turns out Cena's not... He's not the most helpful man, is he? He's doing memes and stuff. He's going like, "Can I enjoy a nice time with my friends?" And Grayson Waller's like, "You what?"
Is
And I
that
was
what he said to someone in the
so
restaurant or
it's a
something?
reference to a
I've not seen that.
Cena's getting recorded by someone who's like, "John, can you do the thing?" And he goes, "How about can I have a nice time with my friends?" And he says it exactly the same way as he said it in this promo.
Oh, thank you for translating.
It reminded, but at the time it just came across like Cena's not helping Grayson here at all.
He gave him plenty of time, to be fair, to just
He
say
likes
whatever he
him.
wanted.
He likes him better than he likes Theory.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
And he's a lot better than Theory as well.
Yeah.
I know.
And I liked Waller. Just, wanker. He's like, I don't need to.
Don't need too much.
It's just the, hey! gay. Boo.
It's probably
Sound
true.
respect. Yeah.
Yeah,
God, you're
probably is
handsome.
True, yeah, he's
He's a
man,
handsome
yeah.
man. Whoa!
What's he got? What's he got?
Oh, hell yeah.
He's going to be getting married to a Mexican mayor soon.
Oh,
an
it is.
alligator.
Scaly.
Whoa.
Croc the alligator. Your name is the only thing that about you that's ironic. You are a huge muscle-bound alligator with a rose mohawk and cheetah print shorts.
going
But
on?
your favorite thing is eating people. You'd much rather eat them wild poetry than you have written, or dazzle them with your vegetarian culinary creations. Oh, Owen, get some.
Wow, you're like Mikey from Recess.
Congratulations, Owen.
Give me a name.
What's the Croc? Yeah, Croc,
Croc the alligator.
It's an
yeah.
ironic name.
But you're big
Why
and
is it
scary,
not-
but
why is it
really
not
you're a
Alan?
poet.
Muscle bound.
Muscle
Why is it
bound.
not Alan or Ali or
Croc?
Alistair?
the alligator.
Yeah.
That's
Croc the alligator.
It's bollocks, isn't it?
That's like
Crocodile's
cat.
an
My
alligator.
name's Cat the dog.
Yeah, they're different things.
Hello, cat the dog.
But are crocodiles and alligators different? How are they different?
It's the snout, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
It was a very good segment from
Yep.
Cena coming out, just the shock of it all. I was on my way to the toilet, but then went back. I did a rock at WrestleMania 32.
God, me and Sam nearly died.
We were halfway down
Were
the
you also
concourse
there?
when the
Yeah,
Rock,
oh,
when
sorry,
the Rock
yeah.
came out at WrestMania 32. I had to just turn around and then go back to the seats.
We were all going to get a drink, and then there was like a stampede. Because if you're so mad, you can't go for a drink when the Rock's there. This entrance took about 20 minutes, so we could have done.
Yeah. But this was such a good, just the crowd getting involved like they did, like cheering Cena, which he made a point of, just like he's used to hearing Cena sucks and all that sort of stuff.
He
and
said that as well, didn't he?
Aye, let's just hope someone goes and buys what did they actually buy? Did they, you know when they say they bid on it, like the city's bid on it? What is that for?
Don't know.
I never really understand.
If anyone watches
A
WrestleNomics,
big
let
tax
us-
thing, I think, is the
Right.
what they're looking for there.
So
So I
hopefully-
don't know because I'm not in that business.
Someone does that.
Bailey stops Io Sky from winning the Money in the Bank ladder match, but is later handcuffed to Becky Lynch by Io. She climbs over them to win the briefcase. I thought this was a pretty decent, okay ladder match, but that ending,
Yes.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I almost put it in the Hall of Fame. It wasn't for Blue Kane
I
because
totally-
it was so bloody good.
If it wasn't for Blue Kane, that ingenious finish would have been in the Hall of Fame.
The final sort of third or quarter of this match really saved the day because I wasn't enjoying it at first. There was a weird... Things kept going slightly wrong. Trish kept kind of being awkward. I don't want to be nasty at Trish.
That
'cause-
little thing she did
Oh,
up the
that-
ladder when it was
That
in
was
the apron.
cool, yeah.
That was weird though. It was like in slow motion.
Yeah, she's like Ricochet.
Then she did the Hurricane Rana off the ladder, which was also didn't quite go right.
Yeah, but there was just a bit...
No, that
where-
was fine. It's
it
not
was
supposed to look
fine.
silky
There was a
smooth.
bit where they
Yeah,
were
it is.
all...
It's
Oh,
wrestling.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
There
Yeah.
was a bit where
They're all bums.
They were all trying to do moves at the same time, but it was like they were stuck in their animations and just doing illogical things, and there's people halfway up ladders and that.
It's really hard to have them follow like the guys like Ricochet
Right.
and stuff like that.
But-
It's like because they're not.
but
There's
then-
no women equivalent to that.
But then the
Io
finishing.
Sky.
Well, yeah,
Well,
he was
obviously, yeah,
great.
one of them.
He was really good. She's the queen of the skies,
heard
and also Zelina Vega's
Sunset
Canadian
Bomb.
Destroyer thing. Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah, the Amazing Red getting a shout out because it was a code red.
Yep.
By the Amazing Red.
Is that her cousin or something? I think I heard on commentary.
Oh,
I think
really?
someone said that. And I was
Yeah.
just like, I was too busy writing down. Oh my god, Amazing Red.
She used the flip flop. It didn't really work, so she went, "I'll just do a code red onto that ladder instead of that."
Code
Oh,
red, flip flop.
Another unseen thing from the show, which I didn't think would be a thing, is when Riddle kicks his flip flops off into the crowd, they have someone go out and get them back.
No,
Makes sense.
cheapskate.
I know. But it felt like after that Zelina and Zoe Sunset Bomb code red off the ladder, things just went
Yeah.
up a few
Yes.
gears, and the finish was fantastic. I like the gang warfare bit at the start, like you had Bailey and Io working together begrudgingly, and you had Trish and Zoe doing their sort of stuff, and then the other two were just sort of floating around. And obviously a shout out to Samantha Irvin as well. In her defense, 2 days before Money in the Bank, she was flirting with Rhea Ripley. Oh, sorry, Rhea Ripley was more flirting with her,
Yeah.
and she didn't have a choice but to accept it.
Yeah.
And if that happened to us like 2 days before, we'd still be thinking about it now.
Yeah, to my mate who sent me a shout to Richard and says, in fairness, yeah, we've all got Rhea Ripley on our mind as well.
Yeah.
Bailey of the Judgment Day.
Yeah, I can see why she said it.
Bless her. Yeah, so good stuff here.
Yeah.
And then Seth Rollins beats Finn Balor to retain the World Heavyweight Championship after Balor is attracted by the presence of Damian Priest and his briefcase. Ooh.
I didn't like the finish at all, me.
Ooh.
Did you not?
You got Finn Balor on top of the turnbuckles, ready to deliver another coup de grace
Yes, let's
to
say
a
how they say it.
man with injured ribs, and that's when you choose to get involved. Nah. That's not a thinking man's wrestler. That's not cerebral. You wait until Finn Balor's won the title, which would have happened if you just let him do the move, surely.
Does he not
I
back
mean-
himself to beat Finn Balor unless he really gets in his head long term and he's playing the long game?
That would probably be the case of what actually
But
happened.
it is quite a stretch, though, and I do agree. It seemed silly at the time.
It's the Drew Sheamus thing, isn't it? Look, I like you, but I'd also beat you for a title.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, but the Judgment Day, they're all mates. They're all one
no,
poly,
not
they're all big
anymore.
poly gangbang.
The
apparently.
dam's broken.
I think Balor's probably going
no.
to turn face, I guess, if anyone's going to leave.
Yeah, I think, Damien will be the big Uber heel.
At first, I thought Rhea was going to leave and turn face, but she seems to be good what she's doing now.
I think Balor's just. No, I think Priest is going to be face.
Oh, I think Balor's going to be face.
I think
Look at his abs. He's got like 12 of them.
I've seen them many a time. And then Judgment Day stablemates argue after the match, and it's left with a would he have beaten him there? I did like Seth Rollins coming out with a giant black cross there. Like it's like you're playing a video game. You're
Naughty
like,
crosses,
where
isn't
shall
it?
I shoot?
It was like the most aesthetically pleasing example of wrestler tape I've ever seen. It was in a cool design. I was like, wow.
There should have been a point where Finn had beat him down so much and the Judgment Day just have a game of noughts and crosses. Because it was like a perfect little hashtag design.
Yeah,
wasn't
it was. It was like a tally.
But I can't get past the finish, me. Like, of all the points in the match to get involved, when Finn's just about to win, that's when you get involved. Nah.
That just means we can do Finn versus Rollins rematches on Raw, and he was like, I've still
We could
got
have done
that
them
one.
anyway, with the title on the other man.
I found it a little bit, maybe it would have been a more compelling story if they just let it go and said that there's going to be tension between Priest and Balor for now, because obviously Priest's going to want to be higher than Balor in the pecking order now. He's got a briefcase. But they've really kind of hammed it up anyway. So
You know, I'm enjoying Monday Night Raw so much, and SmackDown as much as like just TV programs to watch, that I'm just treating this like it's bloody Emmerdale. I'm like, oh, that'll be good next week, and all this other stuff that's going to happen.
Zach
So-
should have sat down
Yeah.
and let Kane and whoever, Eric Pollard, do their business in the ring. Rollins is Eric Pollard.
Which side is he? Zach Dingle joined the Pollards.
you got any
God.
Brookside characters you want to throw in?
Never watched it.
Never watched it. I thought
Why
it was
not?
the law.
Too young, aren't you? Too
Oh,
young.
too
Oh
young,
yeah, actually,
yeah.
you're like 10.
Do any older family members big Brookside?
Is your dad Jimmy Thingy?
I don't know none of them.
My dad's name is Jimmy.
Is it actually?
Oh
Is he
my
got a
God.
skullet? Like a.
No.
Oh.
Did he find a body in the patio?
My God.
Oh, bloody hell.
Hey.
You've not lived. The Usos beat Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, with Roman taking the pinfall from Jay. Jay pinned Roman for the first time that Roman's taken loss since December 2019, when it was Baron Corbin.
He watched that back.
Oh, yeah.
Corbin, his henchmen are Ziggler and FTR.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's weird, isn't it? You're like, what the hell?
dog food feud.
Yeah, that
Oh my God.
I built that like boring false count anywhere match in Royal Rumble where they just went on the entire stadium, and the build-up was that bulldog mascot. It's me, Roman
Wait, I
Reigns. I'm
thought it's-
stupid. Oh, it was wank.
I thought his Falls Count Anywhere match was a good one. Was that against Owens at the Royal Rumble?
I think it's
also?
Owens one.
Yeah.
The Baron
Haven
Corbin
and
was just
handcuffs.
one big like, let's go around here.
Oh, he did a spear on that ramp bit.
Yeah.
I
It's like
remember
the
now.
baseball dugouts. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
But yeah, God, that whole show was awful. TLC 2019. But
Wasn't
yeah, this is what I mean. It's so good now.
Yeah.
So good. All you need to go back a few years ago. Oh, it used to be poo. This was lovely. He got outworked by the Usos, and his own ego got in the way with him. And a loud ass crowd. where
He's
even-
really good with the English crowd.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
Solo hit him. He's like, all right, cool, but tag in, tries to get the pinfall, kicks out, looks really gutted. Bully Solo comes up, gives him the evil eye for just a few seconds, then goes back. Oh, mint this.
Stand up if you hate Roman. So he sits down on the apron and goes to Heyman. This is the worst place in the world.
Yeah, England's the stupidest place in the world, man. Yeah,
I thought it's Solo. You don't realize how thick that man is until you see him in person. Honestly,
you sound like Michael Cole talking about the Big Show.
oh man, he's like twice the girth of Roman. His arms and his chest and that. It's incredible to see him
He's
live.
the real tribal chief.
He's massive, but it doesn't come across on TV as much as it does in person. I thought he was really good throughout the match, Big Solo, just doing his little role and then like teasing, maybe turning on Roman at the end there, as you say. I thought the finish was exactly how it should have gone, because a lot of people were saying like they would have liked Roman to have had the first pinfall when he lost the title in 3.5, whatever, like 12 years by the time he loses the title. But I think when you have the Usos leave him, for them to lose straight away, I think that would have been a bit, bit of a letdown, bit of a, ooh.
The Usos need to win for the momentum.
Oh, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Especially after what Jay did. It was the Night of Champions 2020 where Roman low-blowed him.
The cameras
in the
missed that.
pinfall, Yeah.
They had to go back, and even Cole was like, oh, we missed that the first time, yeah, because obviously Roman's doing that. Oh, I've been hitting the balls face. So.
And then obviously Jay did it back to him to kick out at Money in the Bank. So
Yeah.
oh, it was the right call. Yeah. But Roman's acting on the floor, I thought was pash.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
When he was sad.
Yeah, just when he was sad at the apron, just sat on the floor going like.
He's never been.
I thought, you can't.
That's your tribal chief you're talking
I
about
know
there,
it
pal.
is, yeah, but We didn't have to acknowledge him this time. He didn't turn up to the press conference like they did at Clash at the Castle.
I was
Right,
waiting. I was so hoping that someone would have to acknowledge it.
What would you do? Oh, you'd have to just go along with it, wouldn't you?
Roman, how
I'd like to think I do.
How do you feel about losing?
A little bit cheeky.
Roman, what's your go-to Greg's order, mate?
Do you like Bovril, Roman?
But there was a couple of massive kickouts as well, like when they had the double spear on Roman, then that one didn't obviously get the fall. Then it was the one where he stacked both Usos on top of each other. That was an all-time kick-out. An all-timer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really good end of the show.
Yeah. What a bloody lovely show this was.
It was.
Even if some of the shows were just like, still on TV matches. Yeah, fine. Didn't outstay their welcome.
I feel
Got a lovely loud crowd.
safe in the arms.
You should feel safe.
In the arms of Triple H. With
I
these
feel like I'm
pay-per-views.
starting to slip.
Oh.
He's been holding me up for too long, and now it's starting to slip.
Really?
I'm a big lad. Because LA Knight, it's the second big one.
Oh.
I'm going back there. I'm comparing it just like Cody. The planets aligned. The crowd reactions are getting louder and louder as the weeks go on in American soil. Over here, it was the loudest apart from John Cena. But yeah.
I think you are right, though. It was coincidental that when LA Knight didn't win the Money in the Bank briefcase, Twitter went down.
Actually,
Was it from everyone logging on to go, boo?
I thought it was really ballsy move to not have LA Knight. When it was the first match on the show, I was like, well, LA Knight's winning. Because I thought the crowd would hijack the show if he didn't. Which was a real risk.
that was going to be my question. Is it hard to go against the crowd in that sort of situation?
Oh, yeah, good question.
Paul.
Triple H is like, I don't know. So most of our matches went 25 minutes. In the end, they were asleep, so I couldn't hear them. Sorry.
Soccer's
sorry.
so hard to keep up with.
Nom, nom, nom.
You
Greggs.
guys are always trading your players. It's hard to keep up with.
No, in America, no.
It happens twice a year. Trip Paul.
In America, they trade they had like 12 players at once, 3 different teams, trading them all for salary caps and that. Sorry, do carry on.
No, thank you. Yes. AEW Collision. Oh, I can't believe AEW scheduling the show against Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
Shocking that to me, man. Shocking, honestly. Samoa Joe is a nasty man. MJF beats local boy Kip Morst in quick fashion. He calls out another hometown wrestler, but it's some bloke. But
No, stop. This is my time now.
Ethan Page cuts him off instead and cuts a passionate promo about all the work he does
Sounds
for
like you weren't a
AEW.
fan of this from the tone of your
Today
voice.
is the day he gets paid back. He challenges MJF to a title match. MJF retains. It was nice that the hometown lad got this little shot and everything else. Crowd was behind him. Obviously, he does a lot of work. He's done Alpha Wrestling, I think it is,
Okay.
and whatever it's called. And yeah, the match was nice and lovely, and MJF played up nice. But again, to AEW, another promo about how
Read that line.
lovely. What? When is this company going to pay you back after all the extra stuff you do? Matthew's going to be rolling his eyes. It's every week we get these promos in AEW. They're nothing special if they all do them.
But
Yeah.
it does extra stuff, apparently.
It also makes me worry that a lot of the wrestlers
Like a happy ending.
really do feel like this. Ugh.
Sorry.
I thought you'd be well behind this because I thought he was a friend of yours.
Yeah, I like him. I've been talking online for a while, but whatever. I'm talking about his wrestling character. Like, it's just, it's every week. Hey, the fans, the business, you don't know the tears, the sweat, and the crying, and Tony Khan's a mark, and blah, blah, blah,
To
blah,
be
blah.
fair, though-
On my every bloody week. No one likes working for AEW.
In this instance, it was him saying that was his wife asking him. That wasn't him actually saying. That was
But
his
he
wife
did
going,
choose to bring it up, though.
He did,
Yeah,
yeah.
he could have said anything else.
But it was nice that he brought up his dad from Macedonia and making something of himself, and that's what he was going to do by
Happy for
challenging MJF
Up
for the
to
title.
Macedonia.
I liked, fought with the black belt in Poutine Man, who got,
Oh my God. Sam always talks about how he's a bit Greek. And and people have said that Sam looks like Ethan Page. And then if his dad's from Macedonia, then they're from the same part
I
of the...
don't know, pal. It's all Greek to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
That expression is almost as
Maybe-
old as the concept of Greece.
Whatever, because I've always thought Sam doesn't look very Greek, but he does look a bit
What
like
does a
Ethan
Greek
Page.
person look like?
Don't know. But, just a bit more, I don't know.
Quite Jack. I'm worshipping Ares.
The doggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wardlow's dog.
Little doggy dog.
Oh, yes. God, I could throw that.
Arez.
But yeah, the match is nice. Just maybe moaning because again, it's just AEW. You think it's everything worky shooty. If you can't stand out by doing what everyone else is doing, but it was a nice little match. MJF has been great the last few weeks.
Yeah.
He's looking real jacked.
Yeah.
Big.
God, Adam Cole, hi.
Page sold the knee well all the way throughout. Like he couldn't even do his own moves like all the time, which was good.
He's a really good wrestler, isn't he?
Apart from a leaping Hurricane Rana in the middle of the ring. He leapt up to MJF's head height. I like MJF setting up the finish with the Dragon Screw leg whip because the commentary team told us it's obviously did it because of the injured leg of Ethan Page, but also because of Tanahashi apparently, which I wouldn't have known.
Yeah,
But there we
That's
go.
nice. Yeah.
he does love those those
Two
dragon
fingers
screws. Yeah.
Tony Khan gave him big guns as well when people was like, I don't know if it was brought to him as a question, but it was just, maybe just went online and saw people going, it's just Tanahashi, he looks rubbish. They're going, hey, he's one of the greatest of all time, leave him alone, he's had a hard life.
He has had a hard time.
I mean, yeah, it's obviously we know who he is and how important he is to wrestling because they told us in commentary, he did a magnificent job, but it was funny as well as like going, oh, is he all right though?
He's got the G1.
He fell off the ropes.
He's got a.
He's in the G1, you're like, oh God,
It's bad
poor
because
guy.
it's when you've got someone like Suzuki or Ishii, even though they're slowing down, their style means they can just stand still and just batter people. Whereas Tanahashi's like an he's like Randy Savage. He's meant to be running around and flying off places, and I worry about him. I do.
I think, we're all just concerned. Like, oh, Tanahashi, take care of yourself. But yeah, that's nice. I like the knee work. That seems to be the new cool thing we're doing right now because obviously Swerve. No, don't get the wrong match on I. Sorry, Andrade Ilililul, as Kevin Kelly calls
Oh
him.
my goodness me!
Versus Buddy Murphy. They do
You
all that
sounded
magnificent
like
knee
one
work.
of those little Jawas from Star Wars. You know them? The
That's
lads
right, yeah.
in the cloaks, aye.
Yeah.
And Tatooine, yeah.
Hey, Ross is a Star Wars man here. Don't take a spot.
Sorry, yeah.
Well,
Accompanied by the rest of QTV,
Boo!
Powerhouse Hobbs defeats Dustin Rhodes to advance in the Own Heart tournament.
But he needed the help of QT
He
to do
did,
it.
yeah.
Just let him batter Dustin Rhodes.
Why is Dustin Rhodes sitting like this? Like, oh, that's right, the Dustin Rhodes.
Well, he's like Clint Eastwood. He's the last gunslinger, isn't he?
Which means he kicks out at one.
He's like the Undertaker.
At the spine busters, and he bleeds every match. Moxie always gets ribbed online, probably for good reason sometimes, for bleeding every time. Dustin Rhodes has bled every single match this year.
I did like Renee's angry promo interview with Moxie, where she's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And he's like, "I know it's bullcrap."
What must she been thinking when she saw the pictures of that the stuff this week with the I don't know what they used. Is it bamboo?
I think.
I forget the term.
I think she's.
Spiky things.
Spiky woody bits.
How do you explain that when the child gets old enough to understand what their dad does for a living? Like, yeah, he just likes doing this.
What's the point of doing that though?
Because it looks gnarly.
See, I'll defend deathmatch wrestling because a lot of people are just like don't watch it or haven't watched it. But I'm like, yeah, because it's cool.
I think
even New Japan did. Did you see that? New Japan did bloody. Was it Moxley Desperado?
Tubman was there.
Oh yeah, that was the match.
Yeah.
Jun Kasai and someone else.
Yeah.
But that's a New Japan thing. Jun Kasai doesn't wrestle for New Japan. They're bringing deathmatch dudes.
Yeah, it's weird. I assumed it was like a different big Japan or something. But
Yeah,
no.
that's what I thought. I was like, no, New Japan's bringing in Jun Kasai. Like, all right, he's nearly 50, so now
New
we're trying to bring
Japan
him in.
don't typically like have blood in their matches even, so it was very bizarre.
Yeah. So yeah, I like deathmatch wrestling. I'll defend it, but then just Dustin Rhodes bleeding for no reason against every match, and then kicking out at one. I'm like, what? Dustin, just because you're in the video game, I'm not acting like this. But whatever.
I thought Powerhouse kicking out of a crossroads and then pile driver combo made him look really good.
Yes.
I thought the Code Red was one of the best I've ever seen because they sort of struggled and stalled, and then like the whoopah,
I liked it.
what-ish.
I liked it was a bit of a struggle for him.
Yeah, that was good as well. And as was said earlier there, the shame that Powerhouse needed the shot from QT to Dustin's chin to beat him. Just let him. He should be flattening.
I'd
Dustin
also
at this
like
point.
them to give more of a spotlight to Holly Cameron. We haven't seen enough of her recently, and I'd like to see her more on my TV.
All right.
Oh,
No, I'm being sarcastic. I wasn't.
the biting sarcasm. I like
It's
it.
just because she's in this weird feud now with the Acclaimed, and I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't saying like, whoa, she's all right. That's what he thought I was doing. I genuinely want to see more of her on my TV.
Miro beats Andy.
Owen's buzzing with these thoughts.
Do you want to see more of Rowan? Go on.
I can't say I'm too familiar.
He's not familiar with who she is.
But I also thought you would what Ross was.
No, I'm an angelic little boy. I wouldn't do this. Right, I was trying to shout that.
Please clip that. You might angelic boy. He's a furry. And
You
he's
insinuated a few weeks ago that I was
Well, we're
scared
all
of all women.
furries.
That's right.
You insinuated a few weeks ago that I was scared of all women.
I'm still getting people going. I love that bit on the podcast.
Are you? Oh, little arse kissers. Oh, Matthew, I love that. Please let me follow you on Twitter. Yeah. Can I be your mod? Carry on, sorry.
I don't know. You talk to them. Miro beats Anthony Henry in a dominant fashion. Anthony Henry, love you. Thanks
Why?
for making Miro look good. Why?
Why?
I can remember from the VXV when it's him and JD.
Oh, yes.
I can't remember the bloody name.
Was
Workhorseman.
he portrayed as more of a solid lad then, though, than someone who loses so quickly?
He's more dominant in tag matches. When you show up a singles match in AEW, you're like, okay, he's not winning.
Okay.
Which is a shame because he looks nice, but Miro.
He looks
he's feuding
nicer.
with God. So Anthony Henry had no chance here.
Somehow he's more muscular and leaner at the same time as Miro. It's it's popping.
I
now.
guess I don't know anything about bodybuilding, but if you cut down your body fat percentage, your muscles pop out more because there's less fat coating them. I don't know.
I'd love to see more Miro on my TV more of the time.
I always think about Ciampa whenever he comes back from injury and is just ridiculously shredded.
Yeah, that was the funniest thing when the Gargano Ciampa feud happened. They both got injured in that bloody ladder match of death that they had, and he came back like months later. It's like, all right, I'm finally ready to take you on, and Ciampa shows like, why are you in the best shape of your life now?
Looking like a Dragon Ball Z character. Ridiculous.
Crazy.
To be fair, Anthony Henry got a few moves in, and then
Do you remember at WrestleMania 32 when Shawn Michaels showed up in the best shape? You've got Austin and Foley just kind of plonking out, and then Shawn Michaels comes out like, yeah! He thought it was going to be a match, I think. Bless him.
Bless him.
He took his shirt off because he thought, I'm not wasting this.
Right.
Yeah.
he took down the New Day, didn't he?
He did. And the League of Nations.
The lads.
What a pay-per-view it was. Bullet Club Gold hit the ring. And we learned that Jay White and the Guns are banned from ringside for Juice Robinson's tournament match because the Guns have officially joined. They denied it last week, but they have actually joined now.
How's that fair, Maffew? Why is Powerhouse allowed QTV down there, but your Bang Bang men aren't allowed theirs lads down
That
there?
is actually a really good
I can
point.
only assume
Yeah.
the QTV have political scheming backstage and that's giving them more power. I'm really trying my best.
Or maybe like the viewers at home, the people backstage, like, I just try to ignore QTV whenever possible. But yeah, this was Rock Hard Juice Robinson.
Yeah.
AKA the guy that Jay White makes look good. Other than the other way around, I guess it was supposed to be. But no, I was 100% into Juice here. And what a bloody magnificent match with Juice Robinson tripping up bloody Ricky Starks with
That's
the
why
drop
they
down.
did- that's why they
and
did
that's why I
that.
was like, yeah. When was the last time you saw someone do that?
Yeah.
I bloody loved him after that.
Kevin Kelly bringing out the bag in that moment there. That's,
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you guys do that sort of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not just pointless. Oh, let's just do the international just because that's where Ross stayed at in London. Yeah, they actually did it. I was like, I love him. He's so great now. They're aiming for titles, but interrupted by CM Punk, FTR, and Ricky Starks, who were on the Tron, who welcomed the challenge. Cheers, pal. But yeah, no, this was a lovely little match here.
Yeah.
What are we thinking of Bullet Club Gold yet?
I'm
guys?
getting on board with them.
Yeah.
The
I thought
Bang
we were.
Bang Gang with a couple of new gold members. That's the sort of terminology I'm on board with.
Yes, it
Got
is.
the Midas touch. It's
Here.
touched too much. Hey,
So
gold
many
member.
members of the Bullet Club now. So many members all around the world now. Dan Maloney, etc.
That's a different one though, isn't it? That's not BC Gold.
Yeah, but they've all got like a yearly conference. I don't know.
What's their name?
I know a lad who
The
used to
Scranton branch.
I knew a lad who worked at CEX, and he said once a year there was a thing called Sex Fest.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
Yeah, where they all go and camp in a field. I went, "What's it like?" He went, "It's the most deplorable, disgusting, debauched thing ever." I was like, "All right,
One day there'll be a really good documentary about Sex Fest.
Sex Fest." Yeah,
And it won't get anyone on YouTube. It's called Sex Fest.
yeah.
Yeah, the Guns again saying that there's been a lot of people in the short space, like in the last year or whatever it been, 16 months since the debut. I didn't realize how many people actually was. I enjoyed them calling FTR Fuzzy Wuzzy Bear and Silly Willy Worm. I Google's Fuzzy Wuzzy Bear and Cash Wheeler does look a little bit like Fuzzy Bear with his beard and whatnot.
Yeah.
I couldn't find a picture.
Oh, from the Muppets?
Yeah, I couldn't find a picture of
Oh.
Silly Willy Worm though. But
I think
That's one of the answers in the quiz.
I wrote that promo for them. I don't know what's happened there.
And then the other match, I thought it was a really good match. I didn't know that Juice had a pinfall win over Will Ospreay, which I learned during this match, which is good for him.
I'm
All the
assuming
best.
that might have been when Ospreay was a junior heavyweight in New Japan, but Juice was a heavyweight, so they often beat the juniors.
Is that when he was like a wholesome babyface?
Juice, yeah, he was
Yeah.
like a colourful disco man.
Oh, I remember that version
That's
of
just
himself,
how I can't think of any other way to describe him. Owen's trying to find Fuzzy Wuzzy Worm. Or whatever.
I guess that does look a little bit looks more like pen. Oh, that one down the bottom there. Silly Willy Worm.
Silly Willy Worm.
Yeah, you got the right dude. But
There he
I'm-
is. There's
I'm
Dax
scared.
Harwood.
I'm scared of you
give
googling
that
Silly
guy
Willy
a
Worm.
worm. Give that guy a worm. Give that worm a beard.
Is safe search
I had
on?
to fight my brain to say that sentence.
Okay.
You silly willy worm. Nigel brought up that Tony Storm was Juice's missus, which I think is the first time I've heard that on commentary. When he had a clover leaf locked in in tribute to her.
They can admit it now, though, because they're both heels.
Yeah. I thought it was a ding-dong battle. Like Ricky fighting from underneath, but Juice looking strong in defeat.
Yeah.
That's analysis.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. I think Ricky looked really good by having a match of this caliber with Juice Robinson after he's been batting the background, kind of with CM Punk and FTR and everything else. So
He's
yes,
not
fantastic.
fit with them. He's not fit with CM Punk and FTR.
Yeah,
He doesn't want to be friends with him, does he?
He's too
No one
youthful
wants
and
to be friends with
optimistic. They're the grizzled, angry men.
I bet how many Bret Hart VHSs has Ricky Starks got? I'll tell you, none.
How
Get
many
him out of there.
How many of them were trying to make him sit through? Ricky, sit yourself down.
They went, Ricky, do you want to watch Best of Bret Hart? No.
I want to watch The Rock.
Oh, I lent my tape to LA Knight.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Starks beat Juice. They're advanced the tournament. Yeah, the rest of we just said that, haven't we? Punk and FTR make sure they don't attack Starks. We get a tense standoff.
Yeah.
Punk got more booze than Cheers, I'd say, again, which was interesting.
Yep.
He's my hero.
Christian Cage and Luchasaurus are interviewed backstage, but Sean Spears interrupts. Christian gets in his face, but Spears doesn't seem intimidated and walks off.
Babyface Sean Spears.
They were in Hamilton, weren't they?
Oh, they're in Canada.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the only
right.
reason they did that.
Yeah. But it was nice because Christian says, hey, you're talking to the champ. He continues to have the title on his shoulder.
Yep. I realised what they're doing with Jungle Boy this week, and it's going to be interesting to see how it works.
Yeah.
Go on.
Because they are just making him Christian 2.0
Yeah.
with his promos, and it's not the same because he sounds like he sells insurance.
Yeah. It's like
If
when your kid dresses up as the dad.
Yeah, it's like when he feuds with Hook and he's Jungle Boy saying something like, "Well, Hook, your father's a bit plump." It's not going to have the same Kavorka as Christian going, Jack Perry, your dad's dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is he more
Christian's promos.
is he going to be Christian, or is he trying to be like Flair, like look at all my money and my hot girlfriend?
Whatever it is, hopefully it grows into something, because it's nothing now.
Yeah.
All he looks like right now and sounds like is that bloody guy from the 70s show who is currently awaiting sentence.
Okay.
I had no idea about
Ashton
any of this.
Kutcher?
No. Jesus
he
Christ,
was in
no.
that- he was in
No,
that
for any
70s.
lawyers out there, I did not say that.
He was in that 70s show, wasn't
No,
he?
I can't remember the guy's name. It's probably best to don't say his name, but yeah.
Mila Kunis?
No.
She's the other one I can think of from that 70s show.
No.
That's it.
But yeah, because he's got the look of him with the curly hair and the big old
Is he the bloke
shades.
who was in
So I
the-
googled what he was
The
doing.
bloke who you mentioned in the Social Network, who is a cannibal, and was in the Timothy Chalamet film.
Him.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
there you go. The penny's dropped.
It's okay. Owen.
Yeah, we don't have to see.
Yeah. But
Well,
he's
yeah,
got the
he's-
look.
he's
Obviously,
there.
that the real life stuff.
I was going to say that.
his,
Let's find a that's in
yeah,
there.
yeah. His character in the show always had shades on that big fuzzy hair. So then I
So
was
that's
just like,
what Jungle Boy's going for.
so I wonder what the guy's up to now. And people are like, oh no, don't Google him.
He
Oh, no.
faces up to 30 years.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's
It's not good what's
he's-
happening.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, moving on. Chris Statlander retains the TBS title against Lady Frost.
glad it's not Ashton
That's
Kutcher.
Tom's friend.
Yeah.
That's not Ashton Kutcher. Yes, it's not.
I'm glad it's not.
Oh, you glad it's not, right?
yeah,
Right. Sorry.
Punked would have been ruined. But yeah, no. Lady Frost apparently is sticking around a bit in AEW, which is good.
She's
Yeah,
good,
yeah,
like she's a
She makes some
good
pretty
high
good
flyer.
appearances, yeah.
Cool name, cool gimmick. She's like Blue Kane.
She could team with Blue Kane.
She could.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Bucket soft pro.
Yeah.
I thought that it was really good, and then there was a couple of spots that didn't go quite right, like a delayed suplex from Chris Statlander. Didn't
He
go
got delayed so much you had to put it
like
down.
a
and, yeah.
train in the UK.
Hey.
I thought the sequence where the last was doing like cartwheels, but they were like attached to each other while doing the cartwheels was very impressive. But yeah, just it felt like they could have been better because the two lasses are as good as they are. Because we have seen better from Lady Frost and AEW.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded this if Lady Frost had a storyline. I wouldn't have minded this being like an actual pay-per-view match.
Yeah.
But I guess they're trying to make Statlander look like a fighting strong champion, which is fine, which is cool.
I agree.
Yeah.
Good analysis.
That is, as Ross says, that is an awesome.
That is analysis.
And then Andrade El Wardlow wants his mask back from the House of Black. They appear in
I
one
feel
of the
so
signs.
bad for him.
mental, wasn't
He's lost his lucha match.
So mad.
This is what he was like with Sammy.
I was going to say, you're so mad you think Sammy Guevara was there. God.
Just give him his mask back, but they're not going to because they want to recruit him, I think. Malachi appeared on the little screen thing and said, let the house get rid of your past or something. Excuse me.
I don't know if that we need him in the House of Black. Is it not going to lead to a 5-star banger with him and Malachi?
Yeah.
Like an NXT match of old.
You'll usurp them from within.
No.
Like dull Hudson is with
I
chase
just
you.
said-
That's
I think
not true. We stopped saying that, Ross.
I just said moo by accident there. Moo! The idea of that storyline there.
Ah,
I
that's
need
good
another
noise.
wee. What's wrong with me? I'll go out at the end of Collision. I
Woof,
went
woof,
like an
moo,
hour
moo.
ago, less than an hour ago.
You feel so much energy.
I've got an empty stomach.
That'll do it.
Is that why? Does that
Yeah.
run through
Been
you?
drinking coffee today?
Coca-Cola Zero and then water. I've drank quite a lot of liquid there, actually, to be fair.
Coke and water. Ooh.
Not to, I've not watered down my Coke.
Did you know that
It's too
McDonald's make their Coke stronger, which is why it tastes different? The
Really?
syrup.
It's because of the amount of ice they put in.
Yeah,
so it
but
balances
they
out.
bargain for the ice melting and diluting the Coke, so they make it stronger, which is why it tastes different.
Wow.
I
The
didn't
stuff
actually
you
know
learn.
that.
That's my big fact of the week.
Yeah. The main event, Joe beats Roddy Strong to advance the Owen Hart tournament, setting up a match with CM Punk. Punk confronts Joe after the match, and they're held apart, but Joe slams Strong onto a chair with the Emerald Fusion.
Flosion.
I forget how it's Flosion, isn't it?
Flosion.
Sorry, beg your pardon.
Sounds like it should be frozen or something.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's
thank you.
Flosion.
Roddy is stretched out, and Adam Cole checks on him, because, they are friends.
Did they fly Cole all the way just to do that, or did they record something else?
Well, he's been around and kind of doing other stuff on Dynamite, I guess, so...
I'm hoping I'm hoping they recorded something. Excuse me. I think that I'm curious to see what they do with Punk versus Joe, because obviously they've had this epic trilogy, this famous trilogy, and all that, which they're now they're nearly 20 years older than they were then. So what are they going to do?
They can still go.
They kind of still go, but they're not 20-year-olds now.
But you think Joe was the way he was bouncing Roddy around here? All the tribute, not even tribute spots, no, Maffew, that is him. All the highlight spots Joe's renowned for, the urinal
Yeah.
in the corner, the man-sized knee lifts.
Do you think they'll just slow it down and have more of a story match, like Punk's matches with? Oh, he had that match with Eddie Kingston that was really fast-paced, actually. They just hit each other loads. They can do that.
Yeah, it only went 10 minutes. It was
It'll be
amazing.
good, won't it? It'll be
Yeah.
good still.
That's all you need.
It's not going to be an hour-long draw like they used to.
I didn't like that Punk declares the Saturday Night fan base colliders.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm a collider.
I thought it was so interesting because he walked out and it was more booze again than cheers. And he was like high-fiving people in the front row and like signing people's belts.
Yes.
Then he gets on commentary saying, I'm bigger than Wayne Gretzky. And he talks about the colliders. They're the fans of the show. He's working the people in his...
Sign me up.
The TV ratings would say
He's
otherwise.
being a bastard. He's being a bastard.
Well, maybe if they just all got their toys back in the pram and had a match against each other, they would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, maybe at Wembley.
If Matt Hardy and Edge can have a feud,
Oh,
then
yeah.
these lads can all put their differences aside, surely.
Grow up,
Yeah. My
children.
voice cracked. Yeah.
Remember when Edge bit Matt Hardy?
remember when Edge and Matt Hardy had a feud that Matt Hardy should definitely have won, and Edge beat him.
and
Like,
then Edge won all the
like
matches.
5 of the 6 matches they had.
And not even beating him. He beat Matt so bad at SummerSlam he
There was a
couldn't
referee
continue.
stoppage, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that was Vince.
But sorry, because Matt turned his pelvis hip into one going by the leg drop off the cage match. So it was
God.
all right.
I
Wrestling.
felt bad for Roddy Strong in this match because it was all, even
Oh,
from the
yeah.
entrances, it was all just about Punk versus Joe as it was a foregone conclusion. Then it was
Yeah.
just a bit of a story of like anything you can do, I can do better from both men.
Yeah.
And then it just turned into Samoa Joe just smashing Roddy in the face. It was fantastic. I love watching Samoa Joe smash people in the face.
I was-
Roddy Strong's perfect for that.
I was worried towards the end of. Do you remember when Joe briefly came back to NXT? Just before he left WWE and everything.
When he was Regal's
He was the
right-hand
champion.
man.
He won
Oh,
the
God,
champion, I
yeah,
think.
yeah.
He had a feud with
Yeah.
Karrion Kross.
And he lost the title and
Yeah,
broke it off.
or
Yeah.
did he get injured and have to vacate it maybe? I can't remember. But
Yeah.
I was worried then because he had a match and people were like, that's it, Joe's hit the cliff, he's going downhill now. But luckily it was a false, he's back. And I'm glad.
Yeah, he can't do it every single night.
No.
But he can do it for a big occasion. I'm all right. Just let him rest.
Yeah.
He's a big dude. He's Samoan. He did that dive at TNA up the ring steps on the
Yeah.
Sting.
Why did he do that?
I don't know. But bloody hell.
The finish for the match was good. Like the way he reversed whatever Roddy was trying to do to the coquina clutch was very smooth, like
Yeah.
peanut butter.
Yeah, he tries to end the heartache, and then just Joe's like, no, I'm not taking that.
To be fair, Roddy was the cardio king at the end.
Yeah.
Running around his near tomorrow.
When you
Drug
about,
test him.
When you talk about the front,
No, don't. I want to see these matches still. Get them in the enhanced Olympics they're doing.
When you talk
Have you seen
about-
that?
They're actually doing it.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
yes.
Yeah,
Really?
This is what I want to see.
Well, that's gonna have to be a segment on this podcast.
How far can the human body
Yeah.
be pushed?
That's
I want
right.
to see this. Imagine.
Josh Barnett might actually have a proper fight again.
Oh, and the bloke who knocked out Michael Bisping's eye.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
can't I think of his name, man?
CM Punk?
Yeah. Oh man,
Yeah, make sure you test that CM Punk when he does the enhanced games.
what's he called, man? How can we not remember his name?
I
Anyway,
can't actually remember the guy who did it.
it was
I'll think about
a
it. I know
Brazilian
that.
dude. He was jacked out of his mind.
Oh,
Oh my god!
What was his nickname?
I'm
TRT. That wasn't it. It was.
I'm thinking of every single.
He had the
Brazilian.
run, didn't he? I'm so bad at this.
I looked at Josh Barnett's Twitter because he had to go at NXT this week.
Did he?
Aye.
Who's he
Is
to
there a
criticize
V-
wrestling?
Is there a V?
Not enough drugs. Was that his criticism?
Where is he? Hang on.
I'm just googling Michael Bisping's.
Okay,
fight
fake blood sport is back, is what he said about the Raw Underground NXT thing. Thank you for showing the world that this kind of thing has legs. We knew that already. And even with 10 times the money and the production, there is still only one Josh Barnett's blood sport.
Josh Barnett, drug in my blood sport.
Oh.
Killed Affliction, the company, because of whatever. Anyway,
Wasn't one list.
I'm so annoyed that I can't remember.
Vitor Belfort.
That's
There
it.
you go.
What was his nickname then? It doesn't matter. Whatever. We'll go off topic now. But yeah, Roddy's. I don't think we've had a quality Roddy versus Joe match like this before, because Roddy started getting really good, like 2014 or so. He was like good and stuff, and as fans, whenever. But I was
He
like,
became
whatever,
like
he's
Ring
bang
of Honor
average.
good, didn't he? He was like Ring of Honor main event.
He
good.
got like PWG headlining good around that period, and at that point, Joe was busy elsewhere. So
He got booked in Progress Wrestling when it was cool.
yeah, it was him and Rampage, didn't it, Joe?
I just remember he was in the 16 the Super Strong Style 16 tournament, and the fans just gave him hell one year because of his little boots.
Oh yeah.
They just hated his little boots.
Yeah.
When Ross mentions the frat boys on Northumberland Street, I picture Roddy Strong.
Yeah, he is.
Uh,
The jock.
Yeah.
yeah.
Jock of the
So I
North.
want him to be a heel again, I think.
So some good stuff on Collision, but part of me is just like, come on. After Money in the Bank, come on, man. Monday Night Raw. Finn balls up. Seth Rollins opens the show,
Yeah.
but it's interrupted by Cody Rhodes, who's interrupted by Brock Lesnar after Cody Rhodes goes, so out of his
No,
mouth.
Cody goes, so. Like, he gave them every chance in the world.
Cody and Lesnar brawl, or Seth gets out of there. Lesnar goes to the F5, but Cody slips out and hits the Cody cutter. Brock is rattled and got his point out, well, his arms are broken now. And Brock bravely runs away.
Cody is harder than Brock Lesnar.
What is it that Cody has that everybody else doesn't?
Well, you know, the other person that Brock ran away from was Hardcore Holly in the build-up to the 04
It's the
Rumble.
hair, isn't it?
And Hardcore Holly broke in Cody in storyline.
I
So
think
that's it. He knows he's got the spirit of the Holly running through him.
I think he's also got heart. I think that's what everyone else. Yeah.
Here's the battle of the bad tattoos of those two, isn't it?
How dare you?
Sorry.
The only bad tattoo Lesnar has you can't see most of the time. This tramp stamp.
Oh right. Oh.
Are you allowed to say that? I don't know. Kill 'em all, it says, just above his bum crack.
Why is that above his butt?
I don't know.
Whatever, I don't want to think about it.
Kill them all. It's always, I pap when I see it, I do. I pap everywhere.
So does he.
That's a weird phrase. Fair play to the Baltimore crowd for getting involved. Straight away, they were loud. It was good to hear. And then it truly shows that anything can happen in the WWE when Cody gets cut off by Brock Lesnar like that. Truly does.
It really does. I liked them doing all this, and then, cuts back to Seth. He's like, oh, okay. And just continues his opening promo. But is now interrupted by the Judgment Day, apart from Finn Balor. Priest teases cashing in tonight, but Seth points out that he'll be fresh as a daisy because he doesn't have a scheduled match.
When he walked in that press conference on Saturday, I don't know if it got picked up on the YouTube feed, but he was knackered. Like he was
Seth,
like when he sat down, he had to sit down really slowly. Like
Oh dear.
I was like, oh yeah, you forget how long he's been wrestling.
Yeah.
Bless him.
Yeah, he's probably like 36 now or something.
Got to be approaching 20 years now. Him.
Yeah.
Should be,
Yeah.
He got hung upside down in Ring of Honor.
He bled a lot.
Yeah.
Rhea challenges Seth to a match with Dom, who can't speak over the boos of the crowd. Seth realizes that it's a trap and lets the crowd decide if he should accept and kick Dom's ass. They say, go on then.
He shouldn't have accepted it. And he said, I know this is a trap. And then at the end of the match, it was a trap. What's he doing?
Yeah,
He's a fighting champion. He's a fighting champion.
Right, you don't get to be like, oh, look, I'm really smart, and then fall for it.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, he goes, that's a trap. Then he goes in and gets his head cut off. Not really. Priest wins a singles match, with Nakamura.
Yeah, they're really hammering home dirty Dom Mysterio, I thought, on commentary throughout this match. The suplex in the corner on the barricade that took Nakamura out was, it looked a bit prickly. That's the word I'm going for there. I think Nakamura could woo anyone in the world with those snake hips that he threw at Rhea. She did well not to just cave in. That sounded weird. And then Dom with the little things as well, like Nakamura threw Rhea a kiss, but Dom caught and threw it back. It's a let
That's psychology, yeah.
That's ring psychology.
Yeah, it is.
That's psychology.
And the lariat with the armbar was a nice setup for the South of Heaven.
Yep.
The lariat with the armbar. Oh, yeah. The lariat with the...
South of heaven is earth, not hell.
Yeah.
If you keep on going further
Oh,
south.
yeah.
Hell on earth.
True.
Earth is hell. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Slayer.
It is. Did you know that beforehand? Or
I didn't know that before Edge's WrestleMania entrance, but since it's been on the liked playlist since then. I like it's a bit of a toe tapper in it.
Oh, Brood Edge.
Yeah, Brood Edge.
Brood
yeah.
Edge,
Brood
yeah.
Edge. Beg me pardon. Brood Edge.
Yeah.
That was a good little match where the pair worked really well together.
Yes.
I agree.
Give me some Baltimore, eh?
Hey.
Oi, 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 oi.
R.I.P. The singer from Baltimore is not with us.
Oh, I thought you were just saying it because Jungle Boy be getting a new theme.
No, actually, the singer's dead. Shouldn't
Rest
have.
in peace.
Oh.
A while ago now, ages ago.
Oh, okay.
I think before it was ever used in AEW.
Oh,
Aye.
Oh.
I don't know why I've thought to. Anyway.
and what's his new theme going to be? Or will he keep that just to, like, you know how Sami Zayn kept his theme because it was annoying to Vince McMahon? Could they keep...
I reckon
What's
they'll
like
play it and then just have it like cut off before it gets to the wolves.
What's like an 80s heel song? So Baltimore is
Simply
like
the best.
No. Well, again.
Diamond Lights by Hoddle and
Cold
Waddle.
Electric Blue. Maybe big in Japan.
Ooh.
But he's not. So
He's not. He's not big anywhere.
Oh.
I'm sorry. He's a bad guy now.
Yeah.
Same
yeah.
bad things
Imagine if
about
it's
him.
Vienna, just walking down to Vienna,
Yeah.
getting teary-eyed as you go down the ramp.
Oh.
This means nothing to me.
Never reached UK number
Gloria.
Shut up.
one. That's the one. That's the big example of
Bloody
the song
Nora.
that never reached UK number one. Vienna. Do you remember
Who's
what
that?
kept it off the top?
What came up?
Shut up your face.
Oh.
The Libertines Can't Stand Me Now. Kept off by Baby Cakes. You just don't know. No.
Oh.
Big song.
Right. Okay, that one's all right then. Then we can take that one.
Yeah, that'd be a perfect heel song. Baby Cakes.
Who's using that for the theme? Baby Cakes? You just don't know.
Baby Cakes. I just don't know.
Hasn't been a wrestling baker, has there?
No, I can't think. Brit.
Oh, yeah, Brit.
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey comes out to cut a promo, but so does Shayna Baszler of the... What? So did you interview her for the Warhammer stuff? And did you have any idea what she was talking
Me? No, I've never talked to him.
about? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Fraser interviewed her, but Warhammer was not mentioned.
right. Okay. I wasn't down in London.
Oh, no, sorry. I realised as I said that. I apologise.
But the Warhammer stuff was apparently a clue.
Yeah.
I don't know if Fraser would have known, I think.
I don't think he's a Warhammer boy.
He knows everything.
Oh my god. No. No. I'm saying no.
We're not
I'm
going to
not
say
doing it
anything
this
until
time.
you
No,
say
no,
it.
I'm not doing it this
Well,
time.
you've started. You might as well.
No. So, I can't. It's not even a bad one. It's just I do it every week. I just can't complain about Fraser anymore because he is a good boy. I'm not going to do it. You carry on. Please carry on. Please carry on. Please carry on. I'll tell you off camera. Please carry on. Please carry on.
Shayna reveals she turned on Ronda because she didn't pay her dues and had the easy route into this business. So Triple H wrote this one. They have a brawl with Shayna wins, but Ronda wants some more. Shayna walks off.
Shayna couldn't, like, doing that walk down the ramp while just saying, like, we're all pretty sick and tired of hearing you trying to speak on a microphone and the crowd going, "Ah!" I was like, yeah, babyface Shayna's got the potential to be very good.
Who told you it was
Baby
over
cake
Mike's
Shayna.
season, bitch?
Yeah, then she said the only thing I owe you apology for is bringing you into the business. Then the paying the dues got brought out, the building of the rings, and the Ronda's WrestleMania debut. I thought Shayna was fantastic in her promo.
Yeah. Although she does have an evil voice.
Yeah.
She has a heel's voice. But that's okay. She can be a badass face.
And
Yeah.
I was glad that the Baltimore crowd got involved when she was like, I'm the only one who can finally shut you up. Because if that was then met with crickets, you're like, oh, damn it.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. But everyone was like, yeah, you can kick her in
I
the
hope
face.
she wins.
And I thought the knee that she nailed Ronda with, I know you saw the slow motion replay, but her cheeks were wobbling. Her facial cheeks were wobbling. Ronda just got straight up. I couldn't believe my eyes.
Oh, UFC champion.
I don't care. This is wrestling.
Yeah,
now.
you didn't see her last match? She's great at taking shots to the face. Oh, bless her.
What a last match.
Oh, she went from having a really good like takedown game and all that stuff.
Oh,
to
UFC.
like, oh no, I'm a striker, me.
Yeah.
That's going against people who are proper strikers. Like, no. Ronda said horrible advice by her
The
trainer.
Holly Holm knockout's like a famous one. Yeah.
Yeah.
She got kicked right in the head.
Yeah, and the trainers is like, come on, Ronda. It's just like the worst advice.
She's the best judo practitioner in women's MMA history, and they were like, be a boxer.
Yeah,
instead.
no, I'm going to do this now. And it was, it's
Weird.
Like, just horrible advice. But yeah, I like this promo. I think it's got legs, and they know how to use them. So Maxine Dupri is sick of being underestimated and is buzzing to make her in-ring debut later on.
Real Chase U energy now.
Yeah, big time. Otis was really enjoying being in that headlock as well.
Yeah.
And then Chad gets on the screen and just goes, I'm a 5-star man and a 5-star guy. What's that even mean?
He's a fan of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, I think.
Oh, I've not seen that yet.
Is it? It's
on the
also,
list.
I've seen any of it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any of it.
Well, it gets... it's this thing everyone says, but you've got to get through the first season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like you
the
always
people
do with
just get
American
worse
TV.
and worse. That's the.
I think
part of
actually it'd be a trend in American TV just getting through the first series and then...
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville won a tag team turmoil match to become number 1 contenders. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez watch on from commentary.
From number 1, they won it. Those battling baby
Wow,
faces.
how did they do it with such amazing tag teams
Hey,
as...
I nearly fell off my chair when Emma came on the screen. I didn't think she was with the company anymore.
Honestly, this is going to sound so bad for
She's
someone who's a
Riddick
wrestling
Moss's
podcast. She showed up and went, I'm the first Australian superstar. And I went, who's this? And Jimmy went, oh, Emma, right. Yeah.
I mean, it's
I had
clear
to like go, oh, right, it's her. I had no idea.
I don't know if this was written for her to say, like, you could team with me, the first ever Australian WWE superstar.
She didn't say a name.
Or when it was just like, after Grayson Waller did what he did, and everyone was like, oh my God, he's Australian. She should then have gone, oh, I'm Australian too. Let's hammer this home.
Is she the first one? Wow. That
Yeah,
seems
she will be,
unlikely,
yeah.
but wow.
But, on the commentary, they said, well, there's been other superstars before her, but according to her, she's the first one. I'm
First one who's a star.
I'm like, we forgot who she was. Thank you for filling in the gaps.
Oh,
mate.
hey.
And then it was like, we woke up.
What was that thing she was doing? Hang out with Madcap Moss on
She had
SmackDown.
some sunglasses.
Then they're restarting the Nikki Cross and the Way storyline after a
Yeah.
few weeks of not doing it. I forgot Indy Hartwell was on the main roster again.
Yeah.
But she looked dominant and like sort of early on in the match for a little bit and then just didn't. Nikki left the match because she was sad that Candice didn't give her any attention. Was bizarre. As was said earlier, the gruesome twosome, I don't know why I called them that, of Tegan and Dana, I thought it was an insult to Tegan. Because Dana's now just NXT lady. She's just like, she's not very good anymore. Is that not the story?
It
like,
is the
Well,
story.
they brought it up on commentary, so it must be, yeah.
But it's a very similar story to Natalia's story, which actually led to some alright. To be fair,
That's
Oh,
the
yeah,
best
we did that lovely match with Rhea.
Well, we'll talk. I mean, it was on this Raw, wasn't it?
Aye. But then Tegan got pinned, so maybe, I don't know. I know nothing.
Oh, I know, and I thought she was Triple H's gal. I thought she was going to get a push.
She's like Raquel, but without the TV time. Just needs a gimmick, and then she'll get there.
Yeah,
I think she'll be some in the background until they can figure out a spot for her. But right now, this is just about making Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville look good.
And the Cowie Girls. Because even when they slipped up on the double moves off the bottom rope, the way Katana just like bounced once and got it out.
What a great
Oh,
save.
well, she's a ninja warrior.
Yeah,
You
she's a
know,
ninja
it's what
warrior.
she's meant to do.
Clearly trained by Shea Given.
And then Chelsea,
90s,
Of
or early
course.
2000s Newcastle.
Of course.
and then Chelsea Green's unpretty hair.
You're right. Is it always been
good-
called that? Or have I just paid
I
attention
don't
to
know.
it?
Just that's the first time I noticed
Unpretty
it.
hair.
Yeah, very good. Taking it from another great Canadian.
Yes.
I thought it was a decent little, tag team turmoil thing.
It was good for
Yeah.
what it was if you didn't look into it and go, hang on, how can you have all these thrown together teams and pretend there's a
Division.
version where there isn't?
Yeah.
This is why they
Maybe-
got Ronda and Shayna away from it. It's like, there's nothing there.
Maybe
really.
this is the start of them building one. I feel really recklessly optimistic saying that.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
It just feels like we're back to where we've been for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder why they even have the tag team titles if they don't have the divisional time. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they could do it. Like they've got Trish and Zoe Stark. That's a tag team for you there. Bailey and Io Sky, kind of. You could do some stuff there, but they don't use them in the women's tag team turmoil match.
no.
Because they're busy doing other things.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no stock in it at all, is there?
Oh, well. But yeah, up the Cowies. Becky Lynch calls out Trish Stratus and mocks her protective face mask. Yes, she did. Becky wants to fight, but Trish claims
Look at her
she's a medic.
face, man. Look at the state of you.
Becky wants to fight, but Trish claims she's medically cleared. So instead sets up Becky versus Zoe Stark for next week.
Oh.
I saw people being very negative towards Becky's promo here. I thought she was like, yeah, she's just happy. She's ragging on Trish. She's trying to be a dick. But people are like, oh, she sounded rubbish.
Yeah, but Trish is the dick, which is why we're laughing at her face. I
Yeah,
think.
that's what I said.
I thought it was meant to be ironic because Becky broke her nose and became the biggest star in the company.
Yeah, I
Do you think it was? Maybe it was. I don't know if it was deliberate or not. But
One thing's for sure, they're not letting Zoe Stark speak anymore.
Yeah.
Or then getting a few words in and then just...
Yeah.
She's like the Tomko of the situation.
And then it was like Trish sort of forgot that she was meant to be making Zoe look good because she was like, currently there's nobody in the world that's better than me.
Not even my friend Zoe Stark.
But she could be under my tutelage eventually.
She is crap now. I could batter her now. But maybe.
I did like Trish's pun as well of Balti less.
That was great.
It was like-
Corey laughed his ass off at that.
You know, Buzzcocks, the Northeastern Buzzcocks, not the band.
Oh, yeah,
it's your uncle Buzzcocks.
Yeah.
He did it one where he does a fight in school. And he's like, you can maybe even be as hard as me. Maybe he's even a little bit softer. That's how Trish is talking about Zoe Stark. Have you been to Baltimore? Because they have one of them nerd conventions there, don't they?
I haven't been. How is it?
Oh, I don't know. I was going to ask how it was. And I was going to ask if it compared to Philadelphia. I was going to try and get like a Maffew power ranking of American cities.
Oh, what's the best city? Let's go find. Well, the ones I've been to. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to put down the bloody list. Right, playing AEW Fight Forever, the video game, and going, oh, this is nice. Have you played it yet?
Yeah.
All right. So one play mode, you go around, and one thing you do is like visit the sites, go eat something. Just that nice little bit of the game is you go eat random places in Toronto, and the thing is poutine, that Canadian dish with
Chips and gravy.
chips and gravy,
Cheese.
and bits of cheese. Right. When I went there, that was a layover. First time I was going to America, and I went, wow, 12 hours in Canada for a layover. That sounds amazing. I'll just go and explore the city. How fantastic. So I went and got poutine from a place. And I don't know if they gave it to me because they heard my dodgy accent, as I wasn't from there, or maybe just hated me. I don't know. Maybe they're a wrestler. They gave me poutine with the cheese, the gravy, and like small baked potatoes. Oh. So I had the assumption all my life that that's how poutine was served. And that if you had it with chips, that was just like an Americanized version of it. Went online and people like us were playing that on Twitch and people going, no.
People love it, don't they?
No,
Like,
you
it's
got
amazing.
screwed. And well, that can't be right. Put on Twitter and people on spoke to me for like 15 years were going, I can't believe it's how Canadian Maffew. They gave you that and they were shocked. Like, we're so sorry. Next time you come to Toronto, we'll give you a problem.
Yeah, I've never been, but I would definitely try poutine. If I was
Yeah,
there.
it's,
But everyone says it's class.
One of my life's ambitions is to have it cooked by Jack Atkins. Jack Atkins goes to the shop around the corner, the posh shop.
Ernie.
Yeah, Ernie, yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't want to give it away on the
Oh,
podcast.
damn it. Oh, no.
It's miles
When he says around
away.
the corner, he means on several corners.
I mean
and-
down London.
Yeah, yeah.
He goes there to buy the special cheese to put in his poutine. 'Cause it's, it's that good. Yeah.
Yeah, and he lived in Toronto for many years. So
did.
That's right,
He
yes.
knows. He knows.
He knows his poutine.
He was.
You have to say that word correctly
He used to live
nowadays,
in
yes.
6. That's what they call Toronto for some reason.
Do they?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's weird.
I don't know why. It's like Drake's song, I've been running through the 6 with my woes. He's in the 6. He's from Toronto. He's from the 6. Why is it? I'm going to find out.
I always thought it was through the sticks. Like,
No, it's the 6.
not actual
Maybe
bunch
it's
of
like
sticks.
6
just-
boroughs or something. I don't
yeah,
know.
something like that. No. Anyway,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
poutine.
like Vicks rub. Been running through my Vicks, with my woes.
Yeah.
Trying to
With
clear
my
my sinuses with my...
Oh, it's the area code's 416, so it's just got shortened to the 6. Okay.
The 6.
That's like calling us the 1 because they all want 9-1. I don't know.
Oh, 1.
9-1.
Cody does a little interview on the stage. A little interview.
It was.
And says he'll fight Lesnar anywhere, anytime. He is brave.
On a goat. I'll fight him on a boat. That was pretty good. What a time that was.
Yeah.
I'll not say who it was that he was going to fight on a boat and on a goat.
Yeah, who can remember? But it's nice that they're doing the old 87 Superstars episode where they're doing the interview on the ramp, but kind of there. It makes it look like they're on a sea of people.
Felt like a Cody Cole, that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was Cody in his gear for the opening segment? Because I swear I was tripping balls here and I'm still not sure if
remember.
was sat here. Because he's in a suit here. So he got his gear on to do with the opening segment and then got changed again.
Maybe
Wait,
when
wait,
he-
Brock's run away, so I'm having a fight.
Maybe when
It'd be
he-
really funny if Brock attacked him. He's like, no, I changed him, he's suit. Out here, Brock.
Maybe when he interrupted Rollins, he wanted a match. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh, the psychology, eh? He's several steps ahead of us, isn't he, Cody? Or me. Up the Jackie Redmond as well. He was very clear to just say her name and hello, Jackie Redmond.
Yeah.
Jackie Redmond.
Hello, Jackie Redmond.
Jackie Redmond.
London company. Did you know that I bankrupted WCPW, Jackie Redmond?
What?
I felt like good. It wasn't.
That's right.
I felt like good. It wasn't you, Cody. It was Kurt Angle, actually.
It was Rey Mysterio. Do you remember when there was the... Oh, why am I bringing this up?
I should say I was a joke on
Yeah,
mine.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
God,
Cody
yeah.
joke.
Or was it?
Do you remember the 2010 general election? So,
Sadly, yes.
do you remember the TV debates where you had Cameron and Brown and Clegg? And Nick Clegg managed to briefly win the nation's hearts by remembering the people's names who asked him the question. That's what Cody's doing here. He's taking a leaf out of the Nick Clegg handbook. So he's going to scrap tuition fees and then go back on that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, if you want to impersonate someone in politics,
But
Nick Clegg is
for
the
a
one to
while,
go to.
between actually becoming part of the coalition government, and Nick Clegg was like the one, everyone was like, hey, this Nick bloke's all right. I'm so glad I was too young to vote in that election because they fooled me.
Yeah, well, luckily we never got fooled again, did we? Alpha Academy beat the Viking Raiders in a mixed 6-person tag team match with Maxine Dupree getting a sunset flip pinfall on Valhalla.
Yeah.
I was so bloody happy watching this.
Oh, yeah.
So like, let's see if people are getting this or into this storyline that we're enjoying the hell out of.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They are all into Maxine Dupree. They're all into training her. They're all into Viking Raiders sucking. And and Otis, anything Otis does gets a giant bob.
Do the worm, pretty lady. And then she did it
She
all
got
right.
jiggy with it.
Yeah. She did.
No.
Some sort of
no.
She started doing
convulsions.
some
Weird.
weird, thing.
Aye, but Otis initially taking down those Viking fools was fantastic. Then he did a caterpillar with three thrusts. Easy for me to say. And then the pop for the suplex was like just nice, simple storytelling paying off. It was nice to see.
Yeah. Very Chase U, though.
It is chase.
Yeah, I called them Chase U on Facebook. People point out like, not yet, idiot. I went, but it's very similar.
It's very similar. But not enough people know, do they? With those 600,000 views on the weekly or whatever that barometer says.
Chase U were the originators.
All those old people who can't switch off the telly, apparently.
They just want to see, Dude Hudson, what's he going to do next?
That's what we're all watching it.
Turn on Andre.
No.
He's got him where he wants him.
Just Megan lies.
I'm dying on this hill.
Like
Chase
CM
you,
Punk,
Hill.
mate. We're just telling you when you're
He
telling
will
lies, all
eventually
right?
turn heel, and it won't be the original heel turn they planned, but you're going to have been on the hill for so long that it'll become relevant.
I can't get off the hill. I'm too high up. I'm at the top of Fuji.
You're like Ben Potter. Ricochet says he respects Logan Paul. Why?
Who does he say it to, though? Jackie Redmond.
Jackie Redmond.
Everyone's favourite interviewer.
Well, Jackie Redmond.
The name-
I respect Logan Paul, Jackie
I
Redmond.
panicked, and the name that came in my head was Rutledge Wood, the host of The Floor is Lava on Netflix.
King on it, giving his all at the Million Bank ladder match, Jackie Redmond. But he doesn't respect the way he got in his face afterwards, Jackie Redmond. He wants to settle his face-to-face next week, Jackie Redmond.
What's the name of Peep Show that he keeps repeating on his way to the end? Robert Grayson.
Yeah.
He's going like, don't forget his name, Robert Grayson. Robert Grayson. Hi, I'm Robert Grayson. No, I'm Robert Grayson. That's how I'm thinking of Jackie Redmond now.
Oh, I miss Peep Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ricochet's obviously, yes, you said building up to SummerSlam.
One of the co-writers of Peep Show is the man behind Succession, apparently.
Ah,
An
I did not
English
know
dude.
that.
Yeah. He's pretty good then.
It's been interesting to see, but one of the guys who does he work with him or not? I forget. It's the guy who plays Ray Vaughn in Phoenix Nights. And
Oh, Neil Fitzmaurice.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was him until like
He's
years after
Ray
the
Vaughn,
fact.
but he looks so different. Yeah. Is Ray Vaughn Scouse? He
Ray Vaughn.
He definitely makes the Scouseness more for what's the character called in Peep Show?
Jeremy.
Jeremy. No, Jeremy. What's Neil Fitzmaurice's character called? Jeff.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
Jeff.
yeah.
Jeff. Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. Strong Style Natalia, ooh, that's mean, attacks Rhea Ripley during her entrance and beats her down. Rhea wins and retains the title, but Natalia does actually try very hard. Yes, she does. Rhea beats her down afterwards, but Raquel and Liv make the save. I was not expecting this.
Go on, Natalia.
Yeah. Like, Natalia's a bit of a joke. She's doing that thing where, like, well, I paid for Guinness to give me those world records.
No, she didn't, right? Because
That's what you do with Guinness. That's how they work.
We stayed in the same hotel as the man who awarded her the stuff, and I looked on Instagram to check it out because he approached me and was like, you were going to do a record in 2021, weren't you, Ross? I was like, yeah, I was. How do you know that? He's like, oh, you were talking to my colleague. So we'll be breaking a record on the channel in the next 6 months, no doubt.
Bloody hell.
I'm going for it.
Get your checkbook out.
And now, the way we're doing it, if it's the same as what it was going to be in 2021, it's a shoot happening.
I've never heard of this.
Aye.
Are we breaking a record?
I mean, I hope so. I hope we do if I'll have to pay them.
Do you know what we're doing? Can you say?
The guy has to send you a list of potential records you can break, and then he has to come over to the office, and we have to do it in front of
He
him.
has to verify it.
That's why it didn't happen initially, because it was too much of a ball ache.
Are we
Yeah.
going to...
Has he given you the price? How much it's going to cost, though?
It doesn't cost anything. I'm telling you.
They've been exposed quite a bit. I'm
Fuzzy
just letting you a
bear.
heads up. I'm not trying to be cynical, Maffew. I'm just
The
like make
tension in
sure,
this
just to
room.
make sure, you know, if you see someone about to drive off a cliff, you try and stop them.
No. It was just,
Unless that's the record they want you to break, I guess.
well, no, it was a thing. It just sounded like you have a go at breaking it, and if you break it, you break it. If you don't, you don't.
Do we have to pay maybe his travel expense?
I don't know. Never got that far, but it will do because I want to be in that book. for naming wrestlers off the back of their video game character thing or something random like that. That's what was pitched back in 2021. I remember that much, yeah. Something like that.
Cool. I'm happy for you.
Thank you, Maffew.
Natalia looked good.
If I knew you could just pay for it, I might just pay for it because it sounds like I just take all the hassle out of it.
Yeah. Like I said, maybe I'm saying too much then, but like I said, there has been some. Anyway, yeah, Natalia looked great.
She got handed 6. He said, was it 6? 6 different records he got handed. She got handed, sorry, and yeah, it sounded like shoot occurrence, like for most matches on TV and stuff like that. And
we're the coolest wrestling YouTube channel, so we could get coolest. That's an objective measurement.
We were.
We are.
That would be so good.
And then the EWO happened, right?
One of you didn't even know how to sweep properly, man.
But it was a very good match from Natalia.
He did try his best. He was more like a goose head.
It was.
Yeah.
It was what was the Santino?
The Cobra.
The Cobra.
Yeah.
Rhea was slowing things down again and doing a good old beat down, which Natalia fought back with. Because initially I was thinking, the attack before the bell still wasn't making it interesting just because of the story of Natalia going, I'm rubbish now. Can I have a title match, please? I can. Oh, cheers.
I've got the Guinness World Record for most rubbish wrestler.
Then Rhea doing that headbutt thing in the corner where she sort of wrapped her legs around and then bosh. It was a good maneuver. There was a shoot Hurricane Rana and a discus lariat combo from Natty, which was good. Then there was like the Stone Cold Steve Austin shot, I've called it, of Rhea. She was in the submission hold. Blood pouring from her mouth. It was good. It was just given lots of time. But I guess the fact it was Natalia, maybe it's just me, just sort of ruined it before it even started.
Well, I thought this was the correct way to go. Because it took me totally by surprise. I was like, it's going to be just a slightly more competitive match than the first one. But no, they went with strong style Natalia.
But they really are building towards Raquel versus Rhea with the little stand down at the end of standoff, at the end of the thing.
You need.
I'm all right with that.
Yeah, you need these. I mean, I could make myself look very silly now, but you need challenges that aren't going to beat her to build a reign, I guess. Unless Raquel does beat her. It's a mammy off.
Oh,
God.
Big Mammy Cool versus Mammy.
Yeah.
It's just a mummy. Aye. Get your mums out for the lads.
Oh,
We're going to hype video.
Careful, Maffew. Be
Goodness.
Is
careful.
that bad? Oh,
Dunno,
sorry.
yeah.
Sounded a bit.
Sounds a bit boorish and laddie.
Oh, I'm sorry. Not like Soccer AM stars. We're going to hype video for The Miz versus Ciampa next week in a no DQ match. Ooh.
I'm excited to see strong style Miz after strong style Natalia.
Yeah.
Or hardcore Miz.
Well, then the Ciampa comes on the front and then Miz comes from behind.
What?
That was the promo. Just the
Sorry?
promo.
Pretty much,
And
yeah.
then fighting, Miz Ciampa comes straight at him.
Is Miz going to offer somebody to Bronson Reed to bounce him, or no? We're just going to. Okay, fine.
Doesn't need him. He's hard as balls.
Bronson Reed's a
Yeah.
quirky suit wearing man now who says things like, hey, daddy-o.
Oh, he did that one time. I hope he never does that
It's
again.
an odd one.
But there's one line I didn't like from the Miz. He was like, the last person who called me a coward is gone. It was their own choice, but let's not pretend. Let's just pretend it didn't happen.
Who was that?
Brian. Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did do that. And I was like, oh, yeah.
That's a shot that was shot, but it didn't
Yeah.
hit the pigeon in the sky.
Yeah.
No, I'm here. Yeah.
The clay
I was
pigeon.
like, yeah,
the clay
do
pigeon.
Don't you walk away from me, Brian. I love that promo.
That should have been Brian's last match. Miz beats him in a loser leaves.
we were so excited for that match to actually happen, and it happened. You're like,
Well, they had the weird mixed tag feud with Bray and Maurice as well. They wasted
I
it.
remember that.
Yeah, was it SummerSlam, I think, maybe?
no, I thought the big match was at SummerSlam.
Oh,
The
okay.
singles match that went on for 20 minutes,
Did that
which Miz
match,
should
was
never
that
have been
match
in.
bad because it was just to set up this mixed, I don't know.
Maybe that was it. They went through that period, like 2017, where the pay-per-views were ungodly long, and they had every match like go on just way longer than necessary. It's like, you know what Miz is really good at? Going 20 minutes. He's so good at that. Like,
Hey, I was having those matches with Ziggler around that time as well.
yeah, but none of them were 20
They
minutes.
were good. Yeah, they were good.
Anyway, we'd have complained about something going long. Sorry. Rhea bumps into Io Sky backstage and tells her that cashing in would be the worst mistake of her life.
Yeah.
She did.
Now, I was holding out hope for an Io versus Asuka big match, but I think that Asuka would be champion by then because I don't back Asuka to keep hold of that belt with the Sharks swimming. I don't know. I feel like I'm on the kickoff.
Yeah. Matt Riddle beats Giovanni Vinci in a singles match and is saved from an Imperium beatdown by Drew McIntyre. Drew and Gunther have a stare down, and backstage Riddle suggests they team up against Imperium next week. Drew agrees and wants to go for a pint.
Oh,
lads.
I don't think that's Riddle's vice of choice, but yeah, there we go. He's all about the green.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Big old doobity-doo.
That's right, the hippie green in Newcastle. He
Yeah.
to go there. That's right.
I would have liked to have seen Riddle sell the angle a bit more in this match. I think that was forgotten about after the finish, especially on Saturday, where it looked like a shoot maneuver because he tapped out that quickly. There was little to no pop as well for Riddle, which I was a bit taken aback by. Because imagine, like, 3 or 4 months ago, can't remember what he, like, no, maybe a bit longer than that, when he was getting the big reactions on
It's
Raw.
very hit and miss.
Yeah.
I didn't even get a huge reaction in England. Like going bro, and then Gunther comes out, you're like, you ain't winning.
Yeah. I did like at the pay-per-view, it was like Mission Impossible. Here's a trailer for that. Oh, here's Riddle taking on Gunther.
I thought about
They must have done that on purpose.
That's good, though, yeah.
Surely. But then he even started doing kicks with his sore foot, which I was like, come on. You were good on Saturday. You've forgotten about it now. I think you could have seen the roll-up maybe coming from a mile away just because it's one of those matches on Raw. And then I did like the little video they did on social media during this match with Drew McIntyre. I was like, I can sense some, I forget what word he used, but skullduggery about to happen or something like that. He used a very fancy word. And he just went out and attacked them.
He's. I'm looking forward very much to that match they're going to have. Gunther and Drew.
Oh.
But it's Drew and Riddle taking on Imperium next week.
Well, once we've got... Yeah.
What a thigh slapper that'll be.
Yeah.
In the main event, Priest attacks Seth during his match with Dom. They beat Seth down, and Dom encourages Priest to cash in, but Balor runs out and attacks Seth too, accidentally knocking Priest off the apron. Balor and Priest argue as Seth hits a pedigree on Dom and escapes with his belt.
Yeah, boo. No, yay. No, sorry, he's a good guy. I was on autopilot there.
Yeah.
He said the word escape, so runs away. I was like, oh, boo.
This was a rerun of Dom's first ever match on TV.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's right.
Was
That
that
Thunderdome era, right?
Oh, yeah. Because he took his dad's eye out.
Yeah.
And Dom wanted revenge.
And then, Rollins and Dom went, cool, let's have a 20-minute match.
Yeah, it was a good
but I
match.
remember at the time everyone was like, is Dom going to be any good? And he was, right?
He was good.
He was for a bit, but he'd be against the right opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't have the... I mean, he was very uncool. He's good now.
Yeah, because it's weird, because they made him look like, he's really accomplished when he wasn't. But now he's got lots more experience. They're still, like, his gimmick is he's not very good.
Sometimes
and he does it so well.
Sometimes in wrestling, it's better to be crap, in a way. Yeah.
He'll be
sticks
making,
out.
Well, he's making more money than a Mustafa Ali, for example.
Yeah,
I guess.
Certainly, yes.
I thought it was a decent little match, but it always felt like it was building to like the interference from Finn Balor, which happened at the end there. Yes. And obviously, they're just building towards Finn and Damien going their separate ways. Ooh.
Just like Journey. And then NXT.
I thought you said Germany there.
Just like, well, in a way.
No, they came back together.
Deep, aren't we?
They were like DIY.
Ooh, NXT. It says, when you are with me,
Aye.
I'm free.
Okay.
I'm careless. Is this just
There's
lyrics?
no pun, it's just a song.
Oh, it's just a song, yeah.
Because- Creeds. Goodbye.
We need a Desire promo package for the Creed in NXT.
Yeah.
They lost the unlosable match and they're gone.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it. We were bait and switched.
We certainly
Of
were.
course, Jagger, Fowler, Reedy, of course they're off.
Yeah.
They hate being that gimmick. But no.
They're going to
But no-
re-sign and go to the main roster, aren't they?
Yes.
If they're the grizzled young vets, then that's fine.
Yeah.
Owens come dressed as them. But instead,
Yeah. Just
Also-
two lads
yeah. I don't know.
who hate their gimmick. Roxanne Perez attacks Blair Davenport during her entrance, ends up losing their match. I like the very start of this because Vic is trying to emphasize, wow, it's really out of character for Roxanne to go out of character and attack Blair before the match. And Booker says, no, I told her if she wants something, she's ready to KO people. So Vic tries again. He's like, well, we haven't seen her do this before, right? And Booker's like, yeah, I told her not to be a bitch. Shut up.
Booker was in rare form this week, even for him. He had his shirt off at one point. Just going like
Just
that down the
alpha
camera.
male it. Shut up, Vic. No one watches this show apart from some losers in Newcastle.
His chicken palm was laced with something this week. That's for sure.
The DoorDash. How do I find you? I'm the guy without his shirt flecked. Oh, hiya, Booker.
There was a wonderful Russian leg sweep at the start of the match with a float over from Roxanne. I was like, whoa, fantastic. And then Blair was just sort of shearing her right in the tits, just going, oof, see you later.
I thought I was about to add a theory there, but it actually took place on the 4th. If it took place on the 5th, the number 5 just does something to Booker, and he remembers who he is.
That's right.
But it was the fourth.
It was the anticipation of
Stevie
the
Ray
fifth.
appears in the cloud like Mustafa. Remember.
It looked like Blair was struggling with a bit of a sore back, like for realsies during the match, I thought, unless it was like a veiled tribute of Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 14 or something that we didn't quite
She's
pick up on.
just selling a beatdown, I guess.
I think she's a wrestler.
Just
Yeah.
Undertaker was taping up things behind. Oh, whatever, shut up.
That would have been Tatum Paxley, wouldn't it? Tatum Paxley, yes. The knee on
Taker
the
Paxley, very nice.
Yes, the knee on the stairs from Blair was nice, and I think that should have been the finish. Like getting back in the ring and then having Cena be, Roxanne be a bit of a Super Cena, kicking out the Falcon Arrow was unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree that like that. They've got to stop doing that. Will they get back in? No one's popping for it now.
No.
Have
It's
some
getting
losses
less and less
like-
reaction
yeah.
because it happens every single week.
But the knee reminded me of Brian from Tekken, so I was all for it.
You
Love Brian.
should go to Baltimore of all those nerd conventions.
Have I made that up? I think there's a nerd convention.
There was
in
one in
Baltimore.
Newcastle, wasn't there? Adam went to see, and I said Joan Jett there.
Oh,
wow,
Just,
bloody
he's
hell.
not a nerd.
Just Jet.
Jet?
Just Jet from the Gladiators.
Oh, I thought you meant the band. Are you going to be my girl? Is that what he said to Jet?
Probably.
Oh, God, she probably had years of that. Bless her.
Well, I think they've interacted in the past because he mentions her so much on his stream.
Hello.
you and Adam have kind of a shared love of the 90s, though, don't you?
Yes, we're both old and wish for
That's
better times.
not what a polite way of saying that.
I like that.
You have a shared-
Granddad, you have a shared affinity for the 40s, don't you?
What was it looking
Yeah,
for?
yeah, son.
Baltimore NerdCon.
I hope that's what it's called as well. The Baltimore Nerd Con.
Damn it, there's a Comic Con there, but there's always Comic Cons everywhere.
Yeah. There is NERG this weekend.
Is
that?
that one?
Northeast Retro Gaming in Gateshead. At the stadium. And that is where many things will be happening. I've been there for a few years because I go, well,
Super
retro.
Magfest.
Oh, okay.
You go to Magfest. I think that's why I thought.
Yeah, but they're doing Super Mag. Yeah, it's kind of a touring thing, but they kind
right.
of stop, start. Magfest keeps on imploding every year. It's weird.
I
It's like a
see.
black hole.
Maybe that's. I've just seen Magfest. I've heard you mention it. I've assumed you've been to Baltimore, but
I've been to Magfest in years. I want to go back. But in the meantime, I'll be going to Magfest. Gatehead this weekend to see Billy Mitchell.
Billy Mitchell. Oh, the King of Kong.
Speedrunner. Yeah, the guy from King of Kong.
I've seen that documentary.
Yeah.
he's the bad guy.
I can't believe that amount of people, like normal people who know about him because of that
You
documentary.
should spit in his face.
He's
No, he's
again,
such a bad guy.
NERG are promoting him like Billy Mitchell, speedrunning legend. His hot sauce will be there, and you can take a photo of him. The first thing that happens if you Google him or YouTube him is liar, cheat, fraud.
held
So
up-
NERG are just pretending that doesn't exist.
This
It's just like,
documentary,
yay,
this
it's gonna be
documentary is
great.
mad. It's such a wrestling storyline. It's for the speed running world record of like the Donkey Kong game,
Yeah.
Or, like a big arcade game. And you've got Billy Mitchell, who's like the reigning champion. He's such a heel. He's like Ric
The Ric
Flair.
Flair, yeah, the Ric
And
Flair
then you've
Donkey
got-
Kong.
And then you've got this humble small town guy who's coming up to beat him. It's an amazing documentary.
The Magnum TA of Donkey Kong taking him on.
yeah.
But yeah, and he's gonna be there for photos, and it's just like, yeah, he's a bad guy, but I want a photo with him. When are you gonna be able to say this sentence? Oh yeah, speedrunning legend Billy Mitchell is in Gateshead.
Apparently he's that's all alleged because apparently he loves taking people to court.
sue
Yeah.
you. He was
So he's
in
a
the
lovely
build-up to
guy.
that. Remember that arcade tag match they did with in AEW?
Miro and
Best Friends versus Miro and Kip Sabian,
Yeah.
who tried to use his poison mist on the arcade
Oh,
cabinet.
yes.
Yeah, they had Billy Mitchell appear in a segment. It was
Yeah.
like with Miro, and he appeared for one segment, like, yeah, look at the arcades. And I was just like, what the hell is he doing on this
Yeah.
show? And he never appeared again.
He's in Gateshead.
He's in
Wow.
Gateshead. So I'll be having a photo.
Billy Mitchell Gamer.
That's him, Mike.
That's
The mullet.
old.
He looks like such a carny.
He looks like an untrustworthy guy.
But we can't say anything about his records because he is incredibly litigious.
Look at him with
Yeah.
that thumbs up with the Guinness World Records there.
It's only alleged that he's a cheating get. Other people have alleged. I'm not saying
However-
that. I have no proof.
There are documentaries and also YouTube videos that really break down
Yeah.
his alleged
Yes,
cheating.
I'm going to get a photo of him whilst I'm saying, hello, you absolute legend.
Will he just pull on his
Yes.
hair, see if it comes off?
That's real.
It's jet black.
He's got the same stuff Dan uses.
It's very soft as well.
Anyway, so yeah, what were we talking about?
Ivy Nile.
Oh, bloody hell. Ivy Nile is nervous ahead of the Creed's loser leaves NXT match. Tiffany Stratz arrives and acts obnoxious, setting up a future match with Ivy.
Promo Virgin was back again, having Ivy Nile say something like, Schism are a very poisonous and dangerous group, and they're powerful enough to take over NXT. And I'm like, they lost the
She's
chase.
not lying.
Yeah, what year are you
Where's
on
the
it?
lie?
They lost the chase, you. That crap.
Yeah,
I thought Ivy was a bit like when she was saying to who interrupted her? Stratton. Big Tiffy Stratton. She was like, if I was in there, you'd bet your ass I'd tap you out and everyone would see it. I'm like, you're not quite.
Of course you would.
The promos there. She's a good wrestler, like, but the promos.
She should. Oh no, she can't do it with Tiffy. She's now the champion. I was gonna say she needs a manager to contrast with like she's like the hard one, and her manager's like the
Robert
flamboyant.
Stone.
I was going to say Robert Stone would be perfect if he wasn't wrangling this other gimmick.
I don't know what's going on.
Don't call him that.
Wrangler. It was Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. We get a Baron Corbin video package where he burns his old gimmicks. It's time to get serious.
Burn all the ships.
Thank you.
Ships.
SHIPS. Thank you.
Ships. Burn all the ships.
Yeah.
I looked at Owen right in the eyes. I was saying that. I felt weird. I thought it was a good promo. A couple of good lines. Like I miscalculated the experience and the nostalgia of the Lone Wolf and thought it would be enough. I like that. It's poetic.
He's got to tap in further to himself.
Yeah, he doesn't have the reputation. He doesn't have the reputation he wants. He's consistent, he's safe, and he's good. But he wants to be feared and respected. It's all true.
Yeah.
It's all true.
Yeah. And if he's going back to Lone Wolf Baron Corbin, then fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I
don't know if he is.
enjoy silly loser Baron Corbin though. I'm quite sad.
He hasn't been that for a while though. I mean, NXT he's still be giving it big uns. So
that's true.
I hope he just comes out dressed as a bottle of Newcastle Brown Ale because he ended the promo saying "No bull poo," and that was their tagline for years, wasn't it? No bollocks. Newcastle Brown Ale.
I don't remember that. When was that?
Oh, 2017, I reckon, sort of time.
It's too long ago.
Yeah.
I remember the 90s, but the late 2010s are a blur.
I wonder if I would like brown ale now, if my palate has matured. Because I remember having it on my 18th birthday for my mate got me. I'll get you a brown ale because you're a man, and it was crap.
Oh, it's hit and miss. I've had it sometimes gone, it's actually really nice this, and other times I'll have it go, what's this?
What is it? Is it a stout like Guinness?
Oh, it's lighter than Guinness.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
well, I like
can't
Guinness though.
drink
I like Guinness.
Oh,
you like
maybe
brown
I like
ale.
brown ale.
then,
All right,
yeah.
fair enough.
Oh,
But
yeah.
like I said, the taste does
Guinness is
change dramatically
creamy.
depending on when you get it. I don't know why that is.
Creamy delicious.
Depends where you get Guinness from, innit? I think Guinness is the biggest hit and miss pint of them all.
Right. Depends how long they let it sit before adding the head. For some reason, they've got to let it sit.
Can you nail that game where you have to get it above the...
Well, that's the Twitter account dedicated to bad Guinnesses.
Yeah. When
And
you
seeing
get,
Irish people reacting to it.
there's
Oh,
nothing-
it's amazing.
There's nothing like a picture of a good Guinness. It looks so aesthetically pleasing.
Don't even need to drink it. Just look at it.
Oh, it's
It'll cost you £13.50 at the O2. Mustafa Ali beats Tyler Bate and challenges Wesley afterwards. He wants a title shot at the Great American Bash. Crowd goes nuts for Ali, even though he is a proven diddler these past few weeks.
Excuse you?
But he's doing all that stuff as a ref.
I know.
He's being Dolph Ziggler, but happier, I guess.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yay, Mustafa. I'm like, where is this a new crowd? Where have you been?
His plans all come into fruition.
It's just because it is Mustafa Ali in
Yeah.
the NXT shed. That's what it is.
You do whatever you want if you're popular. Bloody hell.
He was wrestling a bit like a heel at the start, like with the long headlocks and the shoulder blocks and the poses.
If/when he goes, haha, Wesley, I'm really a dick, and he cheats to beat him, well, then they're all idiots.
The crowd
I'm not
go,
seeing
I
them.
can't believe it. We
Yeah.
didn't see it coming. It's like, all right. Someone did say, if you showed me a picture of Bate and Ali and had me guess who was 10 years older than the other, I would fail it.
Oh, he's a big, strong boy. He tries to look like an old, strong man, though.
Yes, his gimmick is looking old.
No, I just...
He loves the 90s, does Tyler Bate.
Yeah,
He's
the
a fan.
1890s.
I liked this big bop and bang when Ali was going for some kind of roll through thingy. He cut him off with a big bop. It was nice. There was the big spin counted into a DDT, which was up there for my move of the week, but didn't quite win. And then the stuff on the top rope was tantalizing, but then Ali just turned into a dick and just pushed him off.
These are two wrestlers that in a world where it's all just about it doesn't matter how big you are or whatever, they'd be Do you know what I mean?
They'd be good.
Yeah, they would. They'd be headlining WrestleMania.
And this was the moment where Booker T took his jacket off because he just loves Ali so much.
Yeah.
He starts flexing.
I think it's because Vic come asking him hard questions like, was that Bip or Bop? He's like, I've had enough of this. Start stripping. Shut up,
When
Vic.
are we getting Booker versus Vic at one of these
I think it
special
happens
events?
every night after
Yeah.
the show.
I'll be on the Zuckerberg versus what's-his-face undercard.
Oh, God, it's not happening.
Musk.
No,
That's
'cause
not happening.
He's going to have to put his mum on a
I think
on a
Musk
thing like
said,
Judy Bagwell.
I think Musk said, oh, my man won't let us. But he's also, I'd have all my money on Zuckerberg. Musk's like 50 odd.
Aye.
Zuckerberg's not human.
Do you see
Yeah,
that
you
last?
can zap him.
Do you see that last on the plane in America, like run up saying, "Oh, he's not real back there. He's not real."
No.
And someo's made a
He's not
TikTok
real.
saying, like, "Yeah, this guy in a green hoodie." this guy's made a TikTok. Not the guy in the green hoodie. The woman was reacting to a man in the green hoodie.
There was an alien on the plane.
Yeah, it said this guy's made a TikTok going, yeah, I saw it all go down. The guy wasn't saying anything, but she was reacting like he was saying stuff to her, but he wasn't saying anything. It was like she was hypnotized. And he ends the TikTok by going, and then he turned around and winked at me, but he didn't wink normally. He winked sideways.
Oh, like Men in Black? That's...
Mate, one of my
Have you ever seen
all-time fears is being stuck on a plane when this stuff kicks off, because I'm like, oh.
I thought you were still being stuck with an alien on a plane.
I think it was a
I'd
Dallas.
be, as long as the alien was minding its own business, I wouldn't care what it was doing. But crazy person yelling, yo, because there's nowhere to go. You can do all that stuff on a bus because you're getting off in a few
She
minutes.
got off the plane though because of this
But they throw her out.
this sideways winker.
This is the biggest
Wink that way,
conspiracy.
not that way.
No, some woman said this guy did it. Mate, I'm glad you got
No,
thrown.
the guy who made the TikTok like corroborated her story because she was going like, he's not real.
I hate lying.
He's not real. And then yeah.
Matthew, why do you talk about the 90s so much? Because this is the modern day we're living.
Hey, this happened in the 90s.
That's the biggest conspiracy since, have you heard of the Ollie Murs conspiracy?
What's Ellie Murs conspiracy?
He was in like Westfield once or some shopping centre, and he was in like a shop in one of these in somewhere, and he heard gunshots, and he tweeted like, "Everyone get out of the shopping centre now!"
And then
everyone had to put like the police had to say like, "There was no incident in the shops," and Ollie Murs is always like, "There was an incident in the shops."
Wow.
I know.
Just tweet through it, Ollie.
It's just funny because it's not some like rock star you think, what have they been up to? It's squeaky clean
Ollie
X
Murs.
Factor presenter and former contestant Ollie Murs.
That's like that Garth Brooks in America, you know him? The cowboy guy, Western. What's it called? Redneck music. Country music. Thank you, Maffew. That was a very easy thing to miss. Apparently, when he's on tour, there's always someone goes missing in the area where he's touring. Someone's like, he's a bloody murdering psychopath who abducts people.
Allegedly. This is an alleged thing.
No, Garth Brooks is.
Look, if Billy Mitchell sues people for saying he cheats at a Donkey Kong game, I think Garth Brooks might.
If I'm not here next week, you know that Garth Brooks has got me.
Is he coming to Newcastle?
I should be, to be fair, I'm not here next week because I'm going to Benidorm, so I could have said that a different
Is
week.
Garth Brooks having a holiday?
I glanced up there to see if Owen was enjoying the bit, and I've never seen him look less amused. He was just like, "Oh. Do you want us to keep talking about NXT?"
Yeah, it could be worse. We can talk about the wrestling.
Sorry, Owen, are we inconveniencing you this Thursday afternoon?
I'm not familiar with Garth Brooks.
Okay, fair enough.
He says, if you didn't hear him, he said he loves Garth Brooks and doesn't like us talking about him. Joe Gacy. Oh, don't worry, Owen, we'll get you back up. Joe Gacy and Ava Rain are interviewed about the loser leaves NXT match. Gacy says the outcome will strengthen the schism and the right team will win. But which one does he mean?
Oh, man.
I thought he was going to turn on his boys.
Because he also says, we eliminated a problem from NXT. Well, we will eliminate a problem from NXT forever. What's he talking
I
about?
thought he was going to cut off some of the roots.
He was definitely
Roots.
it was definitely him under the mask, though, wasn't it? We'll get that out there straight away.
No.
Of course
It's too obvious, isn't it?
He had a beard and he was a bit plump.
No, I reckon that's...
Hank.
Bray Wyatt.
Oh, yes.
Shut up. Imagine.
For having the worst match of the year, you have been punished by on NXT for a bit.
He didn't have the...
I was trying to think, what was it being, because it's the half-year point. I was like, what's been bad this year? Worst promo I could think it was probably Bronson Reed when he showed him that big red suit and was like, what did he go?
right.
Hello, bloody hell, blah, 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 whatever. And then never spoke like that again. The worst match has to be LA Knight versus Bray Wyatt at Rumble.
It has to be, yeah.
There's not even a second place.
Well,
It's
I
like
thought-
there's that.
I'm waiting for Bray to come back and finally have that match with Bobby because he's still ill, which is why he missed WrestleMania.
I'll have looked myself. Apparently they changed his thing back to the Fiend on the website, his Superstars profile thing, which could mean
That's not right, but those two of them.
Yeah.
Let's go on Superstars.
We'll make it a year and we still don't know who the Fiend is.
What brand's he on? Does it matter?
NXT, we just pointed
We
out.
genuinely don't know who Uncle Howdy is still.
Boas.
That's what I meant.
There he
Sorry,
is, yeah. It's been
the Fiend,
changed.
I didn't
Changed
mean
to
Uncle
the
Howdy,
Fiend.
sorry.
he's
Is Uncle
back to the
Howdy still on?
Oh, God, let's go all the way down to
I
you.
miss Uncle Howdy a lot.
I don't.
He was funny. He was...
Right. Oh, S.
do the
T. Oh. T.
Vacant is an actual profile.
yeah.
Oh, it's a joke. Oh, okay.
There's no use. He's not there.
Sure, I'm unemployed.
Bo Dallas isn't on there either. Went past the B's
Try
earlier on.
under Howdy because Uncle's like his title. No.
We'll go up to
My
the H.
friends call me Howdy.
Just to make sure that Uncle Howdy's not there, we'll have a look at the H's as well. J.
Why are you doing that?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, Hank,
Oh,
Humberto.
Jacket Time's still there.
Nope, there's just two
Jacket
H's.
Time. What? Ikeman Gyro?
Ikeman Gyro.
Well, Jacket Time was his tag team with Kushida.
Oh, of course, sorry, yes.
Jagger
Then he
Reed.
went on the toilet.
Look
'cause he
how
had loads of
little
food.
JD McDonough is compared to everybody else.
God.
Why have they done it so bad?
That is. Oh, no.
Right,
In her
NXT.
NXT debut, Kalani Jordan beats Tatum Paxley. She celebrates with Dana Brooke, but is interrupted by Cora Jade, who says that any friend of Dana's is an enemy of hers. Jordan challenges Cora to a match right now, but she goes, nah, you're all right. Sods off.
Immediately, she's better than Dana Brooke in the ring. It's not even a discussion to be had. The shoot 619 arm drag is my second place for move of the week this week.
Second place.
And I thought, is there nothing that Kalani Jordan can't do? Because they had all of her accomplishments. She's got like a master's in journalism.
Yeah.
It's like a five-time everything. And yeah, I was just thinking, is Tatum and Blair still a thing? Because she didn't come out and help her.
It was like she was a one-off. Like she helped her because she was scared of her or something.
Yeah.
It was weird. Sometimes, Jose Mourinho wasn't a professional footballer. Dana's obviously a much better coach because she taught Kalani everything she knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good save.
Good save. Yeah, Stundog Millionaire, fantastic. And I
A
love
lot
this.
of Mourinho on this with all the if
Yeah.
I speak.
He's been banned for
before.
10 days, hasn't he?
Wow.
For doing what?
For having to go to a referee.
It led to bad
No, a
scenes.
different time, yeah.
Another one.
He's been given a 4-match ban for that one and a 10-day ban for having to go to a Serie A referee.
Huh.
10 days.
Yeah, he's going to miss the start of the season.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
10 days. Like what? Well, that's clearly going to stop him from doing it.
Yeah.
There's
So
rumours
wait, he
that-
did it once, he got a 4-week ban, then he got 10 days. Shouldn't they go up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
whatever.
rumours that
Football's bollocks.
There's rumours that he was once banned from. He had like a ban for a match from Chelsea when he hid in a washing basket to give them a halftime team talk or something or a pre-match.
Did he just pop up?
Away in the Camp Nou, apparently.
Yeah, he said they were like they've asked him it since in the years since they've gone. Did you actually, when you were Chelsea manager, hide in the? And he was like, I have to talk to my players. That was a French accent. Sorry.
Popped out like old Hornswoggle would pop out like bins and stuff backstage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What a character.
What a great guy. Also, speaking of great characters, Cora had my line of the week, I guess, which she went, well, you must be doing something right if you have Dana Brooke in your corner.
Oh. Brutal.
Just said so bitchly.
Have you seen that thing they've done on social media with like the mean tweets thing? And they're actually like mean.
Oh, really? Have they done real mean ones?
Yeah, I
Well, they
can't
read them out in a
yeah,
comedy
they
way, or is it like a
but they're
serious thing?
actually like sort of stuff you wouldn't think they put on their social media channels.
Like, is
No,
bad
I
at
wouldn't
wrestling?
dare.
Yeah,
Oh.
one of them like Tiffy Stratz is the only one I can remember. Was like, isn't she the cleverest woman in the history of the world? Because she was on the brink of getting promoted to the main roster, then had a few horrible matches to stay in NXT.
Oh, wow.
Is that like?
Whoa.
Like, yeah.
First of all, that's not true. Was it?
I don't think so. No.
She's bad banger after banger.
Yeah.
It's a good cynical line. It's not true,
Yeah.
though. You tell us made by someone who doesn't watch NXT. Andre Chase, who we can't steady Ross.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thanks, people, in
Thea
his
Hill
absence.
was not going to take off. She was like vibrating for the whole promo.
The MVP, Delightful Hudson, and the uncrowned women's champion, Thea Hill.
You can sit down now, Duke.
Yeah, Delightful is given the
Get out my
MVP
chair.
trophy, and he has to,
Nick.
Yeah.
Nick.
I was like, why is he in his chair? It's disgusting. Ashun asks if Drew Gulak and Chai Dempsey will be guest lecturing them anymore. Both Chase and Hudson scream at him for being stupid. And Delightful promises that Gulak and Drew will get an Andre Chase university-sized arse whooping.
The catchphrase is too long. What are we going to give them? An Andre Chase.
Everybody is buzzing. He's back. He's clearly got no interest in taking care of it. I don't know what are you talking about.
Dull's kissing ass and he's stealing Andre's Kavorka with the shoot promos at the students
He's
who
a
aren't being
way better promo than Andre is. Miles better.
It doesn't have the same
Miles.
pop nor snap.
It does.
So Dull is now whizzle-wazzling that way by kissing ass before eventually usurping
Ross,
Andre.
you've got to stop hearing hooves and thinking zebras. Nah, it's not.
I'm thinking of horses. Australian horses. 6'5" Australian horses.
It's a big horse.
Wild
if
horses.
Duke does eventually turn on Andre Chase, I hope he gets that NXT main event push that he deserves.
I hope he beats him up with the MVP trophy.
He's
Yeah.
the guy to take the belts off Roman. Let's be serious.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The perfect package of Hogan and
I
Dusty.
can't believe that they tricked us into thinking he had no charisma because he actually does.
He does,
Unless he's
yeah.
just improved a lot in a very short space of time. But which either way, fair
He
play.
was following the
He just
instructions.
He has
so.
a Booker T chicken palm before they go on the air these days. That's the difference. He's all over the shop.
And then Furry Thorpe. Oh, it's a way better name than DJ Yiff. Furry Thorpe beats Damon Kemp in their Raw or NXT Underground match. Gable Stevenson celebrates with Thorpe, was attacked by several Performance Center trainees. He suplexes them all.
Wait. suplex. Yeah, and like he does that every time afterwards.
Yeah,
it's just high knees going.
He was mugging for the camera,
And there's
wasn't
no
he?
ropes, so the ring's like a bouncy castle. It's like,
Yeah. Honestly, I agree with Josh Barnett when he was like, what? Because at the start of this match, I'm like, okay, NXT Underground, let's just see where it's going. They dim the lights. You know, they put on the best
No
of Barry
ropes.
White and go, hey, how you doing? Get everybody around the ring and stuff like that. I'm all right, cool. And then they keep on cutting like a bad action film between the shaky cameras going on like that. And
it's Raw Underground, that's what they do.
But I'm like, okay. But then they have like a normal match to begin with where they go outside and they brawl. And I'm like, okay, that's not what I remember it being. Then the second half kicked in.
Oh, my
There was a
God.
bump
And I
to
was
the
like, oh, okay, well, let me just change my opinion dramatically on
The
this.
bump to the floor was scary.
Yeah. And that's my move of the week going.
Oh!
Oh, baby.
What happened, Ross?
The throw, well, I believe this was a real fight, and I won't hear otherwise. We had the takedowns, the strikes, the tosses, the human lady body shield, the shoot armbar over the barricade, the high angle suplex from Eddie Furry.
Yeah.
And then we had the throw off the ring by Damon to Eddie, which should have been the finish
Yeah.
again, but it wasn't. And then we had the sort of shoulder stuff afterwards, which was unnecessary. And then Damon Kempty got robbed again in a big match. I think back to the one he had with Julius in the ambulance.
That's right.
Were his parents there? Gable suggested they would be. I didn't see them.
He's weird, isn't he?
Yep.
He's got a hell of a German suplex on him, though.
Great hips.
They don't lie.
Weird.
Well,
great hips.
depends who you ask.
Great hips. Weird man. That's Gable Stevenson.
Like, when they start doing the suplexes and stuff in the ring after the armbar, I was like, oh, okay, now this is what I expected it to be.
Yeah.
And then there was a big bloke and he suplexed him as well.
The only thing better than the suplex to the outside, I was like, bloody hell, all right, was Rachel Stevenson holding up his medals to DJ Yif to encourage him. And Booker yelled, "What's that going to do? How's that going to help me?"
It's wrestling. It was for it's
the
not
power of the gold. The Booker's like, what?
No, it's inspiring.
Oh, they're not my medals, you idiot.
It's not like his medal was in handball. It was a wrestling
Yeah.
medal. I understood it.
Yeah, and then obviously this very serious match has been featured. Thank you, Gabe. And then it's just like, yay, yay. He was off his nut.
I thought that because he hugged him from behind, I thought he was going to think he was another attacker and like chuck him as well. I was hoping he would.
What could possibly follow that?
Oh God, why is it?
I don't know. I'm surprised that Gable's capable of such that
Emotion.
Like evoking that kind of like excitement. I didn't think he was capable.
Whenever we've seen him on TV, he looked like the dullest man in the world.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Kamala Hayes and Trick Williams cut a promo backstage challenging the Judgment Day to come to NXT. I will see Finn Balor accept the challenge. That's nice of them. But more importantly, Stax visits Tony D in jail.
I nearly swore there.
This is
I don't understand where there's been one too many twists and now I'm off the roller coaster. I've been thrown off.
Yeah. Tony berates him for making a deal with Joe Coffey. Stax explains that he's got a great deal for the D'Angelo family. Coffey arrives, and Stax explains the terms of their deal. He and Joe will wrestle next week. If Stax wins, Tony's charges are dropped. And he and Stax will get a shot at the tag team title.
this is all on TV.
If Joe wins, Tony will stay locked up for a long time. Tony is fuming at Stax and doesn't believe he'll win. Stax is angry that Tony would doubt him.
Goodbye, Tony.
What?
Goodbye, Tony.
So let's
When Joe Coffey, super villain.
Yeah.
You're going away for a long
Joe
time.
Coffey's the cook in this situation.
No, he's not. Tony's the cook.
Sorry, Stax is the one who's moving all the parts. So
No.
Joe got
No,
locked.
Joe's dangling.
Joe got locked in the trunk.
Yeah.
And
This
to
must
get,
sound mad to you.
Right. So, Joe got locked in the trunk of a car.
No. Joe, they've decided now that Joe is the guy that did do
Last week,
the allegations that he's done some bad, which we haven't been told what they are
no.
yet.
So I think Joe is in contact with whoever filed these charges against.
Oh, so yes, Joe Coffey isn't the guy.
No,
he
but
knows the guy.
I think Joe filed the charges. So Stax stole Joe in the trunk of his car, and then to get out of the trunk, Stax made Joe agree to this stipulation.
But this is a terrible deal.
It is a terrible deal. Joe just should have said no. We'll just press the charges anyway. But Joe
But
said
he wasn't
yes.
going to let him out of the trunk. He could have died in there.
Well, who cares?
He went at one point. At one point, he went. He was in that trunk for, and then Coffey went a long time. He just stopped him for some reason. I'm like, have I missed something? Also, even though they've cut this deal, surely they're still enemies. Why are they like?
I
best
don't know.
Yeah, that's it. The deal is we're wrestling. It's like, but you're right here next to each other. Did you have the same car to the prison?
I feel like
or
they're doing some sort of writing challenge where like they're skipping a week, so the person who writes the next week isn't allowed to see the week before.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
But Joe was like, "Oh, it's a no-brainer. If you go to trial, you're buggered, pal.
yeah.
Why not just let him go to trial? Why have you got the stipulation involved, Joe?
Yeah, plus
You
it's
tit.
like, it's all right.
Oh
Hey,
yeah. Hang on.
Yeah, just let him go to trial. He's
Yeah.
buggered anyway.
You've won already, Joe.
You
Now
don't
risked-
have to put the NXT tag
No.
team titles on the line.
That's what I mean.
That's what I mean. That's why
no.
Joe's the biggest.
Oh no, it was to get out of the trunk.
To make the stipulation, but you could just. He should have just manned up and just took the.
He accepted his first. He accepted his
Take
first
the
offer.
scorpions in the trunk.
Right, he accepted his first offer. It's like, I'll do this tag match for you. All right, great. Oh, that was it? Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
So it's funny as hell. Imagine you're Tony D. He's like, okay, what's happening? And he's like, okay, it was a great deal. Oh, what's the deal? If I win this match, you
get
out.
out,
Say,
yeah.
Wait, you had him in your trunk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I let him out. I'm not going to wrestle him.
Oh god.
You couldn't just drown him?
like
That would have saved a lot of my troubles.
I like to think that Stax is trying to be the big boss now, and that this is his play to get everybody under his umbrella.
Yeah, I think
including
so.
Tony.
But he helped. He also helped Gallus win last time.
Last week he said some
It's-
very dodgy stuff on that answer phone that Joe showed.
Yeah.
What? I'm too confused.
It could be AI.
Who wrote this?
Yeah. Yeah, they said Tony Khan tried to write an episode of AEW and AI and said, this was too bollocks, it didn't make any sense. Then
just
Shawn
like-
Michaels went, hold my beer.
I just like the rationale of Tony going like, "What the hell's going on?" He's like, "Envelopes are full." That's the rationale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's giving you envelopes?
I don't know, but they're all full of money.
You haven't got anybody in your team. You kill everybody you come in contact with.
Stax is going to betray Tony, probably. No, is he?
I think that's where it's going. That's the only way it makes sense.
Hey, everyone, sound like I swore there. Is he going to lay down for
Joe.
Joe Coffey?
Thank you, Joe. This is bollocks.
It is
I
bollocks,
can't
isn't
wait
it?
for it to like all end and we'll take a big mega cut of it.
It's
And
just-
just go, all right,
They
this
needed
doesn't
to-
make
do you know when
sense.
the Aces and Eights storyline started making less and less sense in
Yeah.
Impact? But then they released a big 20-minute YouTube video that explained all of it and kind of retconned a lot of stuff as well.
Yeah.
They need one of that.
Yeah, if
for
you put the
this.
bits out that don't make any sense, it's great.
It's just it's sad because the storytelling's always been on fleek throughout NXT
course,
since the
yeah.
change.
Oh, of
And
course,
this is
yes, that's exactly
the first misstep.
I have turned the corner though on Coffey's hair. I think it makes him look handsome. So
Yeah, he looked very. He got himself nice and. He doesn't look good going to NXT every week, but he made himself look nice for the prison visit to see Tony D. That's nice of him. What a friend.
At least he's not in the pub.
Oh, there you go. Again.
goodbye, Tony.
He goes to the next pub.
Yeah.
Lara Valkyria beats JC Jane, but JC gets a heat back after the match and rips off her feathers.
Oh.
The disrespect.
If only she ditched that gimmick already, which she has.
When Vic was like, Jane destroying those sacred feathers, shouting it as loud as he can.
What's Booker thinking?
Yeah, Booker's away with the fairies anyway. Yeah, she's now looks like going to be a fitness fanatic who can run up walls and stuff.
Yeah,
which
she's
is good.
She's a Lucas 8 Sport advert.
She is, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a hell of a walls of Jericho from JCJ in this match, and then I just thought Lyra's just a very good wrestler.
Yeah,
Just needs
she
the
is
gimmick,
good.
yeah.
You
All
can
the,
see why they've pushed her.
yeah, all the kicks and whatnot.
She's also kind of respected locker room veteran now that Indy's been called up. Which I like to see.
Noam Dar gives a passionate speech to an unseen figure, saying he misses them beyond belief and talks to them in his sleep. The camera pans to reveal a photo of the Heritage Cup. The rest of the Metaphor arrive and drag him away.
He's looking like
What
a
a
young
star.
Ted Bundy at the minute. If you go back and look at pictures of Ted when he was Ted doing Ted things.
Teddy.
Oh, and could get a photo of Ted
Yeah,
Bundy.
it's the hair, it's the long
the hair and
long
turtleneck
comb over,
and
yeah.
the dress
Croc
as
the
well.
alligator.
Just young
Yeah.
Ted Bundy.
It's also the dress sense and the
when he's got longer hair. We need long hair Ted Bundy. This is
young
Noam Dar.
Ted Bundy.
Long hair, young Ted Bundy.
At the minute, Ted
Young,
Bundy's,
hot Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy's playing one of the Von Erichs currently.
There we are.
Yeah.
That's the top right. That's what Noam Dar's rocking at the minute. That's the one. That's the money shot.
You
There's-
like it's Nigel Farage. I thought Ted Bundy was meant to be handsome. What? That's a bad picture.
it was
of
the
him.
70s.
Yeah, that was a 7 out of 10 in the 70s.
That is the worst picture of Ted Bundy I've ever seen.
It's he always his prison one.
That's the Heritage
Hey,
Cup holder there.
You've got to feel sorry for Ted Bundy that's the picture we've
Oh,
chosen.
they've done poor Ted Bundy dirty with this photo. Moving on. Kiana James finds her office trashed and spray painted. She finds a note.
He's not as iconic as Manson was anyway. Carry on.
God. She finds a note from. Oh, so it's an Edward Campbell guy. She finds a note from
Oh my
Gigi
God.
Dolan saying she's coming her past.
At the press junket thing.
Oh, where's this going?
Hurricane rocked up.
Huh.
And there was I don't know who it was as part of the press, just sort of turned around. He was there because he's massive.
Yeah.
And just went, oh my God, it's Ed Helms. And I thought, that's the Strangler, is it not? But it turns out it's not because the Strangler's got a different name. I forgot the name of the
it's
Strangler.
Myra
Strangler
Valkyrie.
Ed Lewis.
Ed Lewis.
Yeah.
I was thinking, but it's just like the way they went Ed Helms. Everyone was like, the Strangler. But it's not, it's Ed Lewis.
Why is it Ed Helms?
I don't know.
I shouldn't have made the joke I did there, and you talked over it, so I'm glad.
What did you say?
Myra Valkyria. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't say
That
that.
could be a new gimmick, we'll never know. Running in the hills of Hollywood.
Oh, don't mention the rural area.
It all makes sense.
Kiana James finds her office trashed and spray painted. She finds a note
She had
from
a weird
Gigi.
dress sense, didn't she, Myra? She's dressed a bit odd. It was the 70s, I suppose, 60s.
Yeah, that was how they knew who's her. She finds a note from Gigi Dolan saying she can't outrun her past.
This was cinema, by the way, because when we're panning around the disheveled office, we get to a picture where Kiana's like over a clearly like restaurant table, and the man's crumpled up so we can't see it.
Oh.
Sebastian still being teased. That was his name, wasn't it?
Oh, what, really? Do you think?
Yeah. It's just like how she was over the table and the man was crumpled up, we couldn't see.
Maybe
I didn't notice that.
maybe,
Cinema.
maybe it's a brother.
Maybe it is a brother.
'Cause
Was
that
it
was
Sebastian, the guy?
Sebastian was the card. I don't think we ever found out who Sebastian was.
Yeah.
Zach, I think, was the brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I think it was the teased against Sebastian.
Oh.
We nearly found out
So
what he
what
looked
does that
like.
mean? You can't run away from your past? Is it going to be that?
I don't know.
It can only be
It's
podcasters
just
that
Gigi.
know what you're talking about now. There
Gigi.
can't be anybody watching this. Any sane individuals watch this program. Going,
she-
oh yeah, that's
Everyone
Sebastian.
remembers
she-
Sebastian
When she broke Brooks Jensen's heart.
when they were going on lunch dates.
Oh, I mean, we all know it because we're us.
Oh, thank you for last night and this morning.
They shagged.
Her and Sebastian. But we don't know who he is.
That's right. The lobster from Little Mermaid.
Oh, yeah.
Von Wagner is at ringside, beating up big body Javi. There's no introduction. It's just, oh, yeah,
So there was a digital exclusive which they've cut from the show of Big Body Javi saying like, I'm Big Body Javi, I'm Mint, and I don't care about Von Wagner. That's pretty much it.
I
shooting.
don't get the relationship between Cum and Stone now. It's weird
It's like getting come from stuff.
because it's like Stone was the one that Cum trusted, which is why he opened up to him.
Yeah.
But now Stone's got no control.
Yeah, well, recovery's not a straight road, Ross.
I
It's
guess
twists
it
and
is. Yeah,
turns.
I guess it's a good point. Well made.
Yeah.
I'm just used to the linear storytelling of NXT.
Oh, no, now we're getting... It's like Twin Peaks. Then.
And,
Yeah. To watch it and go, aha. Robert Stone tries to calm him down, but it doesn't work. Javi gets put through the announce table.
done this
Why
exact
would you
angle.
calm him? He's been a dick.
They've
I
done
don't
this
get it.
exact angle before where
Yeah.
Stone's going, calm down, Vaughn, and he's put someone through a table. Then they spend 4 months going, Vaughn's such a tortured soul.
Did they drop like the notes on the big story they're doing and like, oh, whoops, and put them back in the order they thought they
All the
were, and
pages
we'll
are
go
in
back.
order.
So he's not shagging any psychiatrists.
He might
and
be.
he's not looking at pictures of himself opened up. He's just beating up big body Javi.
the crowd, the shed was going wild though.
Yeah, they did last time. So yeah, beat him up.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, whoa, that's too much heat. You'll go up to the main roster and I'll be screwed.
He's on the main roster. He's a free agent.
Vaughn.
Yeah, he's on Raw.
It's like Brock.
Oh, God, you're right. That was
Yeah.
months ago. He hasn't been on Raw since.
No.
Well, he doesn't when he wants to sort out his business in NXT.
Wow.
Wants to do all the side quests before he goes up to
I
the
love you
next
remember
level.
everything that happens on the show. It's amazing. We get another vignette of Bronco Nima and Lucian Price. They are brothers, not by blood, but by heart. They'll make their debut next week, and nobody is ready for their combination of athleticism and street knowledge.
Like the NWA. Not the promotion, the rap group. Straight out of
Thanks for
Compton.
pointing that out.
They've got, the start of that song goes like,
Tyrus's power and street knowledge.
don't underestimate the strength.
Harley Race
street
and
knowledge.
Nikita Koloff all getting together. Anyway, mysterious masked figure helps the Dyad beat the Creeds.
I cannot believe it.
The losers have to leave NXT.
We floated the idea about in last week's podcast, but I didn't actually believe it was going to happen.
No.
I love the wrestling referees. All right, so Joe Gacy is interfering, and I've blatantly seen it. So I'm saying
It's
in the
not
back.
Joe Gacy.
But then, no, that's what we sent out earlier.
Oh, sorry.
But then this mysterious guy turns up. It's like, wow, it's not easy to get back. Hey, who are you? I'm not Joe Gacy. Oh, all right, yeah, go back.
It was Gacy.
I think it's Dwayne The Rock Johnson, actually, helping his daughter.
It was the day of his cheap meal. He had a little belly, didn't he? And a little beard. It was Joe Gacy.
You've seen those before and after pictures where people go like, this was taken on the same day, but I just went,
This was the Julius Creed show, though. If anyone's getting a push on the main roster, it's Julius Creed because he was everything in this match.
Oh, at the very start, he did the dive off and
I run up Jagger Reed's back to do a suplex off the top rope.
Now listen, even though I now
stunned.
listen, even though I know that Julius is maybe edging it in the ring, Brutus is a total package for me. On the mic,
There's a funny walk up the stairs.
funny walk, wider, more girth.
yeah.
Brutai bomb.
He's going to turn on Julius because of their names. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
I agree, and it's just
Back to
weird.
Julius, though. He did a hell of a bump over the stairs.
It's all about Brutus.
Then, to be fair, Brutus then got it in the ring after Julius had done everything he can do. It was a nice showcase with Julius. And then Brutus was like, I'll do a 450 springboard off the top rope. The Doomsday device spot on the floor. I thought that looked gnarly for Brutai to take. I think he was the one who took it. Yeah. Then it went back to being about Julius. And then obviously Joe Gacy came down wearing a mask.
No. Who could it really have been? Could it have been Sammy Callahan? I'm trying to think of anyone.
Hank? Hank's a bit...
Hank?
Or Tank. Tank's got a beard. He's a bit of a bigger lad.
That would be weird.
Why did I go for Sammy Callahan? Because he was a hacker, wasn't he, on NXT?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Could it have been... Oh, God, it was just
Literally
Joe
can't think of
Gacy,
who it could
wasn't
be.
it? It was just Joe Gacy.
You can't be anybody else, so it has to be
What was he called who played Doink the second? Doink?
Matt
Could be
Bourne,
names.
no.
Apollo, Marco Polo,
No, the other one.
Ray Apollo.
Not the other one.
Mizawa? No. Tiger Mask, sorry. Mizawa came down.
No, what was he called? He had like the Crocodile Dundee gimmick as well.
Oh, Skinner.
Skinner, that's the one. Him. Could be him.
Could be Skinner.
Modern day incarnate.
Yeah.
I'm just plugging the straws now. It's Joe Gacy, innit?
We don't know. We watch it
Or
every
Joe
week.
Coffey.
We don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Please be Joe Coffey. We're joining the Diad. So if you
Down the bog,
changes,
these masks on the wall.
We don't have blood on tap, boys, but I'm sure you can find something.
it's a put hair on your tree or whatever he's going to say. Just
Yeah.
whatever.
4 pints, 1 tray.
Aye.
4 pints, 1 pump.
Yeah.
I've seen that film. Braun Breaker cuts a promo about how he lost to Seth Rollins, but is actually still very good. He's interrupted by Ilya Dragunov, and they have a massive pull-apart brawl to end the show.
That build-up for Ilya Dragunov.
Oh,
He was in Mr. Michaels' office last week, tearing the paint off the walls.
Yeah.
Now,
You're not enthused? Braun's been a bad man.
I'm
Better attack him.
infused, but I thought it was going to be something a bit more, a bit je ne sais quoi, a bit of name value. Maybe Akira Tozawa or someone like that.
yeah.
Name value. Ilya Dragunov, the next NXT World
But it's
Champion.
not like, you hear the pops that, your Mustafa Ali's getting in the shed.
Yeah.
Imagine someone who's, been on Raw.
They can't have all the bloody Raw roster. He went to Seth Rollins last week. Was it last week?
Yes.
Before, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
They'll blend together. I'm old.
So, that people have got this idea in their heads that Ilya's going to go to the main roster and become like a member of Imperium and then be the Batista of Imperium and break away. And I think that could, Triple H probably will do that. But will it happen now or in the future? Because if Ilya wins, is Braun going up? It basically is the loser of this feud going up.
I think poor Ilya is at the right guy at the wrong time because it's going to be really hard having a Russian guy on the main roster.
Oh,
And
but he
not
speaks
being a bit
he speaks
awkward.
German.
He does.
He
His
is
name's
called Ilya
Dragunov.
His finisher is called Torpedo Moscow.
Unless they do a thing where we will change his name to something more appropriate.
Who's that? It's Davey Dragunov.
Davey Dragunov.
Jim
And they
Ren-
look good. It's actually, it's a general from WW2 again. Or
They
whatever,
realised
but-
that Rusev was actually Bulgarian, not Russian.
Yeah, it's funny how quickly they
I
figured
tell you
that
what,
out.
do you see Gunter walking around Newcastle last Friday? There's a picture some lad had with him. He's wearing the German national team's training.
Oh, but he's
jacket.
Austrian, though.
I know, yeah. Shocking.
Oh,
Maybe that's why they thought, because he just walks around wearing classic football kits, like Germany's
That's
1990. He must be German.
That's like me wearing a Wales kit.
it's like, how dare you assume I'm German? Oh, yeah, sorry, pal. No, I saw them, I forget who the wrestler was who knew him for back in today, but they were I think Shark Bar.
What?
All dressed to the
Getting
nines.
their wings in.
I know, I was like,
Wings and boobs. That's what that place is known for.
Gunther, do you want to go outside? No, it's cheap chicken wing nights at Oh, okay. Let me put on my Bundesliga shirt.
It is a sports bar.
Yeah.
It is a sports
Up the
bar.
sports. They also did a little promo from Finn Balor where
Yeah.
he said, he's speaking to Carmelo Hayes, and he's like, you're going to get that Finn rub, but there's not going to be a happy ending.
Oh, that's dirty.
What could that mean, eh?
Wow, God.
Hey?
Hey, know what I mean? Know what I mean? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Suits you, sir.
AEW Dynamite, which has been subtitled NXT.
What?
Right, am I the only one last night's Dynamite was one of the weirdest and maybe worst episodes I've ever seen.
Oh, I thought it was way
know,
more
I was
interesting.
surprised
Let's see what happened. Then
Why the NXT though?
Because there was some bizarre bits that just felt like NXT, I thought.
Perfectly normal to Ross. Darby Allin tells Keith Lee to stop being a massive baby about being lost to the shuffle. Yeah.
Why is Darby the voice of reason for Keith?
It looked like Fraser interviewing Selena Vega, though, the type differences. Darby teams with Orange Cassidy, while Keith teams with, would you believe it, all partner Swerve Strickland in the blind eliminator tournament where it's random partners. Darby and Cassidy win, and Keith shows them respect afterwards. Like Tony Schiavone saying, Swerve telling Keith we should have stayed as a team. Dude, you're the reason why. Yeah, tell him, Tony.
Was this the first week where Keith came back without the wizard's cloak and the
Yeah.
He's dyed his hair
I
again.
didn't have the chance to watch last week's episode of Dynamite.
I think he's also dyed his hair.
Yeah, he's dyed his hair again, and he was just back to being Keith. Like his big Beal on Darby was up there for my move of the week, but didn't quite win.
I prefer this Keith to constantly angry or sad Keith. I prefer jaunty Keith. And this was jaunty Keith.
There was a double slap on
Jaunty Keith.
Darby's really brought the jauntiness back out of Keith.
Nothing says jaunty like a double slap to the tits of Orange Cassidy.
absolutely.
The
So-
one-handed catch on Darby off
Yeah.
the ropes.
There's too much jaunt. I can't handle it.
He was just back to being like, no bollocks Keith Lee. It was fantastic to see.
Walking up the steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, Orange Cassidy's like, I'll choke you out. It's like, your partner appears to be under some steps. Club, club, club.
Doing the big slam, but he's doing it to Swerve as well, but he doesn't care because he hates him.
Yeah, he kept Swerve and just like, whatever.
I thought it was really good that Darby cut the promo saying, like, you could do the how could they coexist thing, but you could just, win it by yourself. Because I like that they got rid of the how could they coexist thing for everybody and just have Keith just wrestle like he did. And yeah, aye.
Yeah, Swerve accidentally hitting the 450 on Lee and then laughs. Like, whatever, screw him. And then OC and Allen pinning Swerve because Swerve cannot beat Orange Cassidy, it turns out. Yeah, I said some things a few weeks ago. Like, no, not the blind, what do they call it? Blind eliminator tournament. Oh, great. The Battle Bull's back. Who cares? This episode proved that's actually pretty entertaining.
Well, I've had to
More
go.
entertaining than I
I've
thought it
gone
would
the
be.
opposite direction, I must say.
Ooh.
I thought it was going to be fun, and then we've just got, instead of one storyline of how can they coexist, we've got like 4 at once.
That's why I thought it's going to be a bit awkward. But I thought this worked well because at least it's, Keith Lee looked great. He should just wrestle twinks from now on. He'll be all right.
Yeah, just throw him around. That's all you need to do.
We then see a video package of Darby talking about the passing of his trainer, Buddy Wayne, and his promise to look for Buddy's son, pro wrestler Nick Wayne.
Oh, look out for him.
Oh, look out for him. He wants Nick to show the world that he's ready for AEW. He's a lad that has been offered a contract once he graduates because
He was 16 when he got offered the first
Yeah,
one, and
he's-
then he had to wait until he turned 18, which he has done recently.
Yeah.
He's the lad who wrestled Ospreay in GCW,
Yes.
and he's very promising.
Yeah, everyone says, wow, look, bloody hell, he's what? Can't be that young and that good. It's
crazy.
So, yeah, crazy that people like that are getting contracts.
Yes.
Why is it crazy?
Because he's 16. Well,
He's 18 now.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, at 16, yeah, we'll sign him. It's like, wow, all right.
One for the future.
Yeah.
One for the youth team.
We'd be
Well done.
approaching the end of our Premier League careers now.
Yeah.
For the footballers. That's awful.
You'd be in League 2 now, you, Maffew.
I'd be lucky. Jack Perry arrives in his car and wants an FEW title match against Hook. Hook ambushes Perry, who jumps back in the car and immediately drives off.
It's
Yeah.
Christian, but without the charisma at the minute.
I'm eager
so
to see him
cruel.
get it.
It's
but
just
right now,
captain.
you're right.
He's
It's
just
just
He's just
Captain.
1C, captain.
yeah, it's like when you see an actor and they've blatantly told him, look, we wanted this actor, but he was too expensive. Can you just do a copy of this dude?
To be fair, he's got a wonderful leap into a car on him.
Oh, yes.
He can jump into a car like no one's
He's like a
business.
dart.
I've never had so much fun with a car-based segment since Ronda kicked Charlotte Charlotte kicked Ronda through the police car door.
Yeah.
That's how Ronda should leave WWE.
Remember that? Remember
Getting
Charlotte?
kicked in the head against the
Yapping.
police car.
Charlotte was handcuffed at the time, so she had to sidestep in the frame. That segment was unbelievable. Wow.
I miss that segment
I
so
always
much.
think
It's
of,
so
I
great.
always think of that segment and the one where Cody used MJF's scarf to punch through the glass.
Oh,
I always think of those two as really fun wrestling segments of the time.
Yeah. We then get a vignette of Adam Cole and MJF work out in the gym together.
Oh my!
They're so different. So MJF is doing a set and he's like, hey, wait, you watching out for us?
Get in here! I've been doing cardio for an hour already. You
Yeah.
big goof.
And then Adam Cole's on his phone.
Just coughed.
Obviously check.
Don't look at it. I've coughed a big glob of phlegm there.
Oh!
Wait. Oh, I've seen it.
Thank you, Owen. Cheers, mate. Hide that from the camera.
Put the X. Cut to the crowd. Got the crowd at ringside.
Oh, it's
Stop
moving.
looking at it. Stop
It's like
it.
something off Stranger Things.
Look at the size. I think it's paying tax. Wow, look at that kid in the crowd. He's so excited to be here. Yeah.
Listen, at least
I'm giving that spit 2 buds
I've
out
gotta
of
say,
2.
quite reassured though that it was clear, not like a different color or something. Thanks, Owen.
Mate, it's putting a hole in the table. We get a vignette of Adam Cole and MJF working together.
Sorry, everybody.
And he's like, "Can you spot me?" And Adam Cole's like, "Yeah, sure, on my phone." And I pay attention. MJF does it, and then MJF goes, "Hey, see that big fat dude over there?" And it's pro wrestler Puff.
It was bloody Puff.
Yeah, Puff, who
He was
wrestled at
Kip Sabian's
North.
best man. Well, he wasn't. Do you remember? Kip Sabian was like, I'm now going to reveal my best man. And before Miro, Puff
right.
came out. And he
Puff
was like,
came out.
not you, Puff.
Don't look at us as you say that, you hateful person.
No, I didn't. No.
I'm just kidding, yeah. Yeah, but yeah.
It just sounds wrong to
Yeah,
say
but then
this.
MJF goes, "Hey, look how big and fat that dude is." And he goes, hey, you can't talk like that. And goes, "Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry for offending you, pal. But you know who does remind me of?" And Adam Cole goes, "Tony Schiavone." And they go, "Ha ha." And then MJF...
By the way, Puff looks now like... I didn't get it.
because they both hate Tony.
I know.
Tony Schiavone used to get fucked for... I think I did a spoonerism there. Was that a bit bad?
No.
Mocked for being fat. But I said, oh, whatever. Being in WCW by Bobby Heenan and stuff like that. Got, "Here comes Fat Tony."
Well, then that...
20 years later, he's still getting ribbed.
I guess that makes sense then.
Yeah.
And I do like the continuity that Cole still hates Tony because he's best mates with his girlfriend.
Yeah. And then he goes, "All right. Adam, you want to do the set? Do you want to take the weights off for you?"
Yeah.
And Adam's like, "No, it's all right." And he does it. But it was like...
How they shot
And
it.
then they did the shots like,
Yeah,
Puff
it
was
was
going,
out of shot.
"Whoa!" And then they kept on cutting the camera. But it's just like, it's to prove that Adam Cole is in actual shape,
Yeah.
which is weird.
He
I
lifts
don't-
the same weight as big old roidy MJF.
I don't need my Adam Cole to be a big, strong man. I need him to be nimble in the ring and accurate. I don't
Yeah.
need him to be strong.
But it's a game of like they're trying to one up each other, but they don't know it. Like we're learning the match that MJF's playing Cole like a fiddle, just getting him to do all the work in the matches. But he's like going, "Oh yeah, let's go for the double clothesline. Oh, we didn't get to do it. Oh, that's fine because I'm laughing." That sort of stuff. And I like the fact that MJF's like this new stroke of MJF being like, he's almost like Dorky Kurt Angle from 2001, but also being a dick at the same time.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know it, but he's being a dick. Yeah.
I think the best thing to compare it to was like Flair in '95 being all cool and shaped by the guys like, "Hey Sting, let's team up." And he's like, "You're kidding, right?" He goes, "No, it's cool. Come on, I'm not gonna betray you. Go on, you're cool." All right then, but
Do you think that-
know, it's like we all know what's gonna happen?
Well,
and
no,
it's like, yes.
I don't know, because if that does happen, which it looks like it will, and MJF just turns on him, then Adam Cole's the stupidest man in the world, which he shouldn't be, because
Yeah.
he's not Sting. He's Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah, go on.
So I think, actually, that it's going to be that MJF tries to turn on him, but
Yeah.
Cole's one step ahead.
I think that's the way. In the early stages of the tournament, like MJF was looking all smug because Cole did all the work at the end of the match. But at the end of the tournament, it'll be Cole that comes out on top.
And Cole made a fool of him in the birthday segment. Anyway.
Yeah. The Acclaimed and Billy Gunn beat the team of the Blade and the Bollywood Boys. Harley Cameron of QTV, who you wanted on TV more,
Yes, so fair.
interrupts on the Tron and says she's prepared a video for next week to show off her musical talents. Billy Gunn tells her to suck it.
That was really awkward.
This is why I didn't like this episode. Bad episode of NXT.
There's only 2 words for her from me 60-year-old father self. Suck it.
Yeah. Remember they did that with the VKM and TNA, and like, is it Kirsty Hemme they were feuding with? And
Christy.
Her sister, Christy.
Christy.
Christy Hemme.
What did I say?
Crusty.
Kirsty.
Christy the Hemme.
That's a diva search contest.
Hey, VKM.
It's me, the Playboy centerfold. Can everyone... oh, my God.
Christy the
I tell you, everyone
Hemme.
can do a Christy impression, but it's taking a toll on me there.
Oh, yeah. Horrible, isn't it? The hell was I talking about? Anyway, yeah, that was the same thing. VKM, they should be like, "I just want like to be treated seriously," and they were like, "Shut up, woman, get your boobs out."
and
and,
they
it's
were
just
the-
like,
they were the-
and they were the good guys.
they were the
They're like,
faces, yeah.
And it's like, yeah, suck it.
So when Jericho did it to Paige Van Zandt,
Oh yeah,
he's like, "Oh, you've got an OnlyFans, you." Oh, God, Jericho, man.
yeah,
And she's laughing in all the money.
Yes.
yes.
But these matches for the Acclaimed, where it's like against like not like no real opponent, if you know what I'm trying to say, like the Bollywood Boys and the Butcher. I know it's the is it the Blind? No, it's not.
No, it's
the
a
Blind.
Blade.
It was the Blade.
The
sorry,
Blade, yeah.
The Butcher's in Meat Magic at the minute.
The Meat Magic, yeah. But it's like The momentum is slowly coming to a halt, I think.
Yeah, me too.
I disagree. I think they don't need to be at the top. This is the same thing we have with the bloody FTR every week. Hey, if they're not winning the world title every week, ooh.
It worked for
I think this is
Hangman,
fine.
yeah.
Them having the match where they look good. They shouldn't have had the same gear as their opponents. Someone had to go home and change. The Bollywood boys also wearing same colours, same style. And Taz was like, hey, look, I get told off for bringing this up. When people say them my colours. Like, get them, Taz. No, I think it's all right to have these guys come out, have a hot match, do the scissors, hey. I was a bit, I know they're a bit, but to be in Canada and go, we're hot like the wildfire around here. I'm like, ooh, all right. It's a spicy week for Billy and Max.
Not the Acclaim being close to the bone.
Yeah, but it is very like them, isn't it? But no, I'm all right with this.
Yeah, I think I'm agreeing.
If you don't like it, you can suck it.
I'm agreeing more.
Get it out there.
Agreeing more with Ross a little bit on this one, I think.
But it's just when I'm thinking of, like, do you remember when they came out a couple of weeks ago and it was just like, Billy Gunn was like, I've got a new Scissor Me suit. Scissor Me! And that was the segment.
Yeah.
That was on Collision, wasn't it? Yeah, that was
they
rubbish.
came out and
Didn't
they
do
were like,
anything.
we're going to be on Collision and Dynamite. Scissor Me!
Yeah, and then you couple it with this
That was
match, which
it.
is like another nothing match. It's
Oh,
a bit
no,
like-
it's the feud with Harley Cameron. No.
Well, no, yeah.
You're not excited for QTV?
No. Well, I'd rather Harley Cameron be in the feud than QTV, to be fair.
She isn't. She's one of QT.
I know, but, like,
But
you
you
know,
don't want all of QT.
Not actual QT.
Because I'm worried that... No, but I'm worried that is what's going to happen.
It probably will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she can... I think she actually released a song with Shotzi and... Who was it? There's three of them.
Shotzi?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was like Halloween last year. I remember seeing it on the Twitter machine. Was it Scarlett Bordeaux? Have I made that up?
Oh, I vaguely know what you're talking about.
Let me
but I
have a
can't
quick
remember anything
Google.
about it.
Harley Cameron. Is that her real name?
Don't know.
Harley Cameron, Scarlett, Shotzi. There you go, yeah. I put a spell on you.
Oh, to cover.
from
on WWE.
Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh.
That's the
Bum.
one.
Do they all dress
Bum.
up as
They're
like
all there.
Bum, bum,
the
bum,
witches
bum,
from Hocus Pocus?
bum.
No.
Wait, Harley Cameron can't do that. She's not from England or Scotland.
She can't be a witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
According to NXT rules.
She might be a dragon.
She's the Witch of Oz.
Ah, that's right.
Okay.
The wizard. Of Oz.
Oz.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah, I've never seen you look so proud of me. You're like, yes, he's cracked it.
We learned that Eddie Kingston beat Kushida. Wow. To win the Strong Openweight Championship in Tokyo. Bloody hell. John Moxley cuts a promo on Eddie. He's bleeding. Wondering why he's so fixated on the past. He wishes Eddie would embrace the future and would become whatever he wants him to be. Just pick up the phone, dude.
I like the promo.
Yeah.
It gives them a real reason to feud
Yes.
Yeah.
rather than just being pals who like to fight.
I'm glad that Moxley has acknowledged that Eddie's been a bit weird with him recently, protecting him from stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he also, like, I love that they really emphasized how much it meant to Eddie to go to Japan and win a title because he loves Japan. He's always, like the shoot interviews you get from Smart Man Video, he's all talk about how it was his dream to go to Japan, but it's probably over. That was 10 years ago now, so it's nice that it's come full circle and stuff like that. But yeah, lovely to see where this goes, and I hope we get more staring from Eddie Kingston and Claudio.
Yeah. They do like staring. Someone compared it to those. You ever seen those bathrooms where the toilets face each other? Just those two and then the toilets next to them. But we also learned I don't know if it's in the notes, about Jeff Jarrett, and Matt Hardy being the newest hip hop and happening tag team. And this is the best bit of the show.
Matt Hardy does the tag part of the tournament, and it is indeed Jeff Jarrett.
There's got to be now Big Money Matt coming back to team with Jeff Jarrett. Two carny men who love money. It writes itself. There, you're finalist there, surely.
Okay, yeah.
I hate Jeff Jarrett. This sucks.
If Jarrett brings his stable of like just the Impact lads, and then Matt Hardy brings his family, we might be more people at ringside in the crowd.
Be like that Raw Underground match in NXT.
Jericho comes out for a promo. He's very over because it is in Canada land and admits that he's taken a few losses recently. So maybe it's time to reinvigorate myself. And what better place than Alberta, Canada? You get a line here, it's not said here, but it's only a few miles away that he first started training with Stu Hart. Boo! Carl Booney goes, why are you booing Stu Hart?
He's the last survivor of the Hart.
It's just hilarious because it's like he makes it quite clear in his book he was not trained by Stu Hart. It's a complete, like Billy Mitchell, he's telling fibs. He's not trained by Billy Stu Hart. Anyway, being here has reminded him why he loves wrestling so much. It's inspired him to be the best version of Jericho ever. Don Callis interrupts, and my God, his theme music is just...
What colour on the spectrum of noise is that? It's not your brown or your pinks or your whites.
It's like
It would be funny if it was just the brown noise.
Because
What a heel! Everyone boos themselves.
we were speaking about how you get to sleep at night sometimes upstairs in the office, and Jack Atkins said he just puts brown noise on.
No, white noise.
No,
surely.
brown.
No.
Brown noise. It's real. It's on Spotify. Do you want to play some brown noise?
Not right now. I've had some coffee. Bloody hell.
It's not just.
Oh, I mixed up brown noise with a brown note
Oh yeah, which
from
makes
South
you
Park. What's
crap
brown
yourself.
noise then? Is that just another version
Is
of
it
white
like
noise?
a gritty
They
and
all
white
pretty
noise?
much sound like you're on an aeroplane. You know that noise.
Oh, yeah.
They all pretty much sound
okay,
like
I
that.
beg your pardon. Yeah.
It's just varying degrees of either. Psh, psh, psh.
Oh,
It's just that.
no.
Oh.
So
That's
what?
Don Callis' theme.
Don Callis is more like a didgeridoo, isn't it?
Yeah, it was great. I thought, wow, that's really out there. It's not just a horrible noise.
It remembered like a 1995 theme in WF, the new generation.
Yeah, they weren't supposed to sound that bad. Just how they came out. Don Callis interrupts and praises Jericho for his New Japan match against Omega, saying that match paved the way for AEW to exist. He asks Jericho to join his new family. Jericho says he doesn't join factions, he creates them. But he tells John, maybe. I say this was all typed up by Jack. Apparently, for people who were there live, it was very hard to hear
He was
what
like
Don
Dom
Callis was saying.
Mysterio.
Yeah, Dom Mysterio.
Oh no, I didn't even mean it. Yeah,
Dom
he is, yeah.
Callis.
That's right.
I guess that means there's no more JS if he wants to become like the best version of Jericho, and he was all alone in Canada, the sort of turning babyface kind of
This was like
at the start of the promo.
this was like when at the end of Greece when
Go on.
when Danny's gonna break free from the T-Bird. He's like, you guys can follow a leader all your lives.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
That was good, though.
he does that with Daniel Garcia
He does it with
backstage.
later on, yeah.
and
Does,
Sammy
doesn't he?
Guevara.
Yes.
But I just felt like having him alone in Canada, sort of like, it ended on a bit of a heelish note, going like, "Oh, maybe I might join your evil family."
I think he will.
But like earlier on, getting rid of the JS and going, "I need to become the best version of me."
Who else is gonna be in Don's family?
Takeshita,
Yeah. And many more.
Yeah.
the grizzled young veterans.
Joe Gacy.
Maybe the man in the mask was Trench.
Oh,
God.
too small.
We get hype packages for the Owen Hart tournament semi-finals, with Punk saying he's finally going to beat Samoa Joe. Ooh. After recap of Joe's attacks on Roddy Strong, we see the physio warning Strong not to rush back into action. And we all know that wrestlers pay attention to those bits of advice. Adam Cole shows up and Strong warns him about being too friendly with MJF. Cole says, nah, don't be silly. Do you think I'm going to fall for that?
What's the double
Yeah.
closeline stuff about?
MJF really
he's
wants
just-
them to do a double
that-
close.
He's
That's-
recommending, like, we're a tag team, we do a double clothesline.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
it?
Yeah, that's
Fair
it.
enough.
I'm assuming that it's gonna get ducked a few times and stuff, and eventually they'll hit it, and everyone
Yeah.
will go, "Way."
I imagine that's how like real tag teams sort out the things. Like, come on, we need to hit a double clothesline.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we don't want to mess it up, man. How can we all finish the double clothesline?
I like it. It's funny. That's the one bit I'm sort of liking.
Yeah, MJF and Cole beat Team Meat Magic, the Butcher and Matt Menard.
They should have gone further in this tournament, though. I wish they hadn't been matched up against MJF and Cole.
I agree. I'm really upset though. They had the opportunity to put Moxley and the Blade together and they didn't.
Great
He
satire.
just walks near him.
Yeah.
MJF throws a birthday celebration for Cole afterwards, singing "Happy Birthday" to him.
Whoa!
Yeah, and attempting to push his face into a cake, although Cole reverses it. But Cole thanks MJF and calls him a friend. Thank you for that. I love it. Calling
you?
it the dumbest, most naive,
And he's
nicest
not-
blokey.
He's not.
Or is he? That's
No.
that's the tantalising thing, isn't it? Because MJF's definitely thinking he's getting the upper hand so far. Because that's it.
Yeah.
The end of that match where he was going like, "Let's do the double clothesline," and Adam Cole's like, "Nah, I'll just win the match." You watch when the fall happens, MJF's just sort of like, he won it. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Good for him. I didn't do any work.
Got
but,
any devil worshippers in the house?
Yeah.
I do like.
He is very over as a good,
attempted
unironic good guy.
babyface
He's
MJF,
gone,
yeah.
like, you know, I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Shades of the Kurt Angles from back in the day for me. The vibe I get. I'm
Angle is a good
vibing.
comparison.
I'm vibing with MJF.
I'm trying to work out which is the Bugs Bunny and which is the Elmer Fudd of this situation. And I think Cole's the Bugs Bunny.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's going to fall for it.
Okay. Well, I'm enjoying the.
And then
we'll
just
wait
going to go,
and see.
you are the dumbest guy. I like that they've changed gears. They did the like super serious angle with Adam Cole getting his wife Kane in front of him, and it didn't work. Cole can't do like Megadeth matches and super serious feuds. So now I've gone into have MJF be a silly bug around you. Now that we're doing blood and guts and stuff at the top.
I
of
wish
the
they'd
card.
do that with Jericho.
I was gonna say having Jericho like, oh okay, Jericho, no more serious stuff for you because people love you too much. You're too much of a draw for us. Yeah, never doing stuff like that again. Your matches with Cole weren't good. Yeah, have you maybe turn face and do this instead?
Maybe.
I like that they've gone. All right, this
Well,
isn't
maybe.
working.
Or we might end up the
that's it, isn't
leader
it?
of the new Callis faction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No more Painmaker, please. Backstage, Daniel Garcia. Sorry, but
he taps into a different side of himself. One that uses weapons.
Was that on
Don't
last
want to
week's
attack
show?
journalists.
I saw the highlights of the Sting match on that, on last night's Dynamite, as we're sat here. Was that the Painmaker? Did people care?
What do you mean, was that the Painmaker?
I haven't seen the show.
That's like the Demon King. it's his Demon
I
King.
didn't have
Ross.
to ask this question.
He draws little X's on his eyelids.
I didn't get the full facial shot in the screen to see if I did actually have the little things on his eyes.
It was indeed
remember,
the
yeah.
Painmaker,
Yeah, fair
and he
enough.
lost.
Did he actually? To
Yeah,
Sting?
it's to Sting.
Fair. That's a shock.
Sting.
Sting. Backstage, Daniel Garcia confronts Jericho about possibly leaving to join Don Callis' family. Jericho says maybe Garcia should branch out on his own without Jericho having to watch him all over the time.
Show me who can be the leader.
Thank you for saving me there, Ross. I
You're
messed up
welcome.
all the words in that sentence.
It's getting long in the tooth, this podcast.
I
isn't it?
apologize.
Oh, sorry, Owen.
Again, heel's great, but you can see the exact meter of it dropping out, like in this little ding. It's like, oh, you're hungry.
I've been thinking about what I'm going to have for my tea. Can't wait to decide.
Ooh. and he
I'm just so hungry. I don't know.
no. He reveals that Garcia and Sammy have been paired together in the tag tournament and wants them to show who can be a leader. Well, Sammy loves Danny anyway. They were doing that hands-holding thing, and oh, you're so great. And Garcia was like, oh, what do you like?
It was begrudging, though, wasn't it? You didn't know who was going to turn on who.
Both turn on.
Sorry.
Some ones are just too easy. Come on.
That's another way. I was like,
They're both hot men, aren't they? So they're going to be like the new
I didn't
Rockers. Okay.
In a rematch of last year's final, Ruby Soho beats Britt Baker to advance in the Owen Hart tournament, thanks to interference from those no-good outcasts. Sky Blue has a stare down with Ruby ahead of their match in the next round.
You were saying off camera that people were saying on Twitter that it looked like Britt had her "I'm losing" face on. But you don't think so?
It's hard to tell. She always looks like miserable anyway. Even in the promo backstage.
doesn't.
No, but that's the thing. She's like, yay, it's her, but she's not like, yay. She's just like, yeah, I'm hard, me.
That's just resting Britt's face.
yeah.
Come on, guys! Yeah! Turned German there, I don't know why.
I thought she was very valiant in defeat. Was Britt Baker getting the belt shot to the face and the kick from Ruby, then kicking out? I thought it was a bit too much for me, but there we go. And the heels cheat to win in a replay of what happened last year, but with a little bit of a tweak at the end.
Yeah.
I guess Britt's not winning. Back-to-back Owens.
No,
Owens is.
It's fine.
not you.
No,
Owen.
not you, Owen. Sorry.
You stay away from Britt Baker. You.
You are still a prize, though. Don't worry.
Unless you want to get hit with a sick Panama sunrise.
And then the main event, Kenny Omega beats Wheeler Yuta, but gets attacked by Claudio and Takeshita afterwards. The Bucks and Hangman run out to make the save. Paige prepares to hit Claudio with a chair, but the Dark Order run out and take it from him.
Because they're facing the Elite on Rampage 100.
Okay.
Which we probably won't see, to be fair. But there we go. Sure, it'll be a great match
Yeah.
for all concerned. Are you
Well,
going to
just
watch
imagine it. Yeah. Yeah, because I say the dumbest stuff on Rampage, so it's good for me. See them the other week? Oh, I know you don't watch Rampage, so Jericho's on commentary, so obviously that's a good reason to not do it. And they were talking about, I forget the wrestlers, but they were saying, come on, man, just to do the thing at all times, just to do the C word. And it was like, yeah. And I went, what? He went, cheat, Excalibur, cheat. That's what I mean. We get your mind out the gutter.
Wow.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen on Dynamite, but it does happen on Rampage, which is the new Dark Elevation.
Oh, maybe we should watch if that's the comparison you make.
No. This is already bloody. The PC was tapping out there.
no, yeah,
There's a
we've
long
gone
delay,
too
by the
far.
way, because the PC's going, can you shut up, lads? So this is a lovely main event and settles the score that they had with Yuta getting the pinfall on Kenny at the bloody big
Double or
match.
nothing.
Double or nothing. It was a long time ago.
They said the great Kenny there. The great Kenny was feeling the effects of the Osprey Tiger Driver 91 with his neck.
I should
And he was
hope
doing
so.
his roll through thingy before the moonsault. I forget what you call the roll through thingy. And he does the roll through thingy and then does the
You
moonsault.
Finley
can't
roll.
escape.
That thing, yeah. What's the first maneuver called?
You
It's the Finley roll, isn't it?
Finley
can't
roll. That's the one.
escape. I don't know.
The great Yuta was beating him down for a while. I was a bit shocked by his lack of reaction, considering he's been in the BCC for ages now.
They've really tried consciously to get him over as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the main event level like this, it's like, come on. Especially when it's in Canada land.
When the
Stars
stars
were
were-
very happy to see Kenny.
They were. He was doing his big suplex off the top. Yuta had a great German suplexes. The kickouts were endless.
Oh, big Gable Stevenson Gemma suit.
Nah, I'm sure Wheeler will send us a cease and desist. But
And I guess off the back of the finish is going to be sort of Takeshita versus Kenny at Forbidden Door. Forbidden Door. All out, all in, shake it all about, whatever the bloody hell, the Wembley thing.
One of
That-
them.
that
Aye,
thing,
would
yeah.
make the most sense.
Aye, one of those
Yeah.
ones. Yeah. Aye. Sorry, I'm running on.
Yeah,
fumes
no,
here.
no. I
That
think that's-
also that was a show that I wasn't fond of, but now that we've read it out segment by segment, maybe I was a bit harsh.
Yes, I think
Maybe I
so.
was a bit harsh.
Yeah. But there, and also building up some lovely heat for Blood and Guts. And a reminder that Hangman Page does not deserve the Dark Order.
No, the conscience. He's he's like
Conscience.
Sebastian Jiminy Cricket, to give him his full name,
Yes.
to Hangman's Pinocchio.
Yes.
Isn't
Can you believe
Sebastian the Lobster?
No, Sebastian in the modern one on Netflix that came out this year by that Italian. Is he Italian fella?
Guillermo del Toro?
Yeah, he's got Is he
Spanish.
Spanish.
Mexican. Spanish. I'll check.
That foreign man.
Pinocchio is an Italian story, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
And his adaptation, Jiminy Cricket's called Sebastian.
He's Mexican.
Mexican.
Well, Sebastian's Mexican.
No, Guillermo del Toro.
That'd be great.
God, I am frizzle-frazzled sat here.
Well,
It's been a long week in the...
Because we love wrestling. It's all great. Fantastic.
but
Look at all the good stuff we just read. Isn't that amazing? We love wrestling and we can't wait to watch all the same stuff next week.
Can't wait!
Wrestling.
I know.
It never stops.
Yay!
Watch
I can hear my stomach growling.
Watch
Yay!
the football. It's going to move. It's like that.
Owen's asleep.
Right. Let's move on.
Let's have a rummage in our mailbags.
Let's have a little look in the mailbag.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, diddlers, or something.
Hiya.
I don't know. To quote Trips, great things come to those who wait, while referring to LA Knight. But why wait? Why would you not seize the opportunity now that the iron is blazing hot? So much so that it's about to reach critical levels and fly up to the sky and explode, turning it into a supernova. After Cody not winning at WrestleMania, now this, I am starting to lose faith in WWE caring about what the fans want. Even if they already had plans for Priest, and then they saw how much the fans love LA Knight, it shows to me that they have utterly no flexibility and are incapable of adjusting the plans to fit the fan desire. Either that, or they are just way too lazy to get the same destinations, but taking a different route. I don't know, man. We've already been through this before. While it is a different regime, but is it though? Reports suggest Trips and Vinnie Mac have a power struggle, and if Vinnie has his way, this is LA Knight's peak. Do you genuinely think that LA Knight will get his moment and be a top guy in 1 year's time? Kindest regards, Matthias from Seville.
Well, thank you very much,
Well,
Matthias.
thank you,
Thank you,
barber.
Matthias.
Good question. I think LA Knight will have his opportunity. It's Money in the Bank is just one, as he put, one route to the destination. Not necessarily have to win the ladder match. Sometimes it's been very bad for people's careers.
I'm not as optimistic about LA Knight's chances because I don't even know. I fully agree that if Vince has his say, well, he wanted to make LA Knight a manager, so he's probably not the best person to be in charge. But I don't even know if Triple H wants to push LA Knight that far because I think Triple H has got other options that he finds far more appealing to him personally, like Damien Priest, for example. And
I agree with Jack.
Oh, really? I thought you were
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
I think he might take the US title off Theory, but I think that might be the ceiling. I don't think it'll go any further than that. It's just, it's sad because it felt like, maybe because we're in the wrestling bubble, but it felt like everything was set up perfectly for one hell of a moment from again, like Cody. I'm going to compare it to Cody again. It felt like that similar stroke of everything coming at the right place at the right time, but they didn't do it. So hopefully it doesn't pass them by, that kind of moment again.
Reminds me of Rusev.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Kennedy, who LA Knight's been compared to a lot of times.
Oh,
Who suddenly
yeah.
did have that moment where they did it, and then just bad luck happened afterwards.
Yeah.
So, well. I think you'd be there if someone gets injured or hurt. It's like, LA Knight. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's what you say.
Yeah.
Thank you for the question.
Yes.
Hello there. Bob Fleming here. Oh, there's a 90s preference. Thank you, pal. My mother is an English teacher, and some time ago, it came up in the conversation that I regularly listened to a podcast with boys from up north doing it. Her reaction was that she'd surely have problems understanding the Newcastle accent. So I showed her a small part of the conversation. Needless to say, she understood it perfectly, and she seemed delighted with the dulcet tone and the you just put this word in to annoy me, didn't you? Diaphanous,
yeah.
diaphanous enunciation of Maffew. Yeah, I've been told that a lot.
Dauphinois.
Dauphinois, where? Dauphinois potatoes.
Yes. Wait, was that actually Dauphinois?
I've never seen it used like, it looks like it's Dauph.
Diaph.
Where is this here?
Sorry, we're just proof checking your question.
Diaphanous.
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 I don't know what that means. What a great... I'm going to Google it now. What a great
Princess
word.
Diaphanous.
Dauphinois potatoes.
Princess Diaphanous.
That made me think about the question I ask you here. can you recall any experience when you were really wary about how someone outside the wrestling bubble would react to something wrestling related, but it turned out to be way better than what you'd hoped for? Thanks for all your work. Always remember that you have come to be a beloved part of many people's lives.
Oh, thank you very
That's
much.
pretty nice, yeah.
Thank you.
All the best, former Bolton Wanderers winger Ivan Campo, a.k.a. Adam from Budapest.
Thank you. Wasn't Cambo
Thank you,
defender?
Adam.
It was a central defence midfielder, I do
Yeah,
believe.
I was gonna- but thank you very much anyway. Thank you. Diaphanous is a great choice of word because it means light, delicate, and translucent.
That's
Bloody
exactly
hell.
what your voice is, Maffew.
Thank you, Adam from Budapest. You must be old enough to remember the Fast Show. Appreciate the Bob Fleming shout out. What are we talking about here? We are talking about blah, 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 blah.
When someone outside the bubble.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Ah,
So have you got one?
You
Sorry.
go first.
So I was with my now ex, but before we were together, they used to have like wrestling on the background, was watching stuff, and they were like, welcome by, going, all right, you know. And they're there playing like bloody Japanese RPGs to PlayStation 2 going, ooh, that wrestling's a bit weird, you know. Like, all right, mate, you know, go kill a dragon. But Ric Flair would appear. And this is when he was doing the very brief bit where he was Wheel Flair, where he was in a wheelchair for a bit. So he was there being lowered in a, whatever they're called, the vans that can lower down, a wheelchair accessible. And he's just there going, woo, come on, put me down, come on, places to be, places to do, woo, and all this stuff like that. And what the hell is this? He goes, this is Wheel Flair. Decorated World Heavyweight Champion, legend and all this. And you get in the ring and he'd be on the woo, woo, as he's going along. He's like, oh, okay, I can get behind this crazy old man.
Yeah.
But whenever like someone, you know, in the 20s or 30s would show up, it's like, oh, whatever. It's boring. I want to see a crazy man just yelling at people.
So this is when. Sorry, I thought the question was the other way around. I've got it wrong, I think. I thought it was whenever we've been introduced to something outside of wrestling. But it's if we've
Oh, have I
introduced
misread
wrestling.
this?
No, I think I've misunderstood.
Do you recall an experience when you were really worried about how someone outside the wrestling bubble
Got
would
you.
react to something?
No, yeah, you were right. Sorry, you were right. Yeah. Well, that's a very good example.
I've got a recent example.
Oh, go on.
It was WrestleMania weekend this year. Newcastle played Man United, I think, on the Sunday. So obviously WrestleMania Saturday night into Sunday, then Sunday night into Monday. So obviously watching it live here at work, I couldn't go out for the traditional pre-match drinks because I was in bed catching up on some sleep. So I knew for a fact that WrestleMania would be the topic of discussion when I rocked up late because I couldn't go to the earlier part because of work. And I was thinking, oh God, they're just going to take the piss and you know say what they're going to say. But it was the KSI Logan Paul spot, the prime bottle. They were like, is this what wrestling is these days? These lads doing these big stupid things. I was like, yeah, by and large, yeah. And they were just like, they bloody loved it. So they're all like, I'll go with like 5 or 6 lads who, most of them watched like when you were little and whatnot and then dropped off when normal people do. Not those sad acts. But yeah, they all were a big fan of what they saw from Logan Paul and KSI at WrestleMania this year.
Oh, so we talked about that a while ago, didn't we? Like, as whatever, we have opinions of Logan Paul, KSI, whatever. Like, oh, they're actually trying to get new fans, younger fans in. If they're not listening to Bad Bunny, they're going to be watching YouTubers or whatever. That's one way of doing it, right? And it's wondering if that's actually working.
But these are like 30, like my age, like 30, 31-year-old men who don't like...
Oh, so the new Logan Paul and KSI?
No, I don't even know. I don't think they watch YouTube at all, to be
fair
honest with you. But they might do select channels, but not people like Logan Paul and KSI, like influencer types.
Like that was getting all the news. And
It was
headlines and
more the
stuff,
spot.
right,
More just the big silly bollocks that were doing dressed up as a prime bottle.
Yeah.
And same, like obviously Seth Rollins doing what he was doing
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, so yeah, I was surprised. Because I've heard some things down the years, especially when I dressed up for a living. Well, that was a tough time.
But don't worry, we'll be amongst 70,000 or so of them in a few weeks' time, pal. Don't worry.
Mine would be probably, I think I've mentioned this before, so apologies if this isn't a new answer, but when World of Sport was on, and I'm not, I'm the only, apart from my little brother, I was like, I'm the only wrestling fan in the family. Like, I don't know why I got into it, probably because I was young in the year 2000 and wrestling was class there. But when World of Sport came along, and even since this job and everything, my mum and dad haven't really cared about wrestling particularly. They're just happy that I'm doing something that I enjoy. But they put on with that World of Sport New Year special just to see what wrestling had become, because their version of wrestling was Big Daddy, Mick McManus, all that sort of stuff. And they loved Grado. They found Grado
really?
unreal. And I was like, why? What is it about him? Because I was interested because they're watching it in a totally different way that I'd be watching it. And they're like, but Grado is just universal. Everyone loves Grado. And I was like, what is it about him? And I think my dad went, funny face. Got a funny face.
Yeah.
I think he knows he's funny and he's playing up to it. And I think
there's a reason why he's doing more and more TV work.
Yeah, there's a reason he's not just been confined to just wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too good for him.
Yeah.
Also, shout out, random memory, when the Wrestling Channel was on, I've forgotten about this, but like there was a 4-way match in Ring of Honor. It was Samoa Joe, Jack Evans, Delirious, and Eberson. It's just like Ring of Honor actually do these weird like, who's not booked? Yeah, go have a 4-way, whatever. And my dad really liked Eberson. There's the Japanese guy with the mask who would just do like comedy slow-mo spots. So he goes to Samoa Joe and goes like that. I mean, I was like, oh, that's not going to do anything. He's really weird. But at one point, the camera's like focused on Joe in the corner doing all this. And Eberson, just to be a dick, just like put his head like right next to the camera. I remember watching my dad. My dad went, whoa, like that. I was scared by him. So yeah, comedy wrestling.
Yeah.
Like really
Have
works.
you seen Grado's wedding speech went viral on like Lad Bible or something?
Yeah, but wasn't it present? I saw like the headline and people making fun of it. I didn't click it's Lad Bible, but it said like Scottish person did or whatever.
Yeah,
so
it's
like,
not wrestler. Yeah,
that's great though. Like
it's very
some lad. It's like
it's very funny because it's about how like his mum passed away and everything, and he's like, she'd be very proud of me today on my wedding day and all that. And he says, I think she'd also want me to pass on a message to my dad to log out of her Facebook account. And he's talking about how like his mum who's passed away is like doing deals on Facebook Marketplace and stuff. And saying stuff like Mon the Rangers and that sort of thing.
Oh,
it was good.
What a lad.
Yeah.
You know what else are good lads? The people who send us stuff in the mailbag every week. Thank you very much for sending us that. It just says, there's one thing at the bottom that says there's something we've been sent some things.
Oh my God. Here we go.
Oh, apparently it's a box.
Bulk. Oh, we're getting in shape, are we?
There's a
hell yeah.
Hang on. Okay. Hi Diddlers.
Hey, that's us.
I just handwritten.
Oh.
I know. I just wanted to send you lovely lads a little gift each, as it's my favourite podcast of all the times. I've listened to your dulcet tones since day one and several times over. I've sent you all a mug. Hopefully that's to all your personal tastes. One for each of the OG hosts that you can use on the pod, and one for Leader Pachiti. He's already had his, as his streams are another massive part of my daily entertainment. Hopefully you guys like them, and if you don't, feel free to criticize me at corndog4669 on Instagram. Winky face. P.S. If you want to use this on Mailbag, then I have a question. Who is in your boys' stable, OSW style? Big love to you all from former Crystal Palace striker Andy Johnson, a.k.a. Connor from Brighton.
Thank you, Connor from Brighton.
Very, very good 04-05 campaign he had.
While I get these ready, do you want to do your boys' stable?
What, current? Because it's always changes, always forget.
Yeah, you can't be world champion.
Can't be World Cup. Is there any title or is it just world champion?
I think it's just world champion.
All right,
isn't it?
world champion. We'll do ones each. We'll go back and forth.
Well, Andre Chase.
Oh, okay. Delightful Hudson.
Bastard.
My Lindsay Dorado.
Ooh.
I guess Miro's still in mine.
Oh, so they've got to be currently active, so I can't.
Just do one. Everyone else all time, and I always forget. Can't think of any wrestlers. I'm too busy opening this.
Right.
There we go.
It's world class, is what it
yes.
is. It's world class.
Oh.
Newty Brown on one side, Twaddle9 spelled correctly on the other side.
The name's spelled correctly.
Outstanding work.
Oh my God. Seymour's Steamed Hams. Patented Skinner Burgers.
Very
From
good.
Albany, New York. Thank you very bloody much.
Mine's a Squirtle.
I'm going to give a thumbs up, an awkward thumbs up like Skinner. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
What's the person's
Connor.
name? Connor.
Mine's a Squirtle because it's in my Twitter bio.
I'm going to leave this here so I will drink and not have to drink Triple Jumps cups anymore. Fantastic. Look at that.
I noticed that a Sunderland AFC mug ended up over here, which I was gifted by a fan.
Oh, was that yours? Yeah, I've had to use that because they know the cups. And I'm like, oh.
It's got King on the back of the shirt on it.
Yeah, I was like that Sunderland player. But thank you very much. The dulcet people that sent in these things with their lovely tones and diaphanous questions.
Duff and what potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How many boys do you have in your stables? Does it matter? 4?
I think
3?
it's 4.
I've done 2.
I've got Lindsay, Steve Blackman.
I forgot about I was too distracted by that, to be honest with you.
I think Duke's in mine now.
Yeah.
And Grayson was, but is he too big now?
Hasn't won a title.
As won a title, yeah, world title.
I'll go Grayson, Duke, Lindsay, and then for the current one, I can't have Steve Blackman if it's current.
Does LA Knight's world title count since 3 people watched, as he said with his own mouth?
No, you can have LA.
I'll have LA Knight.
Yeah, I'm saying okay.
I don't need anyone else.
I'll go for Titan from CMLL. I don't know if
Oh, he's been. I'll say Roosh. Because I like him beating up people. Right on the spot. I'm really taking this way too serious
I
now.
want John Silver in mine, actually. I got John Silver.
Okay. Oh, Evil Who Knows, he's Maffews. I have to.
It's too many.
And Willow. Yeah, Willow Nightingale.
Good show.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Oh, she's won it. It's not world.
Oh, yeah. There's, you know what?
There's too many belts now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, that's my pick. That's it.
I'm just going with 3. That's all I need.
Fair enough.
Miro, LA Knight, and Andre at the wheel.
Beep beep.
Thank you very much for your questions.
And thank
If
you
have
for the
any more,
mugs.
Thank you
any
for the
mugs,
mugs.
thank you very much. Very much appreciated, pals. Please send your thoughts, queries, and whatever to mailbag@cultaholic.com. Wrist piss. Ugh. Hello, all you ding-ding diddlers. I hope all is well with you guys and you've enjoyed the last 3 to 4 hours of podcasting. I sent in last week's wrist piss and you all seem surprised about Midian's post-wrestling career as a chef. So I thought I'd make another quiz wrist piss about other wrestlers' jobs after they hang up their boots. Below are some wrestlers who have had interesting careers after wrestling, and you have to tell me, are they now working at A, B, or C?
Okay.
Enjoy. Okay.
The answers are like after all the things, if you want to see the answers.
Thank you. Is Steve Blackman now working as a bail bondsman?
That one.
Yes, he is. I know this.
Yeah. I think it was that. So, what are the answers?
They're in italics just after the queue of questions. Is it double-sided? It should have all printed
Oh,
off.
there's loads of them. Bloody
I got
hell.
that.
Yes.
Great podcast.
Oh, there it is.
Let's
Yes.
have
I thought it was
it
going to be A, B, or C, but no, I've seen them. No, thank you. Former 2-time tag team champion Rico. Is he now working as a hairdresser, as a children's author, or as a police officer?
I'll go police officer.
I think policeman, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's doing beforehand. That's right. Former tag team champion and current very scary man, Haku. Does he work for a car dealership, personal chef, or wrestling trainer?
Car dealership.
Trainer.
Yeah, car dealership is correct.
Whoa,
Well done,
what?
Jack.
Really?
I knew that, yeah.
I could not imagine that.
Well, people said, can you imagine saying no to buying his car? Huh?
My logic was terrible there. I was like, well, he wasn't that good a wrestler, which isn't true. I shouldn't have. No, I
Oh,
can't.
boo.
No.
Former 7-time hardcore champion Spike Dudley. Is he a stuntman? Is he a financial planner? Or is he dead? That's an
I
occupation.
was going to go teacher because he used to be a teacher, but I'll go financial planner.
Financial planner.
He is indeed a financial planner and alive. Former women's champion Ivory. Is she a dental hygienist, a landscape gardener, or does she run an animal care centre?
That one. Animal care.
Gotta be. Wholesome lady.
You are indeed right. What a wholesome person. Former IC champion Val Venus. Is he working at a marijuana dispensary? Is he running a YouTube channel? Or is he banned from Twitter?
I thought he-
What?
All of those things are true, I think.
That's correct, yes, it's all three.
Was it actually?
Yeah.
Very good.
Former 15-time hardcore champion Sean Stasiak. Is he a chiropractor, a HR officer, or running a cleaning company?
Who was that, sorry?
Sean stays, yeah.
Sean Meat.
Chiropractor.
Yes.
He is a chiropractor. Well done. I think we know a lot about these wrestlers.
Yeah. Sad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sad.
Snitsky. Does he work as a carpenter, an accountant, or an outdoor sports shop?
That one seems too specific being an outdoor sports shop, so I'll go for that one.
Yeah, gotta be outdoor sports.
Yeah, I think it's, yeah.
It is.
You love kicking babies.
The success rate here is unbelievable.
WWE Hall of Famer Tito Santana. I actually know this one. Did he become an actor, a teacher, or did he set up an events planning company?
I really don't know, but I'll go with teacher because he was a grass, wasn't he, Tito? He was a big grass.
He was a grass.
Telling the refs, like, oh, he's cheated him. Tito.
Events
teacher.
planning company. Around the world with Tito Santana.
They've actually left it off. I remember him being a teacher. So,
Was he? Wow.
Yeah. Former tag team champion Vladimir Kozlov. Does he own a vodka company? Is he an actor stuntman? Or is he vice president of an entertainment company?
Actor stuntman.
Actor stuntman, I think.
He's all three.
Oh!
Bloody hell, well
red
done, Kozlov.
herring.
That should be the name of the vodka. Former IWGP Tag Team Champion Tyson Tomko. Does he run a property investment company? Does he own a glassware company? Or does he own a delivery company?
First company.
Problem solver. Delivers everything.
He's a property investment company.
Oh.
person,
It
man
sounded
thing.
so American. I was
It
like, he's
did,
got
didn't
it,
he?
yeah.
Former pirate Paul Burchill. Does he work on the water, stealing and pillaging from other sea dogs? Is he a handyman or a firefighter?
Firefighter.
I'll go fireman, yeah.
Certainly is. God, you guys are kicking ass. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Uh-oh.
Did he begin brewing his own IPAs? Did he set up and run a monster truck repairs company? Or was he ordered by a court in October 2021 to pay back over $700,000 of misappropriated funds given to his Heart of David Ministries?
We know which one. We know which one.
It just says here, Dave DiBiase is an embezzler.
This
Allegedly, there's been nothing proven yet
This
in the court
reminds
of
me
law.
of the game on Nevermind the Buzzcocks when Lee
And
Mack
it-
was the host. Lee Mack or Fleetwood Mac? Who once threatened their manager with a shotgun? Was it Lee Mack or Fleetwood Mac? Who once took more paracetamols than the daily recommended dose? Lee Mack or Fleetwood Mac?
And lastly, former ECW champion Mikey Whipwreck. Is he a trainer and podcast host? Is he a sound engineer? Or is he working as a fruit farmer?
I reckon he's a sound engineer.
The first one, the podcast host.
He is a trainer and podcast host. Ooh. Thank you very much. Former Stoke Island midfielder Glenn Whelan.
Thank you,
That
Glenn.
is
Thank you,
Joe
Joe,
from
Glenn.
Wexford Island.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe. Wow. Some good ones there. Ted DiBiase is an embezzler.
That was
So not our thoughts, the thoughts of Joe from Wexford Island. Thank you very much for the Reese's Pieces. If you have any to send us, you can. Don't worry. Please go to mailbag@cultaholic.com.
It's Cultaholics.
What a lovely, hunger-inducing podcast it's been. I mean, we love doing the podcast every week.
so
Of course we do. All 8 hours of it. And just time for a little bit more. Just a little bit. As I don't forget to read out the producers, the magnificent producers every week in the podcast. Bang, bang, bang. Chris Routh,
Come out the mouth of the Rouse.
Reno
View
2200,
the future. Reno 2200.
Noah Anderson,
Anderson.
magnificent bastards. The lot of you.
Yeah.
The big question this week is, of course, should LA Knight have won the Money in the Bank briefcase at the WWE Money in the Bank extravaganza? Hashtag Cena, hashtag London, hashtag WrestleMania. What are your thoughts, Ross?
Yes, he should have.
And why?
And because he is the most popularist of all the men's, and the planets aligned, it was the right time to do it. Nighttime was the right time. Money in the Bank was the right time for LA Knight to do that. I hope they just haven't passed up the perfect opportunity in this sort of. They haven't missed the train, if you know what I mean. Like the train hasn't pulled out the station, and now running after the train and having to get on the train, get in a car to go to a station further down the line, and then hop on the train then, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean?
I do. I've been there myself.
I was going to do a bit where I just went, yes, he should win, then pick up my laptop and then walk away. But it's bloody updating, isn't it?
I can
I've been scuppered by my own technology.
So you're saying it's the night train you should be running?
The night train.
I'm going to say no. Oh, me
Get out,
lads, you should have seen us standing. Yeah. So, no, I don't think he should have
We
won.
are standing for LA Knight.
Yeah.
Go on.
Passing the walks along the road because he's older. He's an older gent.
Priest's 40.
Oh,
Yeah, hang on. Like,
I've got,
they're
don't
all
worry,
that age
I've got
now.
a real point of view. I've got a real argument. It's the wrong time. LA Knight's not the right time.
Go
Because
on.
look at the champions at the minute. Rollins and Reigns. LA Knight,
Yeah, but how long has he got to cash it in?
a year.
Uh-huh.
Roman's going to
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 year.
And do you think, because obviously often the briefcase is like a poison chalice, like people run out of momentum even though they've got the briefcase, and by the time they cash in, everyone's like, ugh, this guy. But you would avoid that, right? He's charismatic.
Yeah.
Maybe Logan should have been the one
Oh,
doing it.
God.
Listen,
It makes total business sense, but not for us lads who are here week in, week out.
I see.
Yes. Yes, for this amount of, I don't know, TikTok fans that want to get in, maybe, but they don't need them right now. If they're already bloody selling out O2 in 2 minutes.
I just struggle to see how LA Knight's win would have benefited him. Because he can go on a run, he doesn't need it. Whereas Priest might need it a bit more.
Oh, okay. You're saying like because...
No, I've changed my argument like 3 times to try and find all the works.
yeah. So LA Knight's already really popular. He's got the Kavorka.
Yes.
Damien Priest doesn't, but people like him because he can have good matches with Bad Bunny.
Yes, he's getting there.
They've gone storyline over just who's the most popular, which I guess is kind of admirable.
It's
at
very
this
Triple
stage,
H.
yeah.
Right. If Damien
Yeah.
Priest shows up for a title match, it's like, why is he doing this? He goes, oh, well, I won the Money in the Bank ladder match, so I have the contract, I'm cashing it in. You're like, okay, I can see
I
that.
hate you as well, Finn.
Yeah, all LA Knight needs to do is, I want a title match. Why is that LA Knight? Because I'm LA Knight, I'm really popular. Yeah, we'd accept that.
We'll have to see what happens,
That'll
yeah.
be the argument I'll settle on then. No, he didn't need it. Because I've mentioned him, can we also get Logan holding a briefcase in the thumbnail? Just to engineer some
Yes,
hate
we need
clicks.
the clicks. We have
Yeah.
KSI as a prime bottle thumbnail. For the
Rhea
North.
Ripley with the title.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
You need
yeah,
Rhea
yeah.
Ripley.
In fact, I think Rhea Ripley should have won the men's Money in the Bank. I've said it.
Yeah.
Get it in the thumbnail.
Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
thank you. Oh, what a hot take from
Yeah,
Jack.
LA Knight should have handed the briefcase to Rhea Ripley as a
Closest podcast. I think the
consolation
English
prize.
cricket team should have won the Money in the Bank.
They couldn't win anything at the minute. Bloody hell.
Yeah, but that's it. That's his logic. Yeah, they need it. The Aussies are too good. They don't need Money in the Bank.
Not now. Not in the third test at Headingley. Not in the magic of Headingley.
Oh, no. Okay.
Up the wood from Ashington,
Aye.
where I was born.
Up the Ashy. Ashy for the Ashes.
So yeah, LA Knight should have won and should not have won at the same time.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Schrodinger's Knight.
Yeah, he should have took it down and gone, yeah, and then thrown it at the crowd.
Oh, he's the people's champion. He's giving
Knocking
it to
over 128 pounds worth of wine out of people's hands.
Yes.
Oh,
Wrestling's great, isn't it?
it is.
Sometimes.
He'll get there in the end. It's
Yeah.
just
Some weeks I'm
This
more
is the
about
biggest
the wrestling.
controversial thing right now, not involving bloody, CM Punk. So if this is the biggest issue we've got right now, wrestling's bloody fantastic right now.
It's just
It's
annoying
bloody
though
mint.
when it feels right, and then Triple H is like, "Well, at WrestleMania, stories never end," and then this time, Money in the Bank, well, his story's just beginning.
Yeah.
Who made him the story master?
I know.
Well, Vince when he stepped away.
Oh yeah.
That, people are going to say it's got like no, not another run from hell. Like we wouldn't put over Kane or Booker T or RVD.
Oh, imagine modern day Booker and what he thinks of having to lie down for a minute while Triple H rolls over. He'd have had his shirt off. He'd have been a...
Modern day Booker T couldn't finish a thought in between the time it took Triple H to roll over and
He'd have started spinnerooning instinctively.
Wow, what a lovely podcast.
Yeah.
Jack, what have you got for us on tap until next week?
Me and Owen do Twitch streams every Wednesday, twitch.tv/cultaholic. And apart from that, I don't know. At the minute, just stuff ticking over. There's a weirdest episodes, but I need to record that. Oh, Matches of the Month's out this Sunday.
Oh, lovely. I listened
Matches
to
of
the
the
last month.
Month. Thank you, did you?
Yeah, I was really impressed by the audio production with the audio bits from the matches and stuff like that.
That
to
was
set the
Tom
scene.
Campbell. That's all Tom.
Okay, well,
thank you
you
to Tom
talking-
for thank you to Tom for
Trying to compliment you. You did a good job.
thank you. Thank you.
That was very Charlotte Flair there. You did a good job, kid.
Yeah, I know.
No, this is me listening to it on the way to work. Hey,
But that'll be
that's
out.
Jack.
That'll be out, I believe, on Sunday.
Sunday. Fantastic.
On the audio feed, but I'll pin it to the top of my Twitter or Threads.
Ooh,
Who knows?
absolutely.
But for now, Twitter.
Yeah, and it's good because so much stuff happens per month, you forget matches. So it's like, oh yeah, that one
Well,
was good.
I realised Money in the Bank was on the 1st, so I've got to do that next month. So we'll all get to look back fondly.
Yeah, remember Money in the Bank? We're like, no. We're on about.
Yeah, the world will have moved on.
Aye. Ross, what have you got?
Just go and watch me interviews. We're Pretty Deadly and LA Knight on the channel right now. Well, they're not interviews. They're just two lads in one video, three lads in the other video, just having a jolly old time. Just having a good old chin wag, a bit of a chortle, and other words as well. I don't know. Just go and watch them. There's Money in the Bank stuff. WTF was on the channel on Monday, if you missed it. And to be honest with you, I'm now going to go and sleep for 7 days. And
Bless you, mate.
now starts my summer hiatus. I'll be in and out like... mine's got a dirty place
Bless
there.
you, mate. Yeah. Well, Ross, that's great. I hope you enjoy your time
I'm away
off.
at Benidorm next week, and then I've got a couple of Thursday weddings in July and August, respectively. So I'll be dipping in and out.
Yeah. Well, Ross, you've earned it, and you deserve
Oh,
it. So
I've just.
you've worked very hard.
Cheers for the mug.
Yes.
God bless. I'm really frazzled sat here today.
Bless you, mate.
Are you all right? Everyone all right?
Mate,
Owen?
I'm doing
How are you
mate.
doing behind the camera?
Loved every minute of this, lads.
Owen says he loved every minute. He's a good liar.
Resignation
What have you got,
letter.
Matthew?
Penned.
Mate, I don't know. We tried reading the O.J. Simpson book
You
because it's a
stopped
good joke. Yeah, because I read more of it just to preempt it. It goes, this is really sad and depressing because it's O.J. Well, me and my wife had some issues, but he's... Yeah, you did actually, didn't you, mate?
I would love to have heard that in your voice, though. Well, pal, if I would have done the murders, I would have walked around the corner and stabbed her right in the stomach.
They're on a steak bake.
It's time for me to leave. I think.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ross.
Cheers,
We're in
Ross.
Summit on Sunday. Paint Summit on Thursday. Some of them will be happening. Ooh, suspense. Thank you very much. Oh, New Watch Mania are out. By the time this comes out, it's probably been taken down. Whatever. Sweet. I know what I'm doing. Thank you very much, as always, for listening and watching the entire way through. Lucky ye. You can, of course, send stuff to mailbag@cultaholic.com and vote in the Prestigious Hall of Fame by going to patreon.com/cultaholic. This has been Owen. This has been Jack. This has been Ross. This has been whatever that guy. And now I'm going to point at this and say, we're going to say something good,
Oh, God.
OJ's a bad man.
OJ's a bad man on count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
OJ's
OJ's a bad man.